you really don't want me anymore. Bastard. When Liu Ruyan went downstairs, there was no sign of Lu Xinghe. When I opened the bedroom door, I didn't find Lu Xinghe sleeping. Liu Ruyan was anxious and asked the housekeeper, "Where is my husband? Could it be that he ran away from home?" The housekeeper said truthfully, "The master went to school early in the morning." "You didn't even wait for me?" Liu Ruyan went crazy. "Lu Xing has never been like this. This is too much. Even if he bows his head and begs me, I will not forgive him. Just wait and see." Liu Ruyan's anger rose again. In early May, sunlight filtered through the tree branches, filling the entire classroom. Lu Xing had already found a seat and sat down. Su Mingqiu, Zha Zhahui, and others have already arrived at the classroom with their books. Seeing Lu Xinghe alone, he was very surprised. "Where is your little tail?" Because Liu Ruyan is always inseparable from Lu Xinghe. Everyone jokingly calls her Little Tail. Lu Xinghe said casually, "He's probably still staying in bed." Su Mingqiu and others were dumbfounded. Even if she stayed in bed, Lu Xinghe would still wake Liu Ruyan up. "It's okay, I'll read. I'll take the CET4 exam in a few days," Lu Xinghe said calmly. Su Mingqiu sighed. "Oh, that annoying level 4 exam is here to dominate me again." Zha Zhahui was confused. "Why do Chinese people have to take English exams? If you have the ability, why don't you just take Chinese? I can pass anyway." While they were reading the boring English textbook, a beautiful figure quietly walked into the classroom. "Sister-in-law here?" Zha Zhahui waved to the person who came. The person who appeared was Liu Ruyan. She was wearing a grass-colored JK and had 2 ponytails. She was a young and beautiful girl. She held the book in her hands, but didn't look at Lu Xinghe directly, and also ignored the empty seat that everyone had reserved for her, which was the seat next to Lu Xinghe. Liu Ruyan walked past them proudly and sat in the empty seat in the last row. His eyes didn't even look at Lu Xinghe. Seeing this scene, the brothers all thought it was ridiculous. This is an unprecedented scene. In the past, Liu Ruyan was just a little follower who had to stick to Lu Xinghe. Why are you ignoring Lu Xinghe now? This shouldn't be the case. Zha Zhahui had a completely gossipy expression and asked Lu Xinghe, "Brother Xing, did you two have a fight?" Lu Xinghe said, "Is it obvious?" "It's too obvious, only a fool can't see it," Su Mingqiu replied. Huo teased Lu Xinghe with a smile. "What's wrong? Did you quarrel because you didn't teach your sister-in-law a lesson?" Su Mingqiu became excited. "Yes, we have to cook well. If we don't, we'll easily quarrel." Zha Zhahui grinned. "They say couples quarrel at the head of the bed and make up at the foot of the bed. Let's move around now and then." Lu Xinghe, "This isn't the bus to the kindergarten." Got the cold shoulder from several people. "You bastard, you're an experienced driver, yet you're still pretending to be innocent. When have you ever driven on anything other than the highway, yet you still pretend you don't know?" "Exactly. You're the only one here who's legally qualified to get on the bus. Our girlfriends aren't even in sight. Brother Xing, even though we've never been married, we still know a little bit about what we need to know. Just listen to us and make the decision directly." Lu Xinghe rolled his eyes and said, "You guys should just read your books. I can't save you on the day of the exam. These old drivers don't even drive strollers. They are shameless and all they do is lack a girlfriend. It seems that he has to help them find a few so that they don't have to wait for him to see them." In the afternoon, Lu Xinghe went to study, but he found that Liu Ruyan did not show up. Lu Xinghe was checking his moments and found that Liu Ruyan had updated a new post. "I heard it's the best love movie this year. Looking forward to it. 2 movie tickets are also shown below." Not only Lu Xinghe got it, but Zha Zhahui and others also got it. For a moment, everyone's attention was focused on Lu Xinghe. "Brother Xing, you seem unable to move. It seems my sister-in-law went to see a romantic movie with someone. Brother Xing, what do you think?" "Brother Xing, do you want me to give you a 50-meter long sword and kill them?" There were 2 movie tickets, so it was obvious that Liu Ruyan was not the only one watching the movie. And her husband Lu Xing is still here. "It's okay, study hard," Lu Xing said lightly. Zha Zhahui glared. "Brother, can you tolerate this?" Su Mingqiu, "No wonder I'm still single, brother, you have such a big vision." Huo, "It's okay for a man to cry, it's not a sin." Lu Xinghe cast away a speechless look and said, "Can you stop imagining things? Don't you realize there's something else going on?" These people were confused. "What do you mean?" Chapter 70. As expected of a married man, his analysis is so thorough, he is a master of love. Lu Xing hooked his finger and said, "Come closer, open your carbon alloy dog eyes wide and take a good look. You showed me your movie ticket, but not your hand." Besides that, the cinema and hall number on the movie ticket were clearly photographed and deliberately enlarged. Who would be so bored as to take a screenshot and enlarge it? It was obviously done intentionally. This is obviously intended to create the impression that she is watching the movie with others, but in fact, she should be alone. If I go, it will play into her hands. Whoever gets anxious first will get the upper hand. After Lu Xinghe's explanation, the brothers looked at him with admiration. As expected of Brother Xing, as expected of a married man, your analysis is so thorough. You're a master of love, a military advisor. When I fall in love in the future, I will definitely need your advice. That's amazing. Brother Xing, please accept my knee tilde. Looking at the admiring faces of his brothers, Lu Xing was very calm. Okay, just focus on your studies. At this moment, the cinema was booked by Liu Ruyan. It was quiet, and there was no one around except Liu Ruyan. Oh no. Strictly speaking, it should be Liu Ruyan and a dog. Lula, why hasn't your dad come yet? A Samoyed was lying on Liu Ruyan's thighs. She stroked the dog's fur with her fingers, feeling helpless. Is he not coming? No, given his personality, he will definitely come to kill me. Liu Ruyan thought for a moment and said, do you want us to make a phone call and ask? Just as she picked up the phone, she shook her head. No, I can't fight. If I fight, it means I have to admit defeat and he has to apologize to me. Liu Ruyan put down her phone with a click. She began to worry again. Could it be that Lu Xing is blocked outside and can't get in? Impossible, I asked the staff to let you in. There's no way you can't get in. There's a traffic jam. It's normal at this time. Just wait a little longer. But when the movie started, Liu Ruyan didn't see Lu Xing come in. Liu Ruyan's heart was pounding, and she was very anxious. Her attention was not on the movie at all. She kept looking around. But there was no sign of Lu Xing. It's so annoying. He's not coming, is he? Even if there's a traffic jam, it shouldn't last for almost 2 hours, Liu Ruyan complained. The movie was almost over, but Lu Xing didn't show up. Didn't you see the circle of friends? While Liu Ruyan was panting, she heard footsteps behind her. Liu Ruyan's expression changed from disappointment to excitement in an instant. Husband, the person behind said in a panic. Excuse me, I'm here to clean up. It was the cleaning lady. After seeing the cleaning lady, Liu Ruyan was very disappointed. She originally thought it would be Lu Xing, but it turned out not to be him. Is he really not coming? That's too much. Isn't Lu Xing afraid of ending up in the crematorium after chasing his wife? If it were any other guy, wouldn't everyone be nervous if their wife got angry? Could it be that he doesn't like himself? Thinking of this, Liu Ruyan's heart sank suddenly. She lowered her head and stroked Liu's head, then asked, do you think your dad likes me? Liu just wagged his tail, stuck out his tongue and panted. It seems to be saying, "Oba." Liu Ruyan was very angry. You have to tell me your dad loves me. Otherwise, I won't give you any bones to eat. I'm going to pluck all your hair off. Even a dog bullies me. Woo woo woo, that's too much. The entire cinema was filled with Liu Ruyan's sobs. The aunt who watched the whole thing on the spot was confused. Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? After the class, the night was gradually getting dark. Gurgle, gurgle, Zha Hui's stomach began to growl. After seeing the looks from his brothers, he smiled sheepishly and said, I'm hungry, let's go eat. Zinjiju became excited. There's a new barbecue restaurant opened in front of the school. They say it's delicious. Let's go eat together. Lu Xing had no objection. Okay, let's go. So everyone agreed to go to a barbecue restaurant to have dinner. Just as I was about to stand up, I felt a chill on my back. Zha Hui, do you feel a chill? Shinasuk, there's murderous intent. Then they all looked back. I saw a girl leaning against the door frame with her arms around her. She tilted her delicate and pretty face with a forced smile. Where are you going? Take me with you. Everyone was stunned. He comes with bad intentions. The barbecue restaurant is very lively and bustling with the smell of fireworks. The aroma of meat filled the air. The air was bustling, and the atmosphere of the city was very strong. Liu Ruyan held the menu lazily. That's all you need. It's not enough. We need at least 10 bottles of beer and a bottle of white wine. Zha Hui, Huo, and others glanced in the direction of Lu Xing. Everyone was sweating for Lu Xing. Listen, this is the Hongmen banquet. Lu Xing is in trouble now. How could Lu Xing not see the worried looks of his brothers? Yes, they were probably afraid that Liu Ruyan would get them drunk. After all, everyone knows that their alcohol tolerance is not very good. Normally, I would pass out after drinking 1 or 2 glasses. But Lu Xing was not panicked. He had his own way. A large number of barbecues and beer were served on the table, and the aroma filled the air. However, Liu Ruyan did not focus on the barbecue, but directly picked up the wine glass. After she filled it up suddenly, The brothers also swallowed. I started to worry about Lu Xing. Now Lu Xing has to go out lying down. However, it was unexpected. She actually did something that shocked the whole audience. P.S. The author has been working on Sankai recently, staying up late to write until the early morning. I have corrected some typos. Don't say I'm a weak dog, but I'm very hardworking, Tilda. Chapter 71. The Yandere wife is angry. Are the consequences so terrible? However, it was unexpected. Liu Ruyan didn't give Lu Xing a wine glass, but filled it up and drank it all. Everyone was dumbfounded. I didn't expect Liu Ruyan to drink it alone. After she finished drinking, she continued to pour. Lu Xing was also a little surprised. He took the orange juice and handed it to Liu Ruyan, trying to take the wine glass from her hand. As a result, Liu Ruyan quit. I don't want it, I just drink. She glared at Lu Xing fiercely after drinking the wine. He slammed his wine glass on the table and questioned, "Say, why don't you come to the movies?" Liu Ruyan began to demand an explanation. Everyone felt deeply moved that Lu Xing was indeed a master of foresight. As expected, Liu Ruyan posted a picture of the movie ticket on her Moments in order to seduce Lu Xing. "You didn't ask me to watch a movie." Lu Xing faced Liu Ruyan's questioning lazily. This one sentence also stopped Liu Ruyan from questioning. Her face felt a little hot. "It's true, I didn't say anything. It's normal that he doesn't come. But she is his wife. Straight guy, a super straight guy." Liu Ruyan's eyes turned red as she knew she was wrong. She felt wronged, as she had actually created the opportunity on purpose. She had heard that couples who had a quarrel could reconcile by watching a movie. As a result, Lu Xing didn't show up and her plan fell through. If Lu Xing had appeared, the relationship between the two wouldn't be so awkward now. "I'm straight. If I weren't straight, I would have been hooking up with my brothers." After Lu Xing finished speaking, the other brothers immediately distanced themselves from the matter. No, even if you're gay, we won't pick up soap. Sister-in-law, don't get me wrong, there is no adultery between us. That's right, we just have a very pure friendship. You and sister-in-law are true love. Lu Xing rolled his eyes. "I was just kidding. Besides, even if I like men, I don't like big, pick-footed guys like you." This time he was laughed at and scolded by his brothers. "Who is the foot-picking guy? Tell me clearly." "That's right, I wash my feet every day. Besides, a little sore feet makes me look more manly. I'm not from Hong Kong, I don't play football and my feet don't stink." "No, Zha Hui, you have the nerve to say your feet don't stink. Your stinky socks are hanging on the head of my bed and they made me vomit." The brothers started to tease each other. Lu Xing was amused by what he heard. The picture was so vivid. However, Lu Xing found that Liu Ruyan looked depressed. She was eating skewers with her left hand and drinking beer with her right hand. He was addicted to it and drank it in big gulps. Lu Xing was amazed. A heroine. Just as Lu Xing finished his sigh, he saw Liu Ruyan drunk. Her eyes were blurry and her face was flushed. "You big bastard, woo-woo-woo, you're bullying me." She sobbed in grievance. This left everyone at a loss. "Sister-in-law, you seem drunk. I thought she could drink a lot, but it turns out she only needs 2 glasses to get drunk. Brother Xing, what should we do now? No one can bear to see a beautiful woman cry. Liu Ruyan is crying so hard now, looking so pitiful. Anyone who doesn't watch it will feel a pang in their heart. She was drunk, so I took her home first. I'm sorry to have made a fool of myself in front of you. I'll treat you to dinner," Lu Xing said. The brothers refused. "How can this be possible? It's not good to always ask you to treat us. You go first, we'll pay for it." Lu Xing nodded. "Okay." He carried Liu Ruyan on his back and walked out. But before leaving, he secretly paid the bill and left. Because the car was parked inside the school, Lu Xing had to carry Liu Ruyan back to school. Liu Ruyan was not very heavy and was a little too light for Lu Xing. Lu Xing carried her on his back and heard that she was restless, sobbing and hitting him with her little pink fists. He was mumbling something and Lu Xing couldn't hear clearly. "What did you say?" Lu Xing moved closer, trying to hear clearly, and then he understood a little bit. "Wow, hubby, why are you ignoring me?" "Okay, I got slapped in the face. I'll take care of you first." "Woof woof woof Tilda." The barking of the dog made Lu Xing laugh. "She is so cute. Why does a crow look like a desk?" "Because I like you, it just doesn't make sense. The plums are red, and my love for you is ripe. I'll change anything you don't like. Wow, don't ignore me, I will be sad. Husband, let's not quarrel, okay?" Soon there was a reply. "Good." Lu Xing became more and more excited as he listened to her crazy declaration of love. He felt sweet in his heart. She is making a fuss, acting wild and being jealous, isn't it because she likes him? Lu Xinghe felt that the wind was sweet. Under the moonlight, the figures of two people are elongated. Lu Xinghe seemed to see the scene of two people growing old and supporting each other. Liu Ruyan was still drunk, and Lu Xinghe didn't know if she heard what he said. Anyway, after she muttered a few words, she breathed evenly and said nothing more. Lu Xinghe felt her soft little face against his neck. He must have fallen asleep. She must be tired after a whole day. Honey, I love you too. Lu Xinghe muttered softly, although he still doesn't know if there is any way to make Liu Ruyan's condition better. I am even more confused about whether I should let her get better. If Liu Ruyan recovers, it means that the secondary personality will disappear. Thinking of this, Lu Xinghe felt conflicted. I feel a little uncomfortable. Lu Xinghe knew very well that he could not give up this feeling. Chapter 72, a familiar stranger appears, shocking everyone. But what can be done to strike a balance? After sending Liu Ruyan to the car, her face was all red from drinking, and her messy hair stuck to her cheeks. When she is quiet, she is as beautiful as an angel. The system also began to remind. Ding, interaction detected. Interaction value plus 54. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the skill of drinking 1,000 cups without getting drunk. Although this skill was developed late, Lu Xinghe didn't get to try it out just now. But he will have to socialize in the future and drink, so this skill will be of great help. After Lu Xinghe covered Liu Ruyan with a thin blanket, he prepared to drive. Then Liu Ruyan mumbled in her sleep, "MMMMM." She disobeyed and stretched out her hands and feet. Lu Xinghe was afraid that she would catch a cold, so he started pulling the thin blanket to cover her again. Unexpectedly, Liu Ruyan's lips kissed his jaw, and then she called out affectionately, "Husband." Lu Xinghe was stunned and his heart warmed. "I'm here, my husband will always be with you." He covered her with a thin blanket, and she stopped making a fuss and went back to sleep. Lu Xinghe watched her fall asleep before starting to drive. In order to make her more comfortable, Lu Xinghe deliberately drove slower. At this moment, the system began to remind. Ding, intimate behavior detected, intimacy value plus 34, rewarding the host with super night vision ability. When people drive at night, their vision is much worse. The system's reward just happened to play a key role. Lu Xinghe's eyes could fully adapt to the darkness, and the refraction of various lights would not hurt them. It was all soft light, very comfortable. The most important thing is that my eyesight has become much sharper. When Lu Xinghe was about to drive home, he caught a glimpse of a familiar face. A middle-aged man with a regular appearance, deep brows and eyes, wearing a sweatshirt and looking a little dusty. Lu Xinghe was slightly surprised, even though I've only seen it in photos. But Lu Xinghe was sure that he would not make a mistake. This is clearly... Lu Xinghe slammed on the brakes. When he was about to chase after him, he couldn't see any trace of the other person. Where are the people? Lu Xinghe was dumbfounded. No one was found. I clearly just saw it. Ahem. Lu Xinghe heard a noise coming from the car. It shocked him. Liu Ruyan, what happened? Lu Xinghe rushed to the car immediately. He noticed that Liu Ruyan had unbuckled her seatbelt and rolled onto the car floor. She obviously had a hiccup and was holding her forehead in pain. "Wife, are you okay?" Lu Xinghe said anxiously. "Wife?" After realizing that she was being called, her confused state instantly turned into shyness. "I'm not Yanyan." She knew Lu Xinghe wasn't calling her, but she couldn't help but feel her heart beating faster. "Liu Ruyan?" "Yes." Lu Xinghe was a little confused after getting her affirmation. The main personality has changed back. There was no sign at all. It changes in an instant. It's really confusing. But there must be an opportunity. Otherwise, how could Liu Ruyan change back? Did you hit your head? Will your personality switch if you faint? Lu Xinghe shook his head. A few times, there was no collision. She has changed too. It's unbelievable. What exactly happened in the car? When Lu Xinghe was having a headache, he suddenly remembered. There is a dash cam in the car. Perhaps he will find the answer soon. Does it still hurt? A little bit. Is it red? It's okay. I'll apply some safflower oil later. Okay, did Yanyan get you into trouble? No. Okay, but what did you do when you got off the car just now? Looking for someone. Lu Xinghe frowned. I'm not sure if I'm seeing things. What's the meaning? I saw my parents. The Lu family couple. No. Those are your biological parents. Yes. Lu Xinghe nodded. I saw my dad. If he was not mistaken, that was the original owner's father. It disappeared in a flash. This is also the first time that the other party has appeared after being missing for more than 10 years. The original owner's parents abandoned Lu Yunting in an orphanage and disappeared without a trace. No one knows why they disappeared. Some say they are dead. After all, there was no trace of them at all. But now it appeared before his eyes. Even if it's just a matter of seconds, Lu Xing had thought of his skills in finding people. Now he can use it. Lu Xing immediately entered the original owner's father's name, Zhao Minghai. After waiting for a few seconds, Lu Xing had widened his eyes. He wasn't mistaken. Sure. When Lu Xing felt it was unbelievable, Liu Ruyan's voice rang out. If you want them, I'll help you find them. No. Why? Chapter 73. It's not that he won't show up, but that he can't show up. Why? He's dead. What, didn't you say you saw him? Facing Liu Ruyan's surprised face, Lu Xing's eyes darkened. There are so many people in this world who look alike. Maybe I'm seeing things. The result provided by the system, death. If that's the case, then it's clear. Because he died, his whereabouts have been unknown. But there was something indescribable strange in Lu Xing's heart. How did he die? As if he had anticipated his death, he threw Lu Yunting into an orphanage. What exactly happened over the years? Don't be sad, I'm sorry. Liu Ruyan's comfort flowed into Lu Xing's heart like a warm current. It's all right with me. Lu Xing is a time traveler, and these are not his parents. Especially since you haven't raised him, he is like a stranger to you. How could Lu Xing develop feelings for a stranger? Compared to them, Lu Xing cared more about Liu Ruyan in front of him. In the study, Lu Xing has stared at the computer screen. A video is playing on the computer, which was copied from the dash cam. He placed his hand on his chin, his brow furrowed. After getting drunk, Liu Ruyan lay on the chair and fell asleep. Maybe it was a bit stuffy in the car. Shortly after he got out of the car, she unbuckled her seatbelt and opened the window for some fresh air. I leaned my face against the car window, felt the breeze, and fell asleep again. Besides, there is no deliberate point at all. Did nothing but fall asleep. Suddenly, Lu Xing had clicked the mouse. Zoom in on the surveillance image. His body slid down and his forehead hit the ground. Liu Ruyan is back. She has changed. Then the scene that Lu Xing had just seen happened. It's unbelievable. Just got hit on the head and changed. Could it be that Liu Ruyan has to faint before she can switch her personality? Not just being hit. Lu Xing's mind suddenly recalled scenes from the past. His frown relaxed little by little. It seems that the answer has really been found. Prerequisites for switching back to the dominant personality. Liu Ruyan was so dizzy. But we have to make sure whether it is true. He had to try it out. The question is, how to make Liu Ruyan faint. The night was dark, and a low-pressure atmosphere hung over the detention center. What? Lu Yunting's eyes widened. Dead. He couldn't believe his ears. Yes, he's been dead for 10 years. I heard that Zhao Haiming drowned in the sea after smuggling himself overseas to avoid debt. Father Lu sighed deeply. Otherwise, we can still be more powerful. Lu Xing, he must listen to his father. Dad, I don't want to go to jail. His dad is dead, so what about his mom? Lu Yunting was very anxious. It won't be long before we leave the court. He didn't want to actually go to jail. His mother is still in country M. She just resigned not long ago. I haven't found her yet, and I'm still sending people to look for her. Father Lu sighed. If we were to look for it domestically, it would definitely be much easier. But the problem is, we have limited manpower abroad, and it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. It's difficult to find it. It's okay, we can find her. Fortunately, she's not dead. Lu Yunting breathed a sigh of relief. As long as Lu Xing's mother is not dead, there is still hope. Dad, please, there's not much time left. Please find the person quickly. It's really unbearable to live here. The bed is so hard and there are rats and cockroaches. The food I eat tastes rotten and the shower water is cold. I'm bored to death without a cell phone. After hearing his son's complaints, Lu's father was also very anxious. I know, son, just bear with it for a while. I will make things better for you. Although the conditions here are not as good as outside, they are much better than other places. Lu Yunting gritted his teeth and nodded. Okay, I'll be patient a little longer. He didn't believe that God was really playing tricks on him and making him spend the rest of his life in jail. The stars move and the cool morning breeze blows. In the classroom, Zha Hui and others sat together. When he saw Lu Xing coming late and holding his waist, he joked, "Sister-in-law, are you being abused? Are you going to go back and kneel on the keyboard? This is back pain, not knee pain. You are so tactless. Looking at the scene yesterday, I guess you must have been coaxing me for a long time. It's normal to have a broken waist." When Lu Xing saw them smiling slyly, he immediately rolled his eyes. Your sister-in-law is very gentle. How could she abuse me? Don't think too much. I just sat for a long time and my waist hurts a little. Don't make any assumptions. The main reason was that Lu Xing watched videos for too long last night, and his back and waist ached from sitting. I didn't expect to be fooled by them tonight. These beasts, can you please restrain yourself? You're being stubborn and showing off. Your sister-in-law is obviously angry with you. Can you not coax her? The brothers smiled and thought Lu Xinghe was making excuses. Lu Xinghe rolled his eyes. Before he could move, he saw a dark shadow looming over him. I brought you some cushions, so you won't be too tired when you lean on them during class. A gentle voice sounded, startling the brothers. I found that the beautiful Liu Ruyan, who had a gentle personality, took a cushion and placed it behind Lu Xing. He is so considerate, and there is no sign of him getting angry. There was a faint smile on her face, as fresh and elegant as a jasmine flower. This scene was completely different from the aggressive and unruly look she had last night. It's like he's become a different person. Thank you. I also bought you some plaster. Do you want to apply it? No, I feel much better now. If it still hurts, let's go to the hospital. No need, it's just a small problem. I've printed out today's professional homework for you. You don't have to go to the printing room later. When Liu Ruyan placed the printed document on Lu Xinghe's desk, this instantly made Jia Hui and others panic. Oh shit, I forgot to print it. The professor will check it later, otherwise I'll lose credits. It's so nice to have a wife who helps prepare everything. Oh my God, why don't I have such a caring wife? Watching the brothers rush out of the classroom, Lu Xing was in a very happy mood. If I didn't have such a virtuous and capable wife, I would be the one in a mess now. Liu Ruyan is the strongest assistant. With her around, Lu Xinghe doesn't have to worry about anything at all. But Lu Xing's thoughts stopped at last night's speculation. Gotta make her dizzy. Only then can we know the truth of the matter. He has already figured out how to do it. We'll see if it succeeds in a while. P.S. Please don't forget to give me a 5-star rating. The author humbly begs, your praise is my great honor. Writing a book is not easy. Please give me a good review. If you are willing to give me a small reward, I will pray every day to help you get out of single life soon. Chapter 74, Lu Xinghe's actions are as fierce as a tiger. After noon, Lu Xinghe said to Liu Ruyan, we need to go buy markers. Let's go together. Good. So Liu Ruyan got into Lu Xinghe's car. Lu Xinghe's eyes were deep, looking straight ahead. He made preparations and stepped on the accelerator directly. Stop, stop, stop. I can't stand it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Ooh, I feel so dizzy. Lu Xing moved as fiercely as a tiger and started drifting directly. Relying on his top-notch racing skills, he successfully made Liu Ruyan dizzy. Her face looked very ugly, and she grabbed the handrail immediately. But it was no use. Lu Xing had already made up his mind. Rushing forward in one go. Stop. Ugh. A scream of fear was heard. An emergency brake was applied, and the car was filled with the sound of rapid breathing. Lu Xing had gasped violently. His face was completely red, and there was a thin layer of sweat on his forehead. He looked at the girl beside him. She had fainted, and her eyelashes drooped like a fan. She looked completely like a weak and frail sick beauty. Lu Xing frowned slightly. Okay, done. The result happened faster than I thought. Liu Ruyan fainted. Now we just have to wait for the results. Is it the same as I expected? Lu Xing was a little nervous. Time passes by every second. Lu Xing heard the whimpering of a kitten beside him. Wu, are you okay? Lu Xing had called out tentatively. Wife. His eyes were fixed on Liu Ruyan's pretty little face. She opened her eyes, obviously at a loss. Like a little rabbit, it feels dizzy just after waking up. Where is this? Outside, you just got carsick. Husband, are you willing to pay attention to me now? Humph. Liu Ruyan proudly acted like a young lady, her large pupils filled with dissatisfaction, but the slightly upturned corners of her mouth revealed that she was secretly delighted. Lu Xinghe was ecstatic. Changed. She's become a secondary personality. That little Yandere is back. So I guessed right. Only after Liu Ruyan faints will he change back to his secondary personality. Lu Xinghe felt more cheerful. If that's the case, then he will have a way to deal with Liu Ruyan's personality switch and won't be confused. Otherwise, you're barking at me. How can I ignore you? A dog barking. When? Don't accuse me wrongly. Liu Ruyan's face turned red. She was embarrassed and her eyelashes drooped. It was obvious that he was trying to recall whether he had said it or not, and he was panicking. Lu Xinghe smiled and replied, Yes, you were drunk and then I carried you back. Okay, I forgot everything, and now you are the one playing tricks. I don't. Liu Ruyan shook her head like a rattle. Okay, let's stop arguing in the Cold War. Let's just call a truce, okay? Are you really not mad at me anymore? Aren't you angry with me? I don't know what I did to provoke you. Liu Ruyan pouted her lips and spoke in a baby voice. I'm not mad at you, I just care about you too much. It's just that you didn't tell me and even hid it from me, so I'm angry. I don't want you to treat me as an outsider. I care about you the most, but you are so mean. Every time I give you a way out, you don't take it. As she spoke, tears welled up in her crystal eyes. The tone is aggrieved. Lu Xing's heart softened when he saw it. He immediately hugged Liu Ruyan in his arms. Okay, let's put the past behind us, I understand. Liu Ruyan's arms were tightly kneading Lu Xing's waist. Hubby, I won't quarrel with you anymore. Okay, be a good boy from now on. Hey, boo. Liu Ruyan pouted her tender red lips and asked for a kiss. Lu Xing bent down and kissed her on the mouth without hesitation. She was very passionate, put her arms around Lu Xing's neck and deepened the kiss. The sweet cherry flavor lingers between the lips and teeth. Lu Xinghe likes her very much and thinks she is more attractive than cherries. Ding, interaction value detected plus 45, rewarding the host with a future prediction kit, which can predict a future event in advance. Lu Xinghe accepted the reward from the system. The kiss ended at this moment. Looking at his sweet, soft, and delicious wife in front of him, Lu Xinghe was satisfied. Lu Xinghe opened the brocade bag. He wanted to know what would happen in the future, what he hadn't seen in the novel. However, when Lu Xinghe saw it, his scalp went numb. Lu Xinghe saw a scene echoing in his mind. The entire bathtub was stained with bright red blood. The girl lay pale in the bathtub filled with blood. That face was exactly Liu Ruyan. Lu Xinghe's pupils widened. Will Liu Ruyan die? It shouldn't be. It will be mentioned in the novel. The current scene only shows Liu Ruyan in the bathtub with blood staining the water red, but it does not mean that she will die. But what exactly happened? Will she become like this? Chapter 75, Are you sure your husband is a thin dog? When Lu Xing was confused, the system reminded him. This is what will happen in the future according to the current plot trajectory, but it does not mean it will definitely happen. After all, everything will change according to your behavior. Lu Xing, so it would be useful if I could stop it. System, I don't know about this either. After all, everything can have a butterfly effect. After hearing what the system said, Lu Xing was thoughtful. Even if a butterfly effect occurs, at least there is still hope that he can save Liu Ruyan. As long as she could live, he didn't mind what happened in the subsequent story. Hubby, what are you thinking about? Why are you in a daze? Liu Ruyan, with her arms around Lu Xing's neck, spoke softly, with a hint of tears in her voice. Lu Xing lowered his head and smiled faintly at Liu Ruyan. I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just thinking about how to fatten you up. He didn't want to pass on his negative emotions to Liu Ruyan. Besides, the future is unknown, and he still has a way to seize the opportunity and reverse the situation. However, he didn't know exactly when this happened. When she heard that she wanted to gain weight, she simply held her little face and kneaded it hard, as if she were a dough, either puffing up like a goldfish or pinching her cheeks and making funny faces. What are you doing? Lu Xing was amused. Liu Ruyan's eyes were bright, and she pouted as she complained. If I get any fatter, you'll have a double chin tilde. She glanced at Lu Xing and smiled slyly. You, on the other hand, need to eat more tilde. There was a bold idea echoing in her mind. Me, that's not necessary. You have to eat, I don't like thin dogs. You said I was a thin dog. Lu Xing lowered his head and squinted his eyes. Whether it's detailed or not, you'll know when you get back to the bedroom. Liu Ruyan's cheeks flushed slightly, and she muttered. I mean, he's too thin. He doesn't feel fleshy when touched. He should be a little stronger. I don't have any exercise. Look at my biceps. Lu Xinghe showed off his strong arms and muscles. Liu Ruyan was so aroused by what she saw that she put her face close to his in admiration. Whatever, we need to eat more. When are we going to eat? You little greedy cat, okay? I'll take you to eat now. After arriving at the restaurant, Lu Xing found something wrong. Liu Ruyan doesn't like fried chicken very much, but this time she actually took the initiative to suggest going to a fried chicken restaurant. Liu Ruyan ordered a lot of high-calorie foods. Hamburgers, fried chicken, cola, French fries, double skim milk, lava-filled yellow peach egg tarts, popcorn chicken, finger-licking original chicken, red bean pie, old Beijing chicken roll. That's too much, that's enough. If Lu Xing hadn't stopped her, she would have ordered all the items in the store. After all the food is served, she starts feeding. Liu Ruyan was reluctant to let Lu Xing take it. She even refused when Lu Xinghe wanted to take it himself. Here, eat more. This egg tart is baked golden and crispy. I took a bite of the burger. The salad dressing inside was quite sweet. The skin was very thin and tender, and the chicken nuggets were greasy when I bit into them. Drink another cup of Coke with ice. It's really thirst-quenching. Looking at his attentive wife, Lu Xinghe felt suspicious. Then why are you trying so hard to feed me today? I just want you to eat more. What bad intentions could I have? However, how could Lu Xinghe believe what Liu Ruyan said? You know, Liu Ruyan is a little Yandere. Lu Xinghe was intimidating without getting angry. Will you tell me or not? The look in his eyes made her look like a sickly cat. Finally, it softened. Okay, actually, I do have a little selfish motive. I want to fatten you up, ideally to 300 pounds, so no one will be interested in you. Anyway, I will always like you and will never dislike you. No one competes with me, that's the best Tilda. After hearing Liu Ruyan's words, Lu Xinghe was at a loss whether to laugh or cry. My goodness, she wants to feed him until he weighs 300 kilograms. How can that be acceptable? What's wrong? You don't want to? Are you reluctant to leave the girls out there? Liu Ruyan's beautiful fox eyes narrowed slightly, and it was unknown what she was planning. Lu Xinghe felt that the atmosphere was not right. This little tsundere, once he makes up his mind, it's hard to change. In order to achieve the goal, we will definitely use any means. How can I curb this horrible idea of the little Yandere? Baby. Lu Xinghe pulled Liu Ruyan over and let her sit on his lap. He put his arms around her slender waist. Liu Ruyan, who was originally angry, smiled happily and sat in Lu Xinghe's arms. If I weigh 300 pounds, will you squash me flat if you sleep with me? Besides, being fat like that is not healthy. Could it be that you want me to die young and become a widow early? After Lu Xinghe mentioned this, Liu Ruyan instantly became anxious. She shook her head like a rattle and denied it. I don't want to. I'm sorry, I just wanted to keep you all to myself. Liu Ruyan murmured softly in grievance, with a pitiful expression. Her slender, white, and tender fingers gently played with Lu Xinghe's tie. Who can withstand this move? Especially when she apologized? The sweetness of her coquettishness made Lu Xinghe feel soft. Lu Xinghe pinched Liu Ruyan's face and said, Since I have chosen to be your husband, I will not be irresponsible. You are my heart's desire, and I will not change. Liu Ruyan urged, Hands out. What? Lu Xinghe was puzzled, but still stretched out his hand. Where's the ring? Liu Ruyan looked at Lu Xinghe with resentment in her eyes. Lu Xinghe's middle finger was empty. She waved at Lu Xinghe, and the diamond ring on her middle finger was still flashing. I wear it all the time, even when I'm showering. How could you not wear it? A man's mouth is a deceitful ghost, so it still needs to be locked up, and he will obey obediently. Chapter 76. You are in trouble today because you fell into my brother's hands. How did Liu Ruyan manage to say the cruelest words with such a beautiful and pure face? Lu Xinghe believed that Liu Ruyan could definitely do it. Is it possible that you saw the wrong hand? Lu Xinghe was amused. He raised his left hand and said to Ruyan Liu solemnly, Here it is. Liu Ruyan was stunned, and actually saw that Lu Xinghe was wearing a men's ring on his left ring finger. A happy smile suddenly appeared on her face. Husband. Lu Xinghe's eyes were gentle. I wear it here to show that I'm married, so others won't bother me. I will definitely give you the sense of security you deserve. Can you rest assured now? Liu Ruyan threw herself into Lu Xinghe's arms without hesitation, tilted her head back and kissed him. I love you the most in this world, Tilda. Looking at the delicate girl in his arms, Lu Xinghe's eyes were extremely gentle. Although the little Yandere is sometimes a little willful, she is easy to coax and easy to satisfy. I won't make trouble or quarrel with you at every turn. Lu Xinghe felt that marrying this wife would save him a lot of worries. Ding, interaction value plus 67, rewarding the host with God-level hearing. As long as you control it with your mind, you can hear sounds within 500 meters, even through walls. While this isn't surveillance, it's so easy. This skill is especially suitable for eating. When Lu Xinghe and Liu Ruyan were being affectionate with each other, Lu Xinghe's cell phone suddenly rang. At a glance, there is news about Green Bubble. It was Su Mingqiao who called. Hello, Lu Xinghe picked up the phone. There was a noisy quarrel coming from the other end of the phone. It also causes pain to other people. Lu Xinghe had a bad feeling in his heart. Then Su Mingqiao's voice sounded. Oh no, Jia Hui and the others are fighting with the seniors. When Lu Xinghe heard this, his heart trembled, especially since he could hear that the other end of the phone was really noisy. The argument was intense. Even if you can't see the picture, You can imagine that something is wrong. How did the fight start? Lu Xing asked immediately. The basketball court in the playground was surrounded by people. Waves of unconvinced quarrels echoed all around. Damn it, I'll cut you. If you want to cut it, then cut it. It has to be based on first come, first served. If you look again, I'll give you a big slap in the face. You guys aren't playing ball. Why are you occupying public resources? What do you mean by occupying public resources? We came here first and are tired now. Can't we rest here? We can rest wherever we want. What's it to you? Damn it, you were about to leave, but when you saw us coming, you sat down again. You guys are just juniors, and you dare to be so disrespectful in front of us seniors. I'll slap you in the face. Fuck you, I built all my muscles for a good reason. We've been tolerating your junior year for so long. I saw Jia Hui and others starting a verbal fight with the junior seniors led by the school bully. In the end, Jia Hui was not convinced and punched the leading school bully, and the two men started fighting. The others watched the fight and took advantage of the chaos to throw a few punches, making the scene extremely chaotic. Jia Hui was ambushed by several seniors. He was beaten so hard that he saw stars and fell to the ground. When others saw this, they subconsciously surrounded Jia Hui. Zinjiju, Huo, and others wanted to rush over to help, but they were caught by other helpers and could not get close to Jia Hui at all. The school bully who suppressed Jia Hui smiled triumphantly. You kid, you don't know how to respect your seniors. Today I will teach you a lesson. The school bully kicked Jia Hui in the stomach roughly. Jia Hui, who was kicked, immediately gasped. He clutched his stomach in unbearable pain, throbbing with pain. The school bully was not satisfied and signaled his two lackeys with his eyes. When they were about to gang up on Jia Hui, a figure rushed up from behind. As fast as a cheetah, beyond everyone's expectation, he kicked a lackey away. Don't be afraid, dear son. Your father is here. Lu Xing looked at Jia Hui, lying on the ground with a stern look in his eyes. After seeing Lu Xing appear, Jia Hui's eyes filled with tears. He cursed with a smile. Go to hell, I am your father. You are here to save me. Lu Xing's arrival boosted morale. Huo and his men, who were originally in a difficult situation, fought back fiercely and immediately gained the upper hand, forcing the opponent to retreat step by step. The school bully is very concerned about his reputation. Seeing Lu Xing coming to save people, how could I be willing to do that? If he loses this time, where will he put his reputation as a senior? Even if I lose, I must not lose to these sophomores. Is there anyone who is not afraid of death? If you fall into my hands today, you will be dead. The school bully gritted his teeth and said ferociously. He glanced at his brothers again. Come together. Seeing a group of people approaching Lu Xing and others, Zinjiju was a little panicked. What to do? There are so many of them. Just do it, there's nothing to be afraid of. Lu Xing's anger was completely ignited. I heard that the juniors are bullying the sophomores. It would be a coward if we don't fight back. Besides, Lu Xing has a level 1 fighting skill rewarded by the system. He can't even beat a few karami. Just when the battle mode was about to start. At this moment, a hurried voice sounded. Senior Liu Han, please give me some face and don't bother with them. P.S. I know my readers are the best looking and smartest. My friends say they're the kindest, so they'll definitely send me 3 gifts every day. Crazy hint? You can't lose such a hardworking author, so encourage them. Just send 3 gifts, and today the author can have instant noodles with an egg. Chapter 77. Press my head to make me apologize and dance at your ancestral grave. Everyone looked over and saw a girl with 2 pigtails. She was wearing a short ruffled skirt, and her fair face was full of anxiety as she begged her senior. It's Jiang Mengmeng. Lu Xing didn't expect that Jiang Mengmeng would come out to kill him at this time. Is she crazy? What is she talking about? Jiang Mengmeng, get away from me, Lu Xing has said with disgust. Don't be so willful. Hurry up and apologize to Senior Liu Han and everything will be fine. Jiang Mengmeng was anxious. Senior Liu Han is a fighting champion. You can't beat him. Jiang Mengmeng originally planned to go to the library, but she heard that Lu Xing had gathered people for a fight. If he were to fight with the school bully, Lu Xing would definitely not win. Not to mention that Lu Xing was outnumbered while they were outnumbered. Lu Xing had thought what Jiang Mengmeng said was ridiculous. You're so sure I'll lose, you'll be disappointed today. Lu Xing, why are you still showing off? Are you willing to be beaten down before you can accept it? Jiang Mengmeng, even if I get beaten up, it's my business. Who do you think I am? Why are you complaining here? Lu Xing lost his patience. He felt that Jiang Mengmeng looked down on him from the bottom of her heart. She thinks he has no strength and will just be beaten up by Fatty. I'm leaving this to you today. We must take this breath back. Lu Xing spoke to Jiang Mengmeng fiercely, with no intention of backing down. From the time they entered school until their senior year, these juniors acted like kings of the mountain and didn't even take the freshmen and sophomores seriously. Either they treat the younger students as errand boys, or they act like seniors and show off their power. But Jiang Mengmeng still has to continue to stop Lu Xing. The school bully smiled and said, "Jiang Mengmeng, look at these rubbish. They don't even intend to give you this face. Just go and have a good rest under the shade of the tree and see how I can help you deal with them." He had already twisted his wrists and was staring at Lu Xing fiercely. It seems like Lu Xing is just a little lamb. The other men also laughed wildly because of Jiang Mengmeng's plea for mercy. The hungry wolves approached Lu Xing and others step by step. Jiang Mengmeng was very worried. This situation is not good. Lu Xing will definitely be beaten black and blue soon. Did she call 110 or 120? Just as Jiang Mengmeng was about to pick up her phone, her braid was yanked back hard. She howled in pain and grabbed her hair to try to break free. "Who is it? Let go." A cold voice fell from above his head. "Stop getting in the way and affecting my husband's performance." Jiang Mengmeng was startled and raised her head after hearing the cold voice. Then I saw a beautiful girl with a sinister expression and red lips with a bloodthirsty taste. "Are you crazy? They're going to gang up on Lu Xing and you're still so calm. You're not stopping them, are you hindering me?" Jiang Mengmeng's eyes were full of anger. "What's wrong? Are you not satisfied until you see Lu Xing injured? You are such a despicable and vicious woman. No wonder you were locked up in a mental hospital for so long." When Jiang Mengmeng was cursing Liu Ruyan, her neck was suddenly strangled tightly. "You're so annoying, could you please shut up? My husband is very capable, don't underestimate him. Besides, they really beat my husband down. I bet none of them will walk out of here alive." Jiang Mengmeng was almost having trouble breathing. She was stunned by Liu Ruyan's beautiful face, which was full of threats. Liu Ruyan's grip is really strong. This is a Yandere. She tried desperately to tear Liu Ruyan apart. Only then did Liu Ruyan let go of her hand. Jiang Mengmeng coughed violently. Cough, 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 cough. Liu Ruyan stood there with a proud attitude, like a white swan, with her arms folded across her chest and her little face held high. "If I still want to keep you alive, don't do anything you shouldn't do." Jiang Mengmeng gasped in fear. Liu Ruyan was definitely not trying to scare her. Given Liu Ruyan's vicious personality, she will definitely do it for real. But Jiang Mengmeng didn't have time to be afraid. She was horrified to see a group of thugs rushing towards Lu Xing. It seemed as if fists were about to rain down on Lu Xing. Jiang Mengmeng's eyes turned red and she was about to cry. "Be careful." She didn't dare to look. After a moment, a muffled groan was heard. She was confused. It wasn't Lu Xing's voice. Jiang Mengmeng looked over suddenly. There was murderous intent in Lu Xing's eyes. He threw the boy who rushed towards him to the ground with a beautiful shoulder throw, and then gave him a neat side kick. 2 clicks and it's solved. Then he would go up and punch him twice hard, and he would scream in pain. The air was filled with Jia Jia Hui's cheers. "Son, well done. When did you learn this trick?" Jiang Mengmeng was stunned. Lu Xing can actually fight. He can even fight 1 against 5, no problem. It was the first time she saw Lu Xing with his own sparkle. He is agile, and his punches are as fast as the wind. The school bully who used to be so powerful and domineering in the competition has now become a turtle in a jar. Lu Xing had punched the school bully twice on the nose. The school bully wailed, blood spurted out of his nose, and he had no power to fight back. She had just tried to stop the fight and asked Lu Xing to bow his head and apologize. I thought Lu Xing would be beaten to a pulp, but the opposite happened. Someone actually beat up the school bully. Now Jiang Mengmeng's face was burning with shame. From this perspective, she was really meddling in other people's business. Su Mingqiao and others were so excited watching this. "Wait, aren't they helpers? How did you become a spectator? It seems that they are not needed for this." The battle is over. Liu Ruyan watched everything quietly, the corners of her lips slowly rising. She smiled softly at Jiang Mengmeng. "See, my husband." There was a sense of pride between his eyebrows. Liu Ruyan's posture immediately overwhelmed Jiang Mengmeng by a large margin. Jiang Mengmeng was very dissatisfied. If Liu Ruyan hadn't intercepted him, Lu Xing would still be circling around him. "What do you think? Are you convinced?" Lu Xing looked down at the school bully. Unexpectedly, the school bully was very unwilling to give in and shouted, "I want to get my injuries examined. I want to sue you for assault." Chapter 78. He is crazy, let him be crazy. Anyway, she is a crazy protector of her husband. Snap. Liu Han covered the left half of his face that was slapped, somewhat unable to believe it. The girl under the sun is stubborn in nature. What's wrong with hitting you? I'm angry, do I need to hold it in? You can sue me all you want. If you win, my family will be in vain. Bullying my husband's brothers, I won't let your whole family be wiped out. It was Liu Ruyan, who raised her chin arrogantly. She couldn't understand a word outsiders saying when they cursed Lu Xing. He also couldn't stand being hit by outsiders. Let him be crazy. Anyway, she is protecting her husband. There was a hint of cruelty in Liu Ruyan's eyes, and her red lips curled up in displeasure. Let the school bully shudder. Lu Xinghe looked at his wife and stood up for him. He has an indescribable warmth. Suddenly, the school bully's cell phone started beeping nonstop. When the school bully took it out and looked at it, his eyes widened. He immediately nodded and bowed to Lu Xing. I'm sorry, it's my fault today. I apologize to you all, I'm sorry, I won't be so arrogant in the future. No matter how wrong I am, it's all my fault. You are right to hit me. I deserved it. I shouldn't have deliberately led my brothers to make things difficult for the sophomores and occupied the basketball court. Your hands don't hurt, do they? If beating me isn't enough, I'll beat myself. As he said this, the school bully slapped himself suddenly. The face was slapped with a loud slapping sound. You can tell the force was really strong and the blow was very harsh. The face was red and swollen. After beating his face until it was swollen, he smiled at Lu Xing and said, "Are you satisfied? If not, I'll beat you again." This left all the men stunned. Is this considered hanging oneself? Lu Xinghe was curious. He didn't expect the school bully's attitude to change so drastically. Looking at Liu Ruyan, who was confident of victory, he felt that it must have something to do with her. What did you do? Lu Xinghe asked about Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan tapped her lips with her finger and smiled. Kiss me and I'll tell you. Lu Xinghe looked around and saw so many people. The brothers are all watching. How could he have the nerve to kiss Liu Ruyan in person? Let's talk about it when we get back. Go back and give me 10. Does this include raising prices on the spot? I'm lucky I didn't time it in seconds. Good fellow, you are blackmailing me. Just tell me whether you want a kiss or not. Liu Ruyan pouted her red lips, looking angry. Lu Xing leaned closer to her ear. Honey, it's okay to unlock more poses. Liu Ruyan's ears were burned by Lu Xing's magnetic and hot breath. Happiness appeared on her little face. It's a deal. Jiang Mengmeng felt very uncomfortable when she saw Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan being intimate. She fantasized that she was the one who was intimate with Lu Xing. It was obvious that Lu Xing had always been obedient to her and always showed his tenderness to Liu Ruyan. That's too much. No wonder Liu Ruyan would act so arrogant in front of him. I don't know when Lu Xing will change his mind about me. However, she believed that after so many years of friendship between her and Lu Xing would definitely look back. At this moment, the school bully was so embarrassed after apologizing to Lu Xing that he wanted to crawl into a hole in the ground. Let's go, the school bully said to his brothers dejectedly. Is that it? Someone was unwilling to accept it. What else? The school bully used his eyes to warn his men not to cause trouble. Can I mess with the person in front of me? Do you still want to walk out of school alive? Afraid that Lu Xing would change his mind, the school bully almost ran away. The subordinates were outnumbered and had no choice but to give in and follow him. Zha Hui was very happy. Haha, you'll have to take a detour when you see us next time. Su Mingqiao. Luckily, Brother Xing arrived in time, otherwise we really wouldn't be able to handle it. Huo, Brother Xing, where did you learn those moves? We didn't expect you to be so good at fighting. Lu Xinghe scratched the back of his head and smiled. It's always good to have many skills, so I just learned a few. Zha Hui exclaimed. You call this just learning a few moves? You could even play in a professional tournament. Huo was excited. That's right, we were all very happy watching it. Liu Ruyan said proudly, Of course this is my husband. Liu Ruyan tugged at her twin ponytails, unconsciously looking cute and silly with the corners of her mouth turned up, no longer the cold beauty from before. Now she is Lu Xing's little fangirl. Lu Xing couldn't help but laugh after hearing this. Stop praising me. Liu Ruyan snorted. No matter who comes, my husband is the first one. She is totally full of praise. This scene made Zha Hui and others wink at Lu Xing and make a fuss. Brother Xing, I'm happy again. Lu Xing coughed and pretended to be calm. Don't give me that. From now on, if you want to play basketball, go to the school's indoor basketball court. It's hot now, and it's not easy to play outside in the sun. Zha Hui said sadly. We want to go too, but the problem is that the indoor basketball court is not open to the public, so we can't go. Hugh sighed. That's right, otherwise there is air conditioning and I won't have to sweat all over. Indoor basketball courts are used as competition venues, and since they are not members of the basketball team, they have no chance to enter. Don't worry, I'll help you. After hearing Lu Xing's confident words, they were extremely happy. Zha Hui excitedly said, Xing GV5, I can even serve you tea and water. Lu Xing, no need, Hadia can relieve your worries. Zha Hui, I'll take care of it for you for a week. Lu Xing had 1 month. Zha Hui, oh. Hugh, then I'll treat you to a meal. How about hot pot, just don't eat me bankrupt. Lu Xing, eat yourself bankrupt. That's an exaggeration. At most, I'll just stay and wash the dishes. Hugh, brother Xing, please be merciful. Su Mingqiu, hey, I'll wash your stinky socks for you. Lu Xing, ha, sure, but don't deny it. If you pass out, I won't take you to the hospital. Lu Xing and his brothers were chatting and laughing, preparing to eat hot pot. In an instant, a guilty voice sounded. I'll treat you. Chapter 79, please give me this chance to make amends. Lu Xinghe looked in the direction of the sound and saw Jiang Mengmeng, who was full of apology. The smile on his face suddenly disappeared. Need not. Please give me this chance. I've caused you so much trouble. I'll make amends for it. We're not that poor, and we don't want to eat with people we don't know well. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. Jiang Mengmeng's heart ached slightly, looking at the young man who used to hold her in his hands and love her. He is now cold and arrogant. She was almost crying. Lu Xing didn't hesitate to glance at Jiang Mengmeng. Liu Ruyan looked at Jiang Mengmeng with a warning look. He mind stay away. She bumped into Jiang Mengmeng's shoulder and followed Lu Xing with a strong possessiveness. Zha Hui and others didn't give Jiang Mengmeng a good look either. You didn't cherish the person in front of you, and now you regret it. Brother Xing was so good to you before, but you turned a blind eye to it and even got together with Lu Yunting. You really deserve it. You will never meet someone who loves you as much as Brother Xing did before. When everyone left, Jiang Mengmeng was the only one left at the scene. The sunlight made her lips turn white, and she was so weak that she could hardly stand. You will never meet someone who loves you as much as Brother Xing did before. When did she lose the big boy whose eyes were full of him? Jiang Mengmeng's eyes were filled with sadness. She glanced at Lu Xing as departing back. Then her eyes went dark and she fainted on the ground. Life is like a dream. She hopes she is really dreaming. After waking up from the dream, the warm-hearted man with a gentle voice who brought her milk tea every day would appear in front of her again with milk tea in his hands. On the windowsill, Liu Ruyan hugged Lu Xing and wrapped her arm around Lu Xing's arm. Lu Xinghe could feel that her body was as soft as water. The kiss suddenly fell on her beautiful red lips like raindrops. Interest, is that enough? Lu Xinghe asked her in a hoarse voice. Lu Xing did not forget the agreement he made with her. Go back and kiss, but the kiss will be doubled. But I found that she was giggling in a daze. Her slender fingers stroked Lu Xinghe's facial features. Be careful, curiosity kills the cat. I'm not a cat and I'm not afraid of death. The fortune teller said I will live to 99. Lu Xinghe replied with a smile. He has a system, and he doesn't believe the system can be so cruel. Let him die so early. Actually, I didn't do anything. I just wanted to fire his parents' jobs and make him homeless. There was a smile in Liu Ruyan's eyes. So he begged for mercy, and you let him go. How could that be? Liu Ruyan's pretty and delicate little face lay lazily on Lu Xinghe's shoulder, with her slender white hand resting on her chin. She smiled meaningfully, with a hint of bloodthirsty coldness at the corner of her mouth. I never mentioned that I wouldn't fire his parents just because he begged for mercy. That was just his wishful thinking. My wife is really scheming when she plays this trick. Lu Xing had already guessed it. His wife is quite cruel and ruthless. Otherwise, can I call her a Yandere? If I'm not ruthless, then others will be ruthless to me. Liu Ruyan paused and blew a breath into Lu Xinghe's ear. Of course. Lu Xinghe felt a hint of threat when her soft and fragrant breath came over him. If you betray me, I will cut you into pieces. Anyway, I won't let you die easily. I have hundreds of ways to torture you here, and I will definitely not let you die immediately. If you mess with a Yandere, you'll either break your legs or die. Lu Xing could tell from her description how powerful her skills were. Then you're going to be widowed, won't you? Why do you want to marry again? Lu Xing was surprised and felt uncomfortable after hearing this. I will die on the same day as you. Liu Ruyan's eyes were firm, and she raised her chin arrogantly. If you die, I will never live alone. Her eyes were dark, and she was definitely not just trying to win over others with her words. Lu Xing didn't feel creepy after hearing this. On the contrary, I think my wife is quite infatuated. Is he now a masochist because of the provocation of the Yandere girl? So you really want me to die? Then you have to betray me. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Lu Xing said. I don't like being a minotaur, and I certainly don't like messing around outside. Lu Xing likes wolves very much, because wolves are the most affectionate and sincere people in this world. Of course, if he really encountered a wolf, Lu Xing would definitely run faster than anyone else. System, hey, you are the protagonist after all, can you not be a coward? Nowadays, wolves go to the highway to beg, they are not so ferocious. You must fight for supremacy and become the Wolf King. Lu Xing is not a pure love god of war, but he is not a playboy either. Especially in his own world, he has a happy family. His parents have a good relationship, and he grew up in a warm environment. Children whose parents have a bad relationship will always lack love. He hopes that his children can be as lucky as he is and grow up happily. There was a smile on Liu Ruyan's lips. Like a lazy cat, the voice is very tired. I don't like to hear what people say, I like to hear what people do. She placed her hands on Lu Xing's shoulders. Before Lu Xing could react, tear it. A silk shirt worth tens of thousands of yuan was scrapped. Chapter 80. Liu Ruyan plays games again. But Lu Xing didn't feel sorry. After all, Liu Ruyan gave enough benefits. Lu Xing hugged Liu Ruyan's shoulders tightly, satisfied with the warmth on his lips. Hey, hubby, love you. Liu Ruyan has misty eyes and is full of charm, just like a bewitching red rose. This is definitely a voice control benefit. The night suddenly deepened. Lu Xing came out of the bathroom after taking a shower. The system's reminder also sounded. Ding, rewarding the host with the skill of losing money and making a profit. The more money you lose, the more you gain. I saw her lying on the bed, sleeping exhaustedly. She was really tired, her little hands resting on the pillow. The beautiful little face looked tired, covered with a quilt, and was sleeping soundly. Lu Xing had given her a bath first, so logically she shouldn't feel hot. Especially since the room has been ventilated and the air conditioner is on, she should feel more comfortable. Now he is kicking the quilt. You're still kicking off the quilt. Aren't you afraid of catching a cold? Lu Xing turned on the air conditioner, but the temperature was not high. He covered her with a blanket because he was afraid that she would catch a cold. But she has a bad habit of sticking her feet out of the quilt. Lu Xing covered Liu Ruyan with the quilt again. She ended up contradicting him again. Either stretch out your hands or stretch out your feet. Over and over again. Lu Xing raised his eyebrows. She's really naughty. She caught a cold and her eyes are full of tears. Especially since Liu Ruyan had just had a warm meal and was now cold again. One is cold and the other is hot like ice and fire. It is very easy to get sick. You're so disobedient. Lu Xing is worried about his wife. Without hesitation, he grasped her hand and held it still. He tried to pull the quilt over him. As a result, Liu Ruyan was seen mumbling in her sleep. She was obviously unhappy and kept sobbing. No. Want. Lu Xing is very tough and rules must be established. A little Yandere, just like a little kid. We can't let her do whatever she wants. Otherwise, this family will be gone. Lu Xing didn't want her to catch a cold and have a fever, so he decided to be mean to her. Even if she gets angry and loses her temper, he won't be soft-hearted. Ding, interaction value detected. Congratulations to the host, interaction value plus 35. Reward the host with super stress resistance, no anxiety, and prevent depression. It seems that Lu Xing has been holding on to it for too long. The girl who was originally sleeping opened her eyes. Her eyes were dull, and after feeling Lu Xing's grab, her face turned red with embarrassment. Very shy, but she did it reflexively. A feeling of suffocation and difficulty breathing has spread. Let go, let go. Lu Xing thought she was throwing a tantrum and didn't listen at all. But in a moment, I heard rapid breathing. Lu Xing realized that something was wrong. Liu Ruyan's face had turned red as liver color, and her breathing was rapid. It's a complete hyperventilation reaction. She has a delicate feeling, so fragile that people want to protect her. Especially her eyes were red, like a rabbit, as if she was being bullied by herself. Lu Xing's eyes widened. This isn't a Yandere, this is the main personality. Lu Xing immediately let go of his hand. Are you okay? He felt a little guilty. It's really painful to see Liu Ruyan. After he stopped touching her, she tried to breathe more slowly. Her eyes were still moist, with a pitiful innocence. No, it's okay. Liu Ruyan forced a smile. At this time, she couldn't laugh anymore. Yanyan is playing around again. Liu Ruyan stared with her big round eyes, refusing to believe it no matter what. Realizing that something was wrong, her face burned hot. Lu Xing had the youthful naivety and awkwardness of a spirited young man. He said embarrassedly, "It's just as you thought. It was a complete accident." After hearing his description, Liu Ruyan's face naturally became even redder. "You still say that?" Liu Ruyan couldn't bear to listen any longer and felt like her ears were burning. Lu Xing also felt a little embarrassed. He scratched his hair and said, "Well, I won't disturb your sleep. Go to bed early." Before he left, he reminded her again, "Remember to cover yourself with the quilt, otherwise you will catch a cold." When Lu Xing was about to close the door, he heard Liu Ruyan's shy and anxious voice. "Etc." Lu Xing has stopped. "What's wrong? Do you want to keep him? P.S. I am very grateful to everyone for giving me some tips yesterday. Although it is not much, it really allows me to add an egg to my instant noodles. So I will update today, and the update of another book will be posted later. I am not feeling well in the hot weather, so I will update as soon as possible. Chapter 81, so you sneak away every day. What's wrong? Do you want to keep him? Just like before. Yours, take it." To Lu Xing's surprise, Liu Ruyan pulled something out from under the quilt and threw it to Lu Xing. Lu Xing had caught it quickly. When he saw it, he couldn't help blushing. Oh my God, it's his clothes. He just went straight to the shower, wrapped in a bathrobe. No wonder we couldn't find it. It turned out to be Liu Ruyan's side. "Okay, go to bed early then." Lu Xing had pretended to be calm, closed the door and left. At the door, Lu Xing laughed out loud with a blush on his face. So funny, so embarrassing. The look on her face just now, as if she knew she had been completely taken advantage of, was dazed. I didn't expect that she, who is so cold and aloof, would be dumbfounded and anxious. When Lu Xing had thought of this, the original embarrassment disappeared. I couldn't help but want to laugh. However, it was a heavy blow. Lu Xing had realized the most important point. That's not right. How did Liu Ruyan switch to the main personality? I didn't see her faint. Didn't he become the dominant personality only after he fainted? Could it be that the more he did it, the more he hated it, and he hated her more? So she fainted from hatred. No way. She was quite happy just now. Only when he coaxed her and said he was going to take a shower did she let go. No, there must be other reasons. Watch surveillance. There is no way. Which kind-hearted person would install a surveillance camera in his own bedroom? That's either abnormal or pathological. Lu Xing himself is not a Yandere, so he has a habit of peeping. What is that? Lu Xing found it unbelievable. Never mind, he's tired tonight too. So much is happening. Let's talk about it tomorrow. Lu Xing thought there was still a long way to go. There is always a way to catch clues. So Lu Xing went to bed. While he was sleeping soundly, he heard a pop sound. Lu Xing realized something was wrong and slowly opened his eyes. As a result, I was shocked by the scene before me. I saw a tall and beautiful girl in front of me, dressed like a little devil, wearing a black devil horn headband, a hot and sexy black lace miniskirt, and Balenciaga half-leg socks on her legs. But she totally acted like a queen. Awake, she had an evil smile on her face. My wife changed her skin. He didn't even know his wife had this set of clothes. But what's going on here, so early in the morning? What's wrong, wife? When Lu Xing asked, Liu Ruyan crossed her arms and came to question him. You're still asking me? So you're sneaking around every day, running away when I'm sleeping behind your back. Liu Ruyan's face was full of dissatisfaction. Is it because I am too gentle to you that you have become lawless because of my pampering? That's not the case, let me explain. Lu Xing saw that Liu Ruyan had misunderstood and was just about to tell her the whole story. Who would have thought that Liu Ruyan would walk in front of Lu Xing and move forward with her graceful figure? She lifted Lu Xing's chin with a desire to conquer him. If you don't obey, there will be punishment. Wife, you really misunderstood. Things are not what you think. Lu Xing was confused. Use the invulnerability skill, but it's just one chance. It would be a shame to waste it. While Lu Xing was thinking, he felt a warmth on his face. The fragrance filled his nose, and one seductive kiss after another fell on Lu Xing's face. Lu Xing couldn't believe it. He found that Liu Ruyan was kissing him on the face like crazy. Kyudumadai, did you do something wrong? Is this a punishment, not a benefit? When Lu Xing looked confused, Liu Ruyan demanded in a domineering tone, You are not allowed to wipe off the lipstick marks within 3 days. If you do, you will face serious consequences. What are the consequences? Lu Xing mainly wanted to hear how serious the situation was. As a result, I found Liu Ruyan wearing slippers, walking out quickly. Soon, she came in holding a laptop. Lu Xing immediately realized that it was his own laptop. Liu Ruyan was holding a laptop, her pretty face full of confidence. It seemed like he had Lu Xing under his control. I deleted all the files on your computer. Are you afraid? Lu Xing burst out laughing. Ha ha ha, then you find it first. Looking for life is easy. Liu Ruyan became proud and searched on the computer with her slender fingers with light pink manicure. But after searching for a long time, she still couldn't find it. Lu Xing snorted. Isn't it easy as pie? Girls still don't understand boys. Looking at Lu Xing's smug look, Liu Ruyan felt very embarrassed. Then I'll clear it out, reinstall the system. Can? Sure. You should reinstall the system. Then I'll uninstall your game. This move is a bit cruel. Humph, now you know the consequences of offending me. Seeing Liu Ruyan smug, Lu Xing raised the corners of his lips. Then I'll play mobile games and play with my sister when the time comes. You dare? Why wouldn't you dare? Not only do I dare, I even dare. The words stopped abruptly. Lu Xing was surprised to see Liu Ruyan sitting on the chair. She shook her long hair slightly, and the hair touched her red lips, and she danced a beautiful chair dance. Wow, is this some kind of paid program? Now he is really not sleepy anymore. Lu Xing stared intently. If Liu Ruyan were to start broadcasting, she would surely charm all the top stars. Fortunately, he is the only one who can watch this live broadcast. My sister's legs are not legs, but the spring water on the banks of the Seine. My sister's back is not a back, but the rose of Bulgaria. My sister's waist is not a waist, but the scimitar of the deathly haunter. My sister's mouth is not a mouth, it is the clear water under the Anhe Bridge. My sister, you are so beautiful, I want to be your partner. Big brother, cute girl. I have a friend who wants to watch it, can I have a look? Chapter 82, my charm has decreased. Not even as good as a game. Lu Xing stretched out his hand. I want to check the quality of clothes. Snap. It was shot open. You have to stay calm. Liu Ruyan raised her cell phone towards Lu Xing and curled her lips meaningfully. The game or me? The seductive voice bewitched Lu Xing. Lu Xing then discovered. Wow, little trash, you can't afford to play. You're doing a sneak attack. I don't know when I took his phone away, but he actually started a ranked game. And the Liu Ruyan in front of him is a sexy and fiery red rose, with moving beauty and very attractive. Lu Xing, this is a high-end game. My wife is very beautiful, gentle, generous, and considerate. She never loses her temper with me and has a great figure. If I hesitate for even a second, it would be disrespectful to you. Liu Ruyan was so pleased with the praise. All the original unhappiness is gone. However, the next second, the phone in her hand was snatched away. I choose Yugi. Lu Xing doesn't want to lose. Besides, this lineup is so good he must fight. Watching Lu Xing playing the game with great interest, Liu Ruyan even began to doubt her life. My charm has decreased. I'm not even as good as a game anymore. What's so good about the game is she attractive. Straight men are destined to be alone. Liu Ruyan was so angry that she gritted her teeth. Lu Xing, don't worry, it will be done in 5 minutes. Lu Xing was still concentrating on playing games. Then he heard the sound of angry footsteps leaving, thump, 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 and Lu Xing felt like the floor was shaking. Is she going to run away from home again? The corners of Lu Xing's mouth rose. He just thought she was cute when she was angry. What is the purpose of marrying a wife? Of course it's bullying. Now the system's reward has also arrived. Ding, intimacy detected, intimacy value plus 34, reward host with poison detection, can detect any poison. This trick is quite effective. After all, he is the boss now. If anyone has bad intentions, put drugs in his cup. If there was some kind of honey trap to frame him, he would just use this tactic. But what is Liu Ruyan doing now? Lu Xing has super hearing skills. He used his listening skills to hear the sound of a knife pounding an electric drill. Wow, the atmosphere of horror is full. Lu Xing's mind recalled scenes from horror movies. His wife is not someone who can be easily fooled. She is not a normal person, she is a little tsundere. He really got mad and started playing with the chainsaw as a toy. Liu Ruyan is leaving now, not to run away from home, but to find someone. Run now or run later. Lu Xing felt that his legs were really going to be broken. Punishment, real punishment. Lu Xing's heart was beating rapidly. He felt like he really had to use his invulnerability skill. Otherwise, it will really be cold. Lu Xing looked at his legs. Sorry, I don't want to become a familiar stranger with you. Lu Xing felt that it would be better for him to find something to protect himself. Just as Lu Xing was about to slip out of the room, He heard the sound of footsteps. It was like the most terrifying sound effect at midnight, making Lu Xinghe's hair stand on end. "Where are you going?" Lu Xinghe discovered that Liu Ruyan had turned back. She had blocked the door and had her hands behind her back, obviously holding something. "I didn't let myself know. Could it be a chainsaw?" There was a deep smile on her beautiful face, gentle but very incongruous. Generally speaking, showing such a smile means that she is hiding a knife behind her smile. "Are you ready for a sneak attack, a fatal one?" Lu Xinghe's eyes wandered around. "To the bathroom. Isn't the toilet right here? Why do we have to go out? The toilet here gets clogged easily. I'm going outside." "Really? I didn't hear there was any problem." "There's just a problem. It's normal that you don't know." "I think you're lying to me." "How could that be?" "I'd be surprised if I didn't lie to you. You are a Yandere, and sometimes you tell white lies." Liu Ruyan walked forward step by step. She exuded a dangerous aura all over her body, just like the enchanting datura flower, which was extremely poisonous. "I'm very disappointed, and I don't want to do anything to you." Liu Ruyan's innocent tone makes her sound like a pure little white rabbit. But Lu Xinghe knew that her beautiful appearance was just a disguise. "But you forced me to do this. I have no choice." "Look, there's a turning point." "I knew it." Liu Ruyan had slowly raised her hands behind her back. Lu Xinghe prepared to activate his skills to withstand an attack. However, at the critical moment, a cup of something green was handed to him. "Drink it." Liu Ruyan raised her pretty little face and gave a firm command. Lu Xinghe was confused. "Where is the knife and the chainsaw?" "That's the result. A false alarm. Play with him." It turns out that the electric drill sound I just heard was the sound of a blender. However, Lu Xinghe did not let down his guard. "Is this poison? Is Liu Ruyan going to poison herself?" If it were in the past, Lu Xinghe would definitely be nervous for a while. Now that he has the drug detection skill rewarded by the system, he has nothing to be afraid of. Lu Xinghe immediately used the system to check. "Ding, non-toxic and healthy. Host, use with confidence." "Aha, no poison." How did Liu Ruyan prepare this? Lu Xinghe felt that it was not that simple. Lu Xinghe still looked at Liu Ruyan warily. "What is this?" Chapter 83, Do We Have to Sleep in Separate Rooms? Liu Ruyan raised her chin proudly, a little boastful. "What, you don't dare to drink?" "Who said I don't dare to drink?" "Drink." The system has detected that there is no problem, so he has nothing to be afraid of. Not dying and still saying you're healthy. Lu Xinghe took the cup and took a sip. As soon as he drank, Lu Xinghe put on a mask of pain. "Is this what people want to drink? Sour, bitter, astringent, and spicy. Complaint, system, are you decent? How can I not read this?" Lu Xinghe felt that this was even more unpalatable than the Huixiang Zhengqi water he had drunk before. The system said innocently, "This cute girl is very dedicated. How could there be a mistake? It is non-toxic, non-toxic, non-toxic. Green is so healthy, isn't it greener than the green grass on your head?" Lu Xinghe. His hair is black, screw your green. He suspected that he was being implied by the system. Lu Xinghe was about to vomit and asked, "What is this?" "This is your punishment." Liu Ruyan nodded with satisfaction, her little face full of the joy of success. The fingers of his left hand, resting on his right arm, tapped happily. "Who told you to choose the game? I was afraid your eyes would get blurry from playing, so I wanted to wake you up. It's very healthy. Bitter melon juice with bitter melon, lemon, and green pepper. It's a good medicine, but it tastes bitter. Drink it up quickly. It's confirmed that you can't go against women. When women become scary, even ghosts and gods are afraid of them. One look and now play murder. Do you want to chase your husband to the crematorium? You provoked me first, and I haven't even played instant noodles with you, so this is nothing. Instant noodles, can you play with them?" Lu Xinghe was completely bewildered. Could it be that? "Of course you can play it. Do you want to try it?" Liu Ruyan smiled and became more energetic. "No." Lu Xinghe knew that she was a sinister woman. Playing with instant noodles was definitely not what he thought it would be. "Tusk, tusk, tusk, what a shame you missed it." Liu Ruyan made a tusk sound and shook her head at Lu Xinghe. She brushed her hair and said, "Let's sleep in separate rooms from now on." Lu Xinghe, why? Liu Ruyan was angry. "Don't you want to sleep with me? Why did you sneak into other rooms while I was asleep?" As she spoke, she felt quite aggrieved. She likes to use Lu Xinghe as a pillow. "No, I want to put it on his shoulders." It turned out to be a hard bed. Not even his residual warmth was gone. How disappointed she must be. In her opinion, only people with a bad relationship would sleep in separate rooms. Even more hateful, Is it possible that your other personality appeared last night, so I left? Lu Xing raised his eyebrows. Uh, Liu Ruyan was stunned and looked at Lu Xing in surprise. She's here. Yeah, you don't want me to touch her. I don't know. Liu Ruyan started to stutter, and her originally arrogant attitude turned into a cowardly one. Lu Xinghe raised his brows. You didn't ask me, and now you're trying to make trouble for me. Well, it seems that our relationship has faded. You don't trust me at all. Lu Xinghe said this on purpose. Within a minute, Liu Ruyan became anxious. No, it's not like that. I'm sorry, baby, dear husband, please forgive me. Liu Ruyan immediately became a koala and wanted to be hugged. Lu Xinghe felt his heart melted when he saw her cute and innocent look. But he knew that things couldn't just end like that. He must let her know the seriousness of the matter. Otherwise, there will be a next time. Lu Xinghe pretended to be cool and snatched her embrace. Seeing that she had missed her target, Liu Ruyan stomped her feet, her eyes red, and she was filled with regret. Hubby, don't be angry. You can do whatever you want, Tilda. She acted like a good girl, but Lu Xing remained expressionless, pretending not to see it. He went straight to bed and pulled the covers over him. Go out, I want to sleep. Lu Xinghe could see that she was getting even more anxious. Her face was full of guilt, and she realized the seriousness of the matter. Wow, hubby Tilda, I can finish the vegetable juice. 1 cup, no, 5 cups. It doesn't matter. Then it's okay for you to whip me, husband. Liu Ruyan acted like a good girl, and obviously gave up her status in the family. Lu Xinghe pretended not to see it. Not interested. Honey, if you're interested in anything, you can tell me what to do. I'll definitely do it. Liu Ruyan transformed into a well-behaved little kitten, lying beside Lu Xing and speaking softly. But Lu Xinghe just ignored her. The family status must be regained. Men must stand up for what they should stand for and absolutely cannot be timid. You're disturbing my sleep. Get out. Then I won't say a word. Liu Ruyan lay on the pillow, very well behaved. Lu Xinghe didn't kick her out, but pulled up the quilt and pretended to sleep. It can be seen that Liu Ruyan is really well behaved. She tiptoes around the room, afraid that any noise will wake her up. She accidentally answered a phone call. When the phone rang, she was so scared that her fur stood on end like a kitten, and she quickly hung up. Lu Xinghe looked at her cautious actions and smiled secretly. This little fool only now realizes the seriousness of the matter. The little Yandere is very cautious in everything he does and has to depend on other people's opinions. It's really a changing world. However, Lu Xinghe's anger is not so easy to calm down. Off-site small theater. Big boss cute girl. Excuse me, what's the instant noodles meme? Please explain. Liu Ruyan crossed her legs like a queen. What's wrong? Want to give it a try? The boss's cute sister was horrified. I have a small body, but I am usually bullied by readers. The queen snorted proudly. It's like making people kneel down on instant noodles. If they break, you just eat 2 packets dry. No seasoning, no water. The cute girl nodded, thinking, I've learned this, and I'll use it to bully the readers later. P.S. The beautiful reviewer has asked me to revise the article. I am revising the previous article. For the sake of plot continuity, you can read it again. I read every update immediately, thank you, so as not to miss the excitement. The most beautiful and smartest reviewer, you are the best Tilda, I love civilization. I am the most simple, I have the most positive energy, and I will definitely abide by the law. Chapter 84, Love Advisor steps in, bad girl gives way. After realizing that she had offended Lu Xinghe, Liu Ruyan became even more obedient than usual. Lu Xinghe wants to eat grapes. Liu Ruyan was 1 step ahead of him and peeled the grapes diligently. Husband, let me do it, Tilda. He even fed it to Lu Xinghe's mouth himself. She even stretched out her hand to catch the seeds. Lu Xinghe wanted to play a game and Liu Ruyan volunteered. I'll be your support and protect you. You get the kills and I'll take the damage. Lu Xinghe enjoyed himself very much and felt that life was full of flavor. Suddenly, Green Bubble received a call. It was Huo who called. What's wrong, my dear son? Lu Xinghe picked up the phone and asked with a smile. Fuck you. What's wrong? You want to cut off ties with me, your father? I'm really disappointed. Go away. I have something serious to tell you today. What? Lu Xinghe was curious. After all, Huo doesn't usually ask me for help. Are you free this afternoon? Yes, I have. Can you accompany me to the amusement park? 2 grown men? Forget it, I have a wife. Hey, I'm not interested in you either. The main thing is that there's a senior in the art department next door who I'm a little interested in. I want to ask her out to the amusement park, but I'm afraid it'll be awkward, so I'm thinking of bringing someone else along. You already have a wife, and I want you to be my advisor. Wow, the iron tree is blooming, look at the photo. Hey Lu Xinghe, don't forget, you are a married man. My dear son, I'm just giving you some advice. I'm afraid you'll be deceived by some scumbag girl or sea king. You're still wary of your brothers. In one word, just say whether you're going or not. If you call me dad, I will definitely go with my son. Lu Xinghe was very excited. You know, in the 2 years of college, Huo had not been interested in other girls. Now there is a girl who is interested in him, but he still doesn't know what Huo's criteria for choosing a partner are. If there is melon to eat, you must not miss it. Dad, you can go with me now. Okay, see you there. Lu Xinghe became even more curious. Huo was so bold, it seemed that he really liked this girl. Then he must see it for sure. After agreeing on a place with Huo, Lu Xinghe went to the cloakroom to pick out clothes. He was quite surprised. My clothes were neatly arranged and ironed. Even the socks were washed and arranged by color, and the underwear was neatly folded instead of being tangled in a drawer. It's obviously the work of a Yandere. Speak of the devil, and he will appear. Lu Xinghe caught a glimpse of a small creature lying in the corner, observing in the dark. Why are you hiding? Come out. After Lu Xing spoke slowly, she lowered her head and ran out in a daze. She was wearing a pink and blue Lolita dress and a white lace apron, looking like a pretty little maid. Her slender figure can be described as stunning, and she is definitely a cat girl that many otakus like. She blinked her eyes, looking like she had done something wrong. Husband, are you still angry? She looked up at that innocent little face, and her tone was pitiful. Lu Xing's heart softened a little, but he pretended to be calm. A little bit. So what are you dissatisfied with? Can I change it? Or I'll do whatever you like me to do. Lu Xing replied, no need. Now Lu Xing is having a headache about what to wear. When he was choosing clothes and struggling, she suddenly felt a little panicked. Honey, are you planning to go out? Yeah, I'm planning to go to the amusement park. With whom? Liu Ruyan suddenly became sensitive. There are girls. Lu Xinghe looked at her nervous expression and teased her on purpose. Liu Ruyan's eyes widened. Dating? Almost. Lu Xinghe tried hard to suppress the corners of his mouth, which was even harder than AK. No. Liu Ruyan's red lips curled up, and her pretty face was full of disapproval. Just now you said that if I have any dissatisfaction, you will change it. It turns out you lied to me. No, this is different, Tilda. Liu Ruyan's fair little face drooped. She felt like her whole body was about to break. Her lips were pursed, and it seemed that tears the size of broad beans would fall at any second. Look, you're getting jealous again. You are my husband. I am only jealous of you. I won't be jealous of others. Humph. Liu Ruyan became arrogant and regained the demeanor of a little princess. Lu Xing raised the corner of his mouth and patted her on the head. She enjoyed Lu Xing's pat on the head like a kitten. Okay, it's not what you think. Huo wants to pursue a girl, but he's afraid of being embarrassed, so he wants me to go with him and give him some advice and be his military advisor. Ding, intimacy detected. Intimacy value plus 32, rewarding the host with super sun protection skills, no longer afraid of getting tanned. It just so happened that the afternoon sun was a bit strong. With this skill, Lu Xing no longer had to worry about being scorched by the sun, let alone getting tanned like charcoal. After hearing Lu Xing's explanation, Liu Ruyan's eyes lit up. She tugged at the corner of her clothes shyly and asked Lu Xing, can I go then? Those watery eyes were truly filled with expectation and desire. You want to go? Have you finished your professional homework? I am still a little bit behind. Have you finished your thesis? No. Then you can't go. You bully honest people. You just don't want me to go. Liu Ruyan was extremely depressed, pouting her red lips. It's so boring to stay at home on the weekend. I want to go out and play two Tilda. Lu Xinghe raised his eyebrows. What's the benefit of taking you there? Liu Ruyan waved her claws excitedly. There are many benefits. Give me an example. You can be my pendant. When you're tired, lie on me. That's not necessary. I'll carry your bag and water bottle for you, and I'll never let you get tired. I'll run errands for you willingly. I'll fan you, give you a massage, and even help you with your homework. After hearing this, Lu Xinghe burst out laughing. This massage, is it serious or not? Okay, since you're willing to run errands for me, I'll reluctantly take you. Lu Xing pretended to be reluctant to agree to let Liu Ruyan go. But Liu Ruyan was already overjoyed when she heard that she could go, and her eyes were bright. She was so happy that she almost jumped up and down, extremely excited. That's great, hubby, love you, Bobo. As she spoke, she tiptoed and kissed Lu Xing on the lips, then said happily, I'm going to find a little skirt and dress up as beautifully as possible, and I will never embarrass my husband Tilda. Lu Xing watched her flying away like a little butterfly, and he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Is it necessary to be so happy just going to the amusement park? Ding, intimate behavior detected, rewarding the host with anti-stun skills. It was really a timely relief. Lu Xing was afraid that he would get dizzy after doing some of the amusement park projects. Now his big worry has been solved. After Lu Xing waited for a while, he heard the sound of jumping footsteps. Honey, how is it? Does it look good like this? Chapter 85, The Cold Beauty's Stunning Appearance. Hearing this, he saw Ruyan Liu, with an innocent smile on her face, turning around in front of him. Lu Xing's first reaction was that it was really sexy. What a great figure. Even if a supermodel came here, I would feel inferior. Her figure is completely genuine. Even her legs are straight and snow white, which looks better than without black stockings. But there is only one drawback. No, Lu Xing rejected it. Liu Ruyan frowned, worried. No, what's the problem? The skirt is really too short. We're going to the amusement park today, and it's easy to expose yourself when we try some of the rides. Although Lu Xing doesn't seem like a Yandere with such a strong possessiveness, he does have possessiveness. Who would like his wife to be seen naked by others? Although Liu Ruyan looks really beautiful when she goes out dressed like this, Lu Xing only wants to see her sexy side at home. Oh, Tilda, husband, you are afraid of jealousy. Liu Ruyan giggled and covered her mouth with her hands. Lu Xing's face heated up. No, why should I be jealous? I will never be jealous in my life. I'm thinking about you. If you get exposed and someone secretly photographs you, it will be bad if you get into trouble. Girls still have to learn to protect themselves. However, Liu Ruyan's expression was one of someone who saw through everything, but refused to say anything. It made Lu Xing feel that his breathing became a little warmer. No matter how she explained, it was useless. She obviously decided that he was jealous. Hey, anyway, I'll listen to my husband and go change Tilda. It was the first time that Liu Ruyan was asked to change into a skirt, but she was so happy. The pace of running and walking is cheerful. This time, Liu Ruyan changed into a light blue puffy dress and walked out. She has an elegant temperament, but still highlights her sweet lowly style. If you don't know, you might think she is a new female idol. She is so beautiful. Every frown and smile made Lu Xing couldn't help but smile like a pervert. He finally understood why there were so many men obsessed with goddesses. If Liu Ruyan had not married, she would have captured the hearts of countless innocent boys. Lu Xing suppressed his burning breath, remained calm, and coughed. Okay, it's too late, we can set off now. Honey, why is your face so hot? Are you blushing at me? Liu Ruyan followed him, her eyes sparkling like crystal, teasing Lu Xing. Lu Xing had pretended to be serious and scolded. Why should a man be shy? I have been married for so long, it is impossible for me to be shy. He made an excuse, it's just hot. Liu Ruyan's eyes curved as she smiled and replied, Hubby, you're being too proud. Besides, I won't take you with me. No, husband, I was wrong, Tilda. Liu Ruyan put away her playful expression and followed Lu Xing with a wronged look on her face. Lu Xing took Liu Ruyan to the amusement park, but he did not anticipate that something big was about to happen, shocking everyone. Soon, we arrived at the amusement park. Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan got out of the car and saw Huo when they reached the door. Huo was wearing a simple white shirt and jeans. He was dressed simply, looking like a male college student. But when Lu Xing got closer, he discovered the clue. Oh, my good son, you even put on perfume and hairspray. Lu Xing teased, and Huo was shocked. You have a dog nose, you found out? It's all because of those beasts in the dormitory. They said I had to leave a good impression on the girl, so they sprayed me with perfume and even put on hairspray. It's better to pay more attention to it. Many fairies nowadays are freaks out about details. Lu Xing patted Huo's shoulder and replied with a smile. You brought your sister-in-law with you. Am I a third wheel? Isn't it okay? Let you feel a little bit of the atmosphere of love. It's also good to be touched by it. Lu Xing is very protective of his wife. When Liu Ruyan heard this, her smile melted like ice cream. She blew a kiss to Lu Xing and said, I love you, husband. In front of Huo, Lu Xing felt a little embarrassed. If there was no one around, Lu Xing would probably kiss his adorable wife directly. Keep a low profile. In order to hide his embarrassment, Lu Xing changed the subject and asked, Where's that girl? She hasn't come yet. She said there was a traffic jam, and we had to wait. Okay, let's wait a little longer. Lu Xing actually doesn't like being late and has absolutely no respect for others, so he rarely is late. But this is the first time Huo meets a girl, so girls take it more seriously. It is normal for them to put on makeup late or be late for a date. But Lu Xing didn't expect that the other party was actually half an hour late. No one's here, give it a call and check. Lu Xing was a little unhappy. The traffic jam shouldn't have lasted that long, and now no one has called to apologize. Huo said to Lu Xing, "The call didn't go through and I couldn't get in touch. I guess something really happened. Let's wait a little longer." He continued, "If that doesn't work, you guys can go in and play first. I'm here." Chapter 86. The husband sings and the wife follows, which makes the son crazy with envy. Lu Xing usually likes to laugh, play, and tease his brothers. But he still values friendship very much. How could he let his brother be left alone and go out to play by himself? "It's okay, I don't have anything to do anyway. It's worth waiting with you for a while." Well, if my husband doesn't leave, I won't leave either. It is obvious that Liu Ruyan follows her husband's lead. Seeing Liu Ruyan clinging to Lu Xing like a little tail, Huo was very envious. "What kind of fairy tale love do you have? I wish I could be as happy as you in the future." "Don't worry, brother, you will definitely get it. Maybe it will happen today. Everything depends on human effort." After receiving Lu Xing's comfort, Huo's heavy mood finally eased a little. As time passed, the sun grew bigger and bigger. Lu Xing heard Liu Ruyan ask, "Do you want to stand in the shade for a while? It's still sunny. Honey, don't get a heat stroke." After hearing this, he met her beautiful and worried eyes. His heart warmed. "To be honest, I have sun protection skills and don't feel that sunburned." But Lu Xing felt that he should not be selfish and only think about himself. She was still worried about herself at this time. She didn't look at her little face, which was sunburned red like a red apple. Her eyes were full of herself. "What a fool, he really thinks I'm your bootlicker." "Let's go," Lu Xing said softly to Liu Ruyan. He also told Huo not to stand there stupidly, and several of them found a shady place to stand. I was a little tired of standing when I heard Huo's excited voice. "Here I come." Lu Xing looked in the direction of Huo's finger and saw a tall woman approaching with a Chanel bag on her back. To be honest, it's not his aesthetic. Her outfit is more like that of an internet celebrity, and her face has a technological feel, with big bags under her eyes, heavy makeup, big red lips, and a pointed face. Compared to this, my wife is so much more pleasing, much fresher and more natural. The only acceptable thing about this girl is her figure, which is well proportioned, but it is still a little worse than that of my wife. Lu Xing originally thought that Huo would like that kind of sweet girl, but he didn't expect that he would like the mature woman with an internet celebrity face. However, it is much better than some spirited little girl. "This is the senior sister Sumo I told you about. Senior sister, this is my good brother Lu Xing, and this is his wife Liu Ruyan," Huo introduced enthusiastically. "Wow, my idol Tilda, I finally get to see you today," Sumo said in a coquettish voice. "Idol, I admire you very much. You are a celebrity in our school. You are so successful in entrepreneurship. Everyone knows you. I often hear Huo mention you." Sumo blinked her watery eyes and winked at Lu Xing. She ignored Liu Ruyan the whole time and subconsciously wanted to hold Lu Xing's hand. The result was a pop sound. Sumo's hand was slapped away. She was surprised to meet a pair of dissatisfied eyes. "You're so late and you don't even have an apology," Liu Ruyan said to Sumo unhappily. Ever since Sumo came, the way she looked at Lu Xing made him feel very uncomfortable. She especially disliked the deliberately flattering tone. Sumo sensed Liu Ruyan's hostility and feigned indifference. She ruffled her hair and said coldly, "It's just a traffic jam. I can't control it. I can only blame my bad luck." This clearly shows that he doesn't want to apologize. Huo knew that Liu Ruyan was not someone to be trifled with, and Sumo also had a temper. He was afraid that if the two of them started to quarrel, it would be bad news, so he hurried to help. "Just now, the senior sister apologized to me on the phone. Okay, let's go in quickly, otherwise the park will be closed soon." Sumo snorted and walked in arrogantly wearing her high heels. He obviously didn't want to pay any attention to Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan was also angry and didn't look happy. Seeing that his wife was unhappy, Lu Xing automatically clasped her hand. Ding, intimacy value detected +32, rewarding the host with the skill of overcoming fear of heights. When it comes to the amusement park, Lu Xing is both naive and loves to play. Now you can fly freely. If you are not afraid of heights, there is nothing you should be afraid of playing. When Liu Ruyan noticed that he took the initiative to hold her hand, her mood turned from gloomy to cheerful. She smiled brightly and was in a very happy mood. "Husband, what do you want to play later?" Lu Xing asked. Hubby, I'll play whatever you want, Tilda. Liu Ruyan is easily satisfied. She just wanted to stick to Lu Xing. In addition, just keep those annoying women away from their husbands. Lu Xing raised the corner of his mouth, and when he was about to speak, he heard Sumo's disgusted tone. Why ride a roller coaster? Don't you know I'm afraid of heights? Hugh apologized to Sumo humbly. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Lu Xing was dissatisfied. He couldn't bear to see his brother being treated so harshly. Why is she so proud? His brother is not bad either. The roller coaster is great, it's thrilling. If we don't try this and that, what's the point of coming to the amusement park? After hearing this, Liu Ruyan also agreed. Yes, when we come to the amusement park, we have to play everything. Honey, let's go together, Tilda. The two of them are husband and wife who follow each other's wishes, which makes Hugh envious. However, to his surprise, Sumo changed her tone immediately and said positively, Okay, let's go ride the roller coaster together. Hugh was stunned. Didn't you say you were afraid of heights? Sumo replied impatiently. Acrophobia is not a disease. I can't be afraid of heights my whole life. I must overcome my fear. Then he smiled at Lu Xing. Right. P.S. It seems that everyone has discovered that I am single. I'm still updating on 520. What are you guys talking about? Today is 521. Do I have to stop updating too? Chapter 87. The amusement park accidentally arrives, too scared. Lu Xing ignored Sumo at all. It was too obvious that she was trying to please herself. Ever since Lu Xing became successful in his career and got on the right track, he has been surrounded by too many people trying to please him. Watching Lu Xing pull Liu Ruyan over coldly, passing over him. Sumo was so angry that she gritted her teeth. You have to know that she is a very popular anchor, and many boys are vying for her. She had never been turned away. The result was that in front of Lu Xing, she was just waiting for a cold shoulder. If she hadn't seen that Lu Xing was the CEO and quite wealthy, and wanted to get close to him and get some benefits, she would have lost her temper long ago. Lu Xing took Liu Ruyan on a roller coaster. Then he heard Liu Ruyan's innocent voice beside him. Hubby, if you are afraid, just lie in my arms and I will protect you. Liu Ruyan opened her arms. Lu Xing couldn't help laughing. That's not necessary, I'm not afraid. Oh, Liu Ruyan felt very sorry. Just like that, I missed the chance to hug. Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan had pink bubbles, while Sumo and Hugh sitting in the back row were in a stalemate. Sumo didn't even look at Hugh during the whole process. Even if Hugh tried to find a topic to talk about, she had no interest. However, after the roller coaster starts running, Lu Xing heard Sumo scream in the back row. After many twists and turns, it's nice to sing folk songs. By the end, her voice was completely broken. After it was over, Lu Xing saw that Sumo's face was pale. She was still in shock and obviously looked nauseous. Is it fun? Lu Xing asked deliberately. It's fun, she forced a smile. Lu Xing, since it's fun, how about we play it again? Sumo. Good guy, he fell into Lu Xing's trap. After taking another roller coaster ride, Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan acted as if nothing had happened. Liu Ruyan was a Yandere girl, and this kind of experience only made her excited. Lu Xing has system rewards, which makes it easy for him to control it without any discomfort. On the other hand, Sumo couldn't take it anymore. She just hugged the trash can and started vomiting. Hugh was so anxious that he was either handing people tissues or water. Lu Xing couldn't bear to watch it anymore. Why are you acting like a dog? Didn't you see that the woman didn't look happy at all, and took your kindness for granted? Lu Xing didn't want Hugh to repeat the mistakes of the original owner. Look, the original owner had been licking Jiang Meng for so many years, but he didn't get any benefits and even became a laughing stock in the whole school. In the end, he paid a tragic death. There are thousands of beauties. If this one doesn't work, let's change it. Why do you want to hug a tree and die? Lu Xing couldn't bear to watch it any longer, so he called out to Hugh. Hugh, let's go shoot the balloons. Wait a minute. Hugh threw himself on Sumo. Lu Xing stepped forward and grabbed Hugh's hand. Let's go, otherwise there will be too many people and the queue will be too long. After he pulled Hugh away, Sumo became anxious. Wait for me. She was wearing high heels and walking unsteadily, chasing after the person behind her in a hurry. Lu Xing would definitely ignore Sumo and let her chase him. After lining up at the shooting area, Lu Xing asked Liu Ruyan, "Which doll do you like?" "I think the bunny doll is the prettiest." Sumo immediately came up to it. Lu Xing was very disgusted. "I didn't ask you, I asked my wife." As a result, this green tea girl pretended to be aggrieved. "I was just giving her some advice. I think everyone with normal taste should like that rabbit. Liu Ruyan's eyes were filled with coldness as she spat. I don't like it, it's so ugly. Sumo hadn't expected Liu Ruyan to contradict her and was very unconvinced. She said, do you want us to have a competition? You are too weak. How would you know if you haven't competed? Seeing Liu Ruyan sneering, Sumo was irritated and roared in frustration. Liu Ruyan still sneered. Sumo said, whoever loses will pay for the shopping later. Okay. Seeing that Sumo was going to make a bet, Liu Ruyan naturally didn't hesitate. Looking at Liu Ruyan's confident look, Lu Xinghe felt that Sumo was about to get slapped in the face, and her credit card would probably be maxed out. Liu Ruyan is a Yandere. It is most convenient to use a knife or a gun. How can ordinary people compare with her? Sumo is just trying to scam people by going to the moon. She is definitely done for. Soon Liu Ruyan started aiming the gun at the balloon. At that moment, Lu Xinghe was really a little panicked. What if Liu Ruyan didn't aim at the balloon, but at the person? I guess Sumo will be beaten to death in the next second. Bang, bang, bangs. He fired 3 shots, and all of them hit the target. Lu Xing clapped his hands and cheered. Not bad, you are good with a gun. Liu Ruyan's red lips outlined an arc, and she was very confident. She turned around and looked at Lu Xing. What gun can't I suppress? Lu Xing came closer and said to her in a voice that only the two of them could hear, are you sure? I have a gun here too. Can you shoot accurately? Liu Ruyan understood. Her face turned red and her hands trembled. Crash. Missed the shot. Liu Ruyan looked at Lu Xinghe with resentment, her face still flushed. I blame you for interfering with me. Are you a spy? It's unfair. I didn't mean to affect your performance. It's just that the experienced driver couldn't control himself and couldn't help but drive on the highway. Besides, who doesn't want to tease his wife? When Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan were whispering in each other's ears, Huo asked curiously, what are you guys whispering about that we're not allowed to hear? Lu Xing, you really can't listen. Huo made a sound of surprise, but soon he exclaimed, wow. Lu Xing also looked over and was shocked by the scene before him. I originally thought Sumo was a useless person, but who knew she was holding a gun and shooting balloons calmly? Every shot hit the target. Awesome. Are all girls such lethal creatures? It turns out that you can't mess with girls. Sumo was very proud, especially after seeing Liu Ruyan fall behind her. She said triumphantly, I'm about to win. It's still unknown who will win. There was a look of dissatisfaction in Liu Ruyan's eyes, and her fighting spirit was instantly aroused. Naturally, she didn't want to lose to Sumo. The two people were chasing very closely. Liu Ruyan continued to perform at a very high level, hitting the target every time, and Sumo also did not miss a shot. Who do you think will win? Huo asked Lu Xinghe curiously. My wife, of course. Lu Xinghe believes in his wife's ability. Besides, even if we lose, it's all his fault. If I hadn't teased her, she wouldn't have been upset. It's okay if he pays the bill anyway. By the time the last shot came, Lu Xinghe was sweating profusely. It's match point time. The champion is about to emerge. Bang, bang, bangs. A gunshot as loud as thunder rang out, accompanied by the screams of girls. Lu Xinghe was completely confused. This gunshot didn't come from a gas gun, but it's a real gun. Chapter 88. This is not a prank, it's serious. People are running away in all directions. The screams were deafening. Run! Shouts came one after another. Lu Xinghe opened his eyes wide. He saw a man in black not far away, holding an extended gun in his hand. Those who were hit fell one by one, and blood spurted everywhere. This is not a prank, it's serious. If you get hit, that's barbecue. The announcer's anxious voice began to play over the radio. Our park has been infiltrated by criminals today, and they are killing people indiscriminately. Please stay safe and escape as soon as possible. The scene was in chaos, filled with severe crisis and danger, as if the end of the world had come. Lu Xinghe, don't just stand there, run. Although women are also important, Huo was still thinking about Lu Xinghe at the critical moment. He was about to pull Lu Xinghe to run away, and then used his body to protect the frightened Sumo. Can be said that he was very manly. But when Lu Xinghe was about to run, he found that his wife was still standing there. Her slender figure stood there like a rock, with no intention of dodging at all. Wife, what are you doing? Run. Lu Xinghe was scared to death. Could it be that the personality has switched, and the main personality is so scared that its legs are weak and it can't run anymore? He saw the gangster's sight aimed at Liu Ruyan, raised his gun and pulled the trigger. Lu Xinghe felt his mind was blank. Various images echoed in his mind. No, Liu Ruyan cannot die. He must prevent tragedy from happening. Lu Xing immediately shook off Huo Huo. In response to Huo Huo's nervous call, he rushed forward without hesitation and stood in front of the beautiful figure. Brother Xing. After a roar, gunshots suddenly rang out. The screams of fear from the crowd rose like a wave. After Liu Ruyan was knocked down, she reacted, and her pretty little face was full of fear. Husband, are you okay? When she found Lu Xing's body falling straight down, she collapsed. She immediately caught him and held Lu Xing's hand tightly. When she saw a hole shot through Lu Xing's clothes, she almost went crazy. She was absolutely sure that she could defeat the other party. But she didn't expect Lu Xinghe to rush over and block the bullet for her. Huo Huo was overwhelmed with grief and collapsed in the corner. Brother Xing, you can't die. A big boy started crying. When Huo Huo was feeling uncomfortable, he heard some gnashing of teeth. You dare to touch my husband, you will die. Huo Huo widened his eyes. He saw Liu Ruyan's pretty little face, staring at the gangster viciously. If you want to kill someone, you can't stop your eyes. She raised her chin proudly and pulled the trigger of the air gun. Sister-in-law, don't. This is obviously like hitting a rock with an egg. What kind of damage can an air bullet gun do? How can it be faster than a shotgun? Huo Huo didn't dare to look anymore. My sister-in-law was deeply traumatized and wanted to commit suicide for love. Bang, bang, bangs. Huo Huo cried even louder. Sister-in-law. However, he heard a man's scream of pain in the air. The criminal was seen holding his bleeding forehead in pain. It was Liu Ruyan who shot him with her air bullet gun. Small plastic airgun bullets have little deterrent effect, but in Liu Ruyan's hands, it is the sharpest weapon. Liu Ruyan found the gangster's weakness and shot him in the forehead at the fastest speed. Then, while the gangster was injured, she quickly snatched the gun from his hand. Dong ding dong dong. Huo Huo couldn't believe it. Such great power is contained in Liu Ruyan's weak body. She fired shot after shot with an expressionless face. The originally brutal criminal was shot into a hornet's nest, with blood spurting everywhere. She did not feel the slightest discomfort at this bloody scene, but was filled with hatred for revenge. Her eyes were red, and her long hair was fluttering in the wind. It was not until the criminal fell unconscious in a pool of blood that Liu Ruyan let out a cry of grief. Pretty little face full of tears. She cried loudly, "Husband, don't die. If you want to die, I will kill myself now." She grabbed the unconscious Lu Xing's hand and stroked her smooth little face. Liu Ruyan felt extremely uncomfortable. In fact, Liu Ruyan doesn't know what love is. She has never been in love. The reason I chose Lu Xing was simply because he was the first one to come for a blind date, and he was handsome enough. When she bit him, he had great endurance and could tolerate the pain. There are definitely few good guys like this. Then why did she refuse? If you want to support a husband, you naturally have to find one who is compatible and pleasing to the eye. But after getting to know him, Liu Ruyan discovered that he was not as obedient as she thought, but rather quite rebellious. It's quite interesting that he can actually surrender himself. She paid more and more attention to him. Later on, she became addicted and couldn't live without him. He was not allowed to leave. If Lu Xinghe really died, she would resolutely die. There will absolutely not be any hesitation. Anyway, the person she cared about was dead, so there was no point in living. Don't commit suicide, I won't die. Lu Xing opened his eyes after noticing Liu Ruyan crying. Huo Huo, who was originally still grieving, was shocked. He's pretending to be dead. Lu Xing rolled his eyes. Go to hell with your brother pretending to be dead. Your father is 100 years old. How can he give himself up so easily? Liu Ruyan was stunned. Didn't you just get shot? Lu Xing nodded. Yes, he was shot, but I have a system. I can't die. I have an invulnerable system who can defeat me. Lu Xing had used his skills at the critical moment. He pulled a pocket watch from his chest. This pocket watch appeared out of thin air and was given by the system. Hard enough. The bullet hit the middle of the pocket watch. If I hadn't used my skills, I would probably be finished now. After hearing this, tears welled up in Liu Ruyan's eyes. She immediately threw herself into Lu Xing's arms. You can tell that she was really scared. She was crying with tears in her eyes and punched Lu Xing's chest with her little pink fists. You really scared me. I thought something really happened to you. Liu Ruyan was sobbing, and her already beautiful face became even more stunning. Lu Xing gently wiped away her tears and coaxed her. I'm fine, I just felt a little dizzy, but I'm fine now. Her arms were tightly wrapped around Lu Xing, and she felt very guilty. I'm sorry I didn't protect you. If she could do it again, Liu Ruyan would definitely not let Lu Xing stand in front of her. I'm your husband, I should protect you. Besides, weren't you protecting me just now? Lu Xinghe saw Liu Ruyan's cruel and vicious side, but he didn't feel the slightest bit of fear. He knew that she was crazy because of him. She wasn't ready to get out of this situation unscathed. This was the first time someone was so selfless for him, and Lu Xinghe felt warm in his heart. Not enough, not enough. Liu Ruyan cried pitifully. Lu Xinghe stroked her hair and said soothingly, "It's fine now. I'm sorry, I don't mean to disturb your love, it's just—" Hua walked forward and asked worriedly, "Brother Xing, are you really okay?" Lu Xinghe nodded, "Yes." Liu Ruyan was worried and said firmly, "Let's get a physical examination, just in case." Hua also urged, "Yes, it would be better to go check it out." Lu Xinghe saw that Liu Ruyan and Hua both cared about him. "Okay, let's go to the hospital for a checkup later." He hadn't had a physical examination for a long time, so going was a way for him to be responsible for himself. Ding, interaction detected. Interaction value plus 34, rewarding the host with healing skills, which can speed up the healing of others' minor injuries. When the police arrived at the scene, they were stunned to see the criminal lying in a pool of blood. There were more than 30 police officers at the scene, fully armed. Who would have thought that the brutal criminal would be subdued? Who did it? P.S. Those with sharp eyes will have noticed that the novel has been renamed. This is mainly because the review process felt that the title was inappropriate, so it had to be changed. I'm still in the review period, waiting for it to be released. Don't worry, I'll update it as soon as it's released. Chapter 89, Can a Weak Little Girl Kill Him? After learning that it was a little girl who did it, their first reaction was disbelief. How is that possible? The criminal is 1.85 meters tall and has a burly build. Even the national taekwondo champion at the scene couldn't beat him. How could a weak little girl kill him with just an air bullet gun? Absolutely impossible. However, after seeing the surveillance video, they were all shocked by Liu Ruyan's cold and stern appearance. Is this girl so tough? Pa. Their faces hurt so much. At the same time, an idea was born. At this moment, Lu Xing had no idea what was going on. He glanced at Liu Ruyan's hand, which had a deep scratch and blood flowing out. It hurts just looking at him. What happened? Lu Xinghe felt a little distressed. It's okay, that's all, it's nothing. Liu Ruyan was not at all pretentious, but rather acted as if it was commonplace. He suddenly felt suffocated. Liu Ruyan covered her hands to prevent Lu Xinghe from seeing. Lu Xinghe stopped him seriously. If it gets inflamed, it can be very serious. He quickly went to get the iodine disinfectant and a band-aid. Lu Xing grabbed her hand and disinfected it. She was clearly in pain, tears welling up in her eyes, but she endured it and didn't pull her hand back. Lu Xing felt very distressed and said, "At least don't touch water for the next few days to avoid infection." "Hubby, don't be so nice to me." Lu Xing was putting a band-aid on her wound, using his healing skills. It is estimated that Liu Ruyan's injury will be healed soon. He never expected that she would say this, catching him off guard. "What's wrong? I'm afraid I won't be able to quit." Don't leave me. Stay by my side even if you die." Wow, such a Yandere. Lu Xinghe felt that this time, her possessiveness was more obvious. Especially her eyes were red, and she was staring at him intently. "Idiot, what are you thinking about again? Are you really planning to kill me?" Lu Xinghe stretched out his finger and tapped Liu Ruyan's forehead. "No, you are not allowed to die without my permission." Liu Ruyan hugged Lu Xing and said, "If you die, I will never burn your treasured figurines for you. I'll burn intensive training in classical Chinese, 3 years of college entrance examination and 5 years of simulation, 1,000 real history questions, must practice questions on butterfly transformation, and introduction to the basic principles of Marxism for you every day. Good man, this is not a Yandere. It's a devil." Lu Xing could fully imagine himself in hell, learning the numbness of numbness. "No, I've learned enough. Others have spent their whole lives learning. But he has been learning for 2 lifetimes. If he is not let go even after death, that would be hell." Liu Ruyan snorted, "So you have to stay alive." Lu Xing replied, "Don't worry, I haven't lived enough either." The corners of Liu Ruyan's lips curved into an arc. She rubbed her little face against Lu Xinghe's and replied with a smile, "So you have to stay with me for the rest of your life." Ding, interaction detected. Interaction value plus 35, rewarding the host with the employee salary reimbursement skill. The system will reimburse all employees' salaries. Oh boy, so the system is the boss behind the scenes. Pay employees' salaries while you reap the profits. Lu Xinghe must be happy. You know, the salary of the company's employees is a big expense, so he must be happy to save money. Just when Lu Xinghe was secretly delighted, a serious voice suddenly sounded. Are you Miss Liu Ruyan? Lu Xing immediately saw several policemen coming over. Yes, what's wrong? Liu Ruyan narrowed her eyes vigilantly. Police, come with us. When Lu Xinghe saw the police appear, his expression changed. Liu Ruyan just injured the gangster, and the gangster's life or death is unknown. With so many people witnessing the incident, it becomes complicated to deal with. Lu Xing stepped forward and stood in front of Liu Ruyan. I'm her guardian, tell me what's going on. She fired the gun in self-defense. He was quite nervous. If Liu Ruyan was really captured, the situation would be dire. Even if she couldn't go to jail, Liu Ruyan would have to be sent to a mental hospital again. Lu Xing doesn't want to be separated from Liu Ruyan. Besides, life in a mental hospital is very painful, and he doesn't want to see his wife endure that torture again. When Liu Ruyan saw Lu Xing's righteous look, her eyes turned red. Husband, she was obviously touched. After all, no one has ever protected her like this since she was a child. We know, but we have to go through the process and give a statement. The police officer nodded and said solemnly, she acted in self-defense. There's no need to be so wary of us. However, we have something more important to inform you. After hearing this, Lu Xing frowned. What? Is she interested in becoming a police officer? Lu Xing suspected that he had heard it wrong. Is he going to hand his wife over to the country? She's powerful, explosive, and agile. We're very optimistic about her. As expected, the end of humanity is to take the exam and become a civil servant. Lu Xing felt very proud after hearing this. Even the police were praising their wives. His face was very bright. Lu Xing looked at Liu Ruyan. Are you willing? Liu Ruyan bit her red lips and asked, do you want me to go? It's your decision. If you want to go, I support you. Lu Xing definitely hopes that his wife will have a better career. Instead of being his canary, it is better for her to become an eagle that soars high. If she's willing, we can make an exception and admit her. But entering the police academy requires 3 years of closed-door training. However, the police's words made both of them fall silent. 3 years? We were separated for 3 whole years. It was difficult to meet each other for 3 years. Not to mention that, after passing the exam, it would be even more difficult for the two to meet when doing special tasks. When Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan were about to leave with the police, the tourists rushed over. They held Liu Ruyan's hands and expressed their gratitude. Thank you so much, little girl. If it weren't for you, our lives would be in danger. Woo, 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 my brother was shot. Luckily, you stopped the criminals and bought time for rescue. Otherwise, my brother would be dead. Thank you, great hero. After being surrounded by praises, Liu Ruyan felt a little shy. Shyness was written all over her face. Actually, I didn't do anything. My husband is much better than me, Tilda. Everyone's attention was immediately focused on Lu Xing. You can marry such a beautiful wife, so you must be a good person. I saw you save your wife at the critical moment. You are a role model for us men. When my daughter grows up, she must marry a good man like you. I recognized you. Are you the owner of M1 Mobile? You are so young and promising, and you have such a beautiful and outstanding wife. Lu Xinghe's ears were extremely hot. He is now benefiting from the help of his wife. More and more people gathered around, and the situation was out of control. In the end, the police intervened and took Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan into the police car. Chapter 90, she has a terminal illness. In the car, Lu Xing held her hand tightly. I saw her lower her head and tears fell. It scared him. Why are you crying? Liu Ruyan stammered, I don't want to leave you. Lu Xing said, I didn't say I would leave you. Liu Ruyan sobbed, but if I go to the police academy, I'll be leaving you. Lu Xing laughed and cried. This is a good thing, we are just separating temporarily, not getting divorced. But they all say that if you're apart for a long time, your feelings will fade. Liu Ruyan's little face was filled with reluctance. Lu Xing said seriously, that's someone else, not us. She shook her head, but I really want to stay with you. Her eyelashes were covered with tears. I don't want to leave for even a second. Lu Xing said solemnly, then let me ask you, do you want to join the police academy? She blinked and said nothing. Lu Xing, you want to, otherwise you would have rejected it long ago. He stroked Liu Ruyan's hair. You married me, but you are still yourself. Do what you want to do, don't think about me. Just now when everyone was thanking Liu Ruyan, her eyes were shining. But Liu Ruyan's little head fell on Lu Xinghe's chest. I still can't bear to leave you. She held herself tightly in her arms. Lu Xing must also know that she can't let go of herself. Can't I come to the police academy to see you? You can still go home when you miss me, and we can still be the same as before, right? He bent down and kissed her pink little face. If you want to do it, I will support you. Don't you miss me? I do, but I'll endure it. We're all adults now, we can't just be romantic. We should make progress together, right? Hubby, I understand what you said, but I still can't control myself from thinking about you. If you miss me, call me. If you want to see me, I'll buy you a gift and come to you. Real? It's a deal. Then make a pinky promise. Liu Ruyan stretched out her little finger. Lu Xing looked at her childish behavior and laughed. Why, just like a little kid. Just say whether you will make a pinky promise or not. You're not going to regret it now, are you? Okay, pinky promise. Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan made a pinky promise. She smiled sweetly and hugged Lu Xing so tightly that he didn't want to let go. Ding, interaction detected. Interaction value plus 37, rewarding the host with the automatic blowing skill, allowing the user to control the wind speed with their thoughts. Lu Xing had tried it out and found that the air conditioner's wind speed was too high, and it was a bit cold. He lowered the wind speed for fear that Liu Ruyan would catch a cold. The driver in front immediately wondered, strange, why is the air conditioner on such a low setting? Lu Xing tried to hold back his laughter. What the other party didn't know was that he was the one who was causing trouble. Lu Xing had controlled the wind outside again, and the original light wind turned into a strong wind, and the originally hot air became clear and refreshing. Lu Xing was very satisfied with this skill. After arriving at the police station, Lu Xing accompanied Liu Ruyan to take a statement. When I was halfway through, I saw a figure who was in a hurry. Daughter, son-in-law, are you okay? It was Liu's father. He was originally discussing business abroad, but now he left behind a business worth hundreds of millions and immediately rushed back on a private jet. Dad, we're fine, Lu Xing said to Liu's father with a smile. When he heard about his daughter's heroic deeds in the amusement park, Liu's father was stunned. He didn't expect his daughter to be so capable. In the past, he was worried that his daughter's illness would flare up and hurt someone, but he never thought it would have this use. Do you support her to apply to the police academy? Father Liu looked at Lu Xing with complicated eyes. Lu Xing nodded. Well, this is a good thing. Father Liu immediately felt distressed. You have sacrificed so much for my daughter and endured what ordinary people cannot endure. Well done. He immediately said to Lu Xing, I have a resort in South Island, I'll give it to you. If you are bored, you can go there for vacation to kill time. A resort in the South Island. It is a place with beautiful scenery, and every inch of land is valuable. If you give it to him, its value will double. Just lie down and make money. Father-in-law, this is too much. How can you say you're wasting money on my son-in-law? I'm old now, and these things will be yours sooner or later. It doesn't matter whether you give them to me sooner or later. Lu Xing never thought that he would easily own a resort, which is what ordinary people, big guys and cute girls, dream of. Lu Xing was immersed in joy when suddenly a phone call came in. He looked and found it was an anonymous call. Who? Lu Xing walked to the corner and answered the phone. Hello, who is this? Lu Xing, hey, something bad has happened. Lu Xing recognized the other person's voice as soon as he heard it. The other party is Jiang Mengmeng's best friend Yuan Yuan. He replied emotionlessly, what is it? It's just Jiang Mengmeng's little thing. Yuan Yuan said anxiously, Mengmeng, she can't make it. Lu Xing was puzzled. What died? Yuan Yuan, not yet. Lu Xing, oh, then I'll hang up first. Yuan Yuan panicked. But it's also very serious. Mengmeng has a terminal illness. Lu Xing, really? Yuan Yuan, it's absolutely true. She is now in Ward 302 of XX Hospital. She fainted the day before yesterday and her condition is very critical. She hesitated for a moment and then said, Can you come and see her? She really wants to see you. Lu Xing said coldly, No, I'm not a doctor and I can't save her. Lu Xing is not the original owner and has no feelings for Jiang Mengmeng. Although Jiang Mengmeng's crime did not deserve the death penalty, he didn't want to have anything to do with her. Besides, even if he really went, it would just be a lingering connection. It would also be unfair to his wife, and he didn't want to get involved. Yuan Yuan angrily said, Lu Xing, do you still have any conscience? Mengmeng likes you so much and you're kicking her when she's down. Lu Xing snorted coldly after hearing this. Kick someone when they're down? Little fairy, don't just use idioms randomly. I'm married, whether she likes me or not is none of my business. She has a terminal illness and is dying. Should I be gentle and considerate to her and stay with her? She was so perfunctory at the beginning. She should have expected that I would never have any contact with her again. Lu Xinghe criticized mercilessly and then hung up the phone. After hearing the beeping sound from the other end of the phone, Yuan was stunned. When she called again, she was reminded that she had been blocked. What's wrong? After seeing Yuan walk into the ward, Jiang Mengmeng, who was originally weak, sat up with a somersault and looked very energetic. Yuan shook her head at Jiang Mengmeng. He has no conscience. He refused to come. Jiang Mengmeng was dumbfounded. I lied to him like this and he won't come. He is so heartless. Her heart ached slightly. Yuan spat. Even if you have a new love, you forget your old love. Men are all so heartless and disloyal. Xiaodi, her best friend next to her, couldn't stand it anymore and said, Not necessarily. There are still many good boys. Lu Xinghe was also a good boy before. It's all Meng's fault for hurting him so badly. Jiang Mengmeng lowered her little face, feeling very lost. When I mention Lu Xinghe, I feel full of regret, and when I think of him, I feel full of love. No matter how much you miss him, he is not yours. I regret it very much, but he didn't give me any chance. What can I do? Jiang Mengmeng's eyes were wet. Yuan said disdainfully, Stop making excuses for men. They just fall in love with every woman they meet. Lu Xinghe used to pretend to be a pure-hearted god of war, but he was actually just acting affectionate. P.S. The author is having her period today, so don't be angry if she loses her temper. Chapter 90, One Divorce is Inevitable. Yuan said disdainfully, Stop making excuses for men. They just fall in love with every woman they meet. Lu Xinghe used to pretend to be a pure-hearted god of war, but he was actually just acting affectionate. She said, What's so good about that Liu Ruyan? How can she compare to our Mengmeng? Jiang Mengmeng gained confidence after hearing this. Xiaodi glared at Yuan. It was you who made Mengmeng dump Lu Xinghe earlier, and now you are the one trying to reconcile. Mengmeng shouldn't lie now. Boys hate lies the most. She muttered, Besides, Lu Xinghe is already married, Mengmeng. You should just give up. Yuan rolled her eyes. You've never been in love, what do you know? How many men have you met? I've never been in love, but I know propriety and honor. Bah, it was Liu Ruyan who came to grab it first. We are here to take back what belongs to us. Besides, anything that can be torn apart is not true love. Happiness must be fought for, not daydreamed about by a good man falling down like you do. I don't agree anyway. If our Meng wins back Lu Xinghe's heart, we will all benefit from it. Yuan snorted coldly. Don't you want to hold an art exhibition? Lu Xinghe can help you introduce resources, and he can also let me join his company and get a good job. Meng can also become a rich wife. It's a win-win situation. Lu Xinghe is extremely powerful now. If Jiang Mengmeng really succeeds, who will remember that Jiang Mengmeng interfered in other people's feelings? Others only praise Jiang Mengmeng for her abilities and try to please her constantly. Jiang Mengmeng was completely moved by what he said. However, she was also very distressed. Now I lied to him and told him I had a terminal illness, but he remained indifferent. What can I do to make him change his mind? Wait, there's breaking news. Yuan looked at her phone and suddenly became very excited. What? Jiang Mengmeng became curious. Yuan pointed the phone towards Jiang Mengmeng. Someone in the small group chat was saying that Liu Ruyan was going to apply to the police academy. Jiang Mengmeng was stunned. Zundu fake do. It's absolutely true. It's going viral in the group chat, it can't be fake. It turned out that there were students from Lu Xinghe College at the amusement park. After seeing the police invite Liu Ruyan, they boasted about it in the school group. Yuan was very excited. If that's the case, then we have hope. A couple living apart and not seeing each other for years is bound to have conflicts. Lu Xinghe will definitely be in the lowest mood. You can take advantage of his opportunity and take care of him. After hearing this, Jiang Mengmeng was full of confidence. That's right, this is the dawn of victory, waving towards her. If she succeeds, no one will despise her for what she does. After all, this is a realistic society, and only those who work hard to climb up are worthy of respect. The next day, men's dormitory 402. As soon as Lu Xinghe entered the door, he smelled a fragrance. At a glance, I found that the dormitory table was piled with fried chicken, hamburgers, pizza, snail noodles, matcha rolls, sushi, fat otaku happy water, and finger-licking original chicken. Wow, sons, don't treat daddy badly today. Don't eat alone, call me. Lu Xinghe was very excited. Today his sons called him and asked him to come to the dormitory for dinner. I remember today isn't my birthday. Why are you so happy? Jia Hui rolled his eyes. Are we such stingy people? Lu Xinghe smiled and said, Why would I spend so much money? I bought so many delicious foods, all of which I like. I heard that my sister-in-law is leaving. Lu Xinghe had just picked up the pizza and took a bite. After hearing Zin Zhiju's voice, he nodded. Yes. Su Mingqiu asked cautiously, You're not crying. Lu Xing rolled his eyes. Why are you crying? It's a good thing. Someone is optimistic about her. As her husband, I definitely can't trap her. Shinasuk said, You must be lonely living at home alone. Lu Xing nodded lightly. Not bad. Jia Hui said excitedly, Move back home, the brothers will take care of you. He drew aside the gauze curtains on the lower bunk by the window and said, Look, this is your bed. We have made it for you, swept it clean, and hung up the mosquito net. Lu Xinghe took a look. It's true. You know, there are several good boys in the dormitory. Each one is lazier than the other. The health inspections were all perfunctory, but now I have sorted it out diligently. The quilt is also folded neatly. It can't be said to be a block of tofu, but it is acceptable. Zinasuk, aren't you sleeping here? Lu Xinghe asked in surprise. The upper bunk is good. Climbing up and down is good for my health. Only then can I develop my abs sooner, said Zinjasuk. Lu Xing, that's not what you said before. You'll never change it. Shinasuk, it's hard to be alone, but can't I be a grown-up now? Lu Xing, as a father, I am pleased that my son has grown up. Shinasuk, get out of here. Jia Hui said, We are not as good as your nanny, but I will never throw away smelly socks again. I will also take care of your socks for you. Su Mingqiu added, I won't raise mosquitoes in my dorm anymore. If you ask me to empty the trash can, I'll do it right away. I'll also climb onto your bed and eat stinky tofu. Lu Xing gritted his teeth and said, All right, I was wondering why I thought my bed was so smelly before. Turns out you ate that thing on my bed. Su Mingqiu said with a playful smile, We are all brothers, I will change it. In fact, the brothers changed so much just to get Lu Xing back to the dormitory. It's lively and bustling with people. Much better than Lu Xing staying in the villa and being reminded of the past. They all understood that Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan had a deep relationship, and now that the two of them were to separate, they must be feeling very sad. But none of them wanted to poke at Lu Xing's scar. I'm afraid Lu Xing will be sad too. How could Lu Xing not see the good intentions of his brothers? There was warmth in his eyes, and it would be a lie if he didn't say he was touched. Although they had only known each other for 2 years, they had a much stronger bond than the Lu family who had raised him since he was a child. Lu Xing was smiling and chatting and laughing with his brothers. But I found that one person was missing. Where is Huo? There are so many things, ask him to eat together. As a result, the brothers looked sad. Stop talking. Lu Xing, he noticed something was wrong and asked, What's wrong? Jia Hui was helpless. Huo, this kid has to be a lickspittle instead of doing anything else. Su Mingqiu sighed. That sumo is just a gold digger. Today she asks Huo to give her game skins, and tomorrow she asks Huo to buy her brand name clothes. Huo lives frugally and works 3 jobs every day just to save money to buy her those things. Zinjiju, he is just in love now. He always thinks sumo is good. After hearing this, Lu Xing's face turned ugly. The last time he dealt with sumo, he felt that the other party was very vain and had no sense of time. But he didn't expect sumo to be so excessive. Isn't this just treating Huo as a bootlicker and trying his best to make money? Chapter 92, What tricks are you playing? Why are you imitating Liu Ruyan? Huo's family is not poor, but they can't stand sumo's materialism. Speak of Cao, here comes Cao. We just talked about Huo. Huo, looking tired, walked in from outside. It was obvious that he had just returned from work. Huo, you're back, Lu Xing shouted. Yeah, Huo nodded, and immediately lay down on the bed and fell asleep. Seeing how tired he was, Lu Xing still felt a little distressed. Why bother, kid? Don't be so love-brained, she's not worth it. Lu Xing sat beside Huo's bed, but Huo's eyes looked very strange. You can scold me, but don't slander her. I'm not slandering her. Can't you see what kind of person she is? As soon as Lu Xing finished speaking, Huo roared angrily. You don't know her at all. She loves animals and has adopted many stray kittens. She's a very kind girl. She never wastes food. If she doesn't like something, she gives it to me. Lu Xing's eyes darkened. Is it possible that what you know is only one-sided? Is this what she wants to show you? That day at the amusement park, when she encountered danger, she ran faster than anyone else. Do you think such a person is worth your efforts? As soon as he finished speaking, Lu Xinghe was hit hard by a punch. Shut up. Lu Xinghe was completely stunned. He felt a burning sensation on the right side of his cheek and looked at Huo in disbelief. Huo was breathing heavily, and he himself was confused. He didn't expect that in a fit of rage, he would punch Lu Xinghe. Looking at Lu Xinghe's right cheek, which was red and swollen, he felt a little regretful. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Lu Xinghe's eyes turned red instantly. He was very disappointed. I didn't expect that my good brother, who I have been with for so long, would fall in love with him for a woman. And beat him. At that moment, Lu Xing gritted his teeth and said, "Okay, then I wish you happiness soon. I won't say much, lest you treat my words as nonsense and punch me again." Brother Xing, several good sons were also confused. I didn't expect the situation to become so serious and chaotic. Lu Xing had picked up his coat and said to them, "I have something to do. I'll leave first, you guys eat." Watching Lu Xing rush out, Huo blamed himself. "It's all my fault." Jia Hui and the others did not comfort Huo, but instead took out their anger on Lu Xing. "You really don't know what's going on. You're going to affect our brotherhood for a woman. Are you crazy? Do you think every woman is like your sister-in-law? Honest advice may be unpleasant to the ears, but it can be beneficial to one's conduct. You should reflect on this. Don't regret it after you've already scammed all your money. How can you be sure that Sumo isn't the next Jiang Mengmeng?" Huo held his head in pain, saying, "But I really like her and she's not that bad to me." As she spoke, tears began to fall. She said that she was just playing with them, but she was serious with me. "Everyone, can you tolerate this? This guy must be a hardcore love-brained person. The next step is becoming a father. I can't persuade him. I really can't persuade him." At this moment, Lu Xing went downstairs. The wind blowing in the wind makes people want to cry. Damn, this guy Huo is so stupid. He can't tell the difference between good and bad. Now he has been completely bewitched by Sumo. He couldn't bear to scold Huo, but Huo ended up hitting him. Haha, that's so funny. It feels so bad to have your kindness treated like a donkey's liver and lungs. Lu Xing was sitting on a bench in the flower bed, his eyes already red. Suddenly, a shadow fell in front of him. Lu Xing had caught a glimpse of the familiar lace skirt, and his lips trembled. "Baby." Lu Xing had raised his head with joy. The smile on his face disappeared in an instant. The other person's long chestnut hair was dyed dark brown and tied into a long ponytail, secured with a white hairband. Not only do they have the same hairstyle, they are also wearing the same lace skirt, and even their shoes are somewhat similar. But Lu Xing had still noticed that the imitation was very incongruous. He was disgusted, even if the girl in front of him smiled brightly at him. This also made Lu Xing not like it at all. "Jiang Mengmeng, what tricks are you playing? Why are you imitating Liu Ruyan?" Jiang Mengmeng was a little disappointed when she noticed that Lu Xing's expression changed. She spent a long time dressing up before she looked somewhat like Liu Ruyan. The reason why Lu Xing can be close to Liu Ruyan is because Liu Ruyan is a lowly. He must like her dressing up as a lowly. Who would have thought Lu Xing would react like this? But Jiang Mengmeng cheered up and smiled at Lu Xing in a friendly manner. "I'm not imitating her, I'm just changing my style. I think this suits me very well. It looks so good." I originally thought that Lu Xing's attitude would change. Who would have thought that Lu Xing would directly say something like, "Idiot." Jiang Mengmeng. Lu Xing stood up and left without thinking. Jiang Mengmeng was anxious. "You've been in a bad mood recently. Is there something bothering you? You can talk to me. I'm very good at keeping secrets. Just tell me and I won't tell anyone else." Seeing Jiang Mengmeng chasing him relentlessly, Lu Xing replied irritably, "Can you please get away? Aren't you terminally ill? Why don't you stay in the hospital?" Jiang Mengmeng, who was scolded, had red eyes. She complained aggrievedly, "Lu Xing, you are such a heartless man. Do you want me to die before you regret it?" Lu Xing replied coldly, "Yes, I will regret it. I will regret how I made such a mistake. I have liked you for so long, but now I am sober." After hearing Lu Xing's heartless words, Jiang Mengmeng's eyes turned red and she replied stubbornly, "I'm sorry to disappoint you. I won't die for a while. My best friend spread the wrong message. I don't have a terminal illness. I just have a rare blood disease and need regular checkups." She laughed at herself and said, "You used to say how much you loved me and I thought you really loved me, but you changed my mind the moment you said so. You're really not loyal." After hearing what Jiang Mengmeng said, Lu Xing had a question mark look on his face. Where does this elder sister get the confidence to criticize others? Is this a joke sent by the monkey? Sister, you were the first one to be unfaithful and throw yourself into the arms of others. I am not related to you. So what? I will remain a virgin for you until we grow old. Lu Xing didn't give Jiang Mengmeng any good look at all. After Lu Xing brought up the past, Jiang Mengmeng felt aggrieved. "I've stressed many times that it was a misunderstanding. Let's start over just like before. I will definitely be responsible for you. I know in my heart how good you are to me." Jiang Mengmeng put on a gentle gesture and looked at Lu Xing affectionately. It's okay. You are the most sincere person I have ever met. If you miss me, just come to me. You used to wait for me, but now it's my turn, okay? As she spoke, she took a step forward and reached out to grab Lu Xinghe's hand. I used to lose my temper with you all the time just to make you care about me more. Don't be so petty. You get angry over such a small thing. P.S. Don't worry, Liu Ruyan will not go to the police academy, and Lu Xinghe will not stay alone in an empty room till the little Yandere can't bear to leave her husband. She has her own little plan, just to scare people. Chapter 93, Call and Send. Lu Xinghe, however, stayed away from her as if he had seen some germs. Do you think I'm an idiot? I won't listen to a single word of your bullshit. Get out of here right now. Without listening to her hypocritical words, just looking at her imitating Liu Ruyan's dress made him almost vomit. Jiang Mengmeng is so naive. Does she think he is still the bootlicker who comes when summoned and leaves when dismissed? Seeing Lu Xinghe's rejection, Jiang Mengmeng was very unwilling. I heard that Liu Ruyan is going to the police academy. She won't have time to accompany you anymore. Someone like her doesn't understand what single-mindedness is. I heard that students in the police academy are very promiscuous, especially the girls who sleep with every man they meet. Not to mention that Liu Ruyan is not in the right mind. Her thinking process is different from that of normal people. It's a good thing for that kind of crazy person to stay away from you. Don't feel bad. I understand that you are angry with me now. You are unhappy, but it doesn't matter. I am very reasonable, and I will be with you. After hearing Jiang Mengmeng's output, Lu Xing was about to explode. God damn it, you can't just scold my wife. I find it offensive even when you mention her name. Stop insulting her, or I'll make you pay for it. Get out of my sight right now, or I'll even beat up girls. This Jiang Mengmeng is so annoying. Can't she just go away? It seems that he has to find a way to make Jiang Mengmeng disappear from his sight. After hearing Lu Xinghe's abuse, Jiang Mengmeng's eyes were suddenly filled with tears, and she pretended to look pitiful. Wow, could you not be so fierce? I'm thinking about you, how could you let me down? She pouted slightly, deliberately acting cute in front of Lu Xing. Okay, I'm generous, you just have to treat me to a meal, otherwise I won't chat with you anymore. Lu Xinghe, it's a deal. As he said that, Lu Xinghe put his hands in his pockets and walked out. Lu Xinghe, stop. Seeing Jiang Mengmeng's perseverance, Lu Xinghe's narrow eyes were full of warning. If you don't want to just be a high school diploma, you'd better not mess with me. Jiang Mengmeng gasped. Lu Xing is extremely powerful now, and he has plenty of ways to prevent me from graduating. But she was so unwilling. She finally fell in love with someone. How could she admit defeat? Still lost to Liu Ruyan, a madman. If her rival was an excellent and normal person, she might have let go. But now that a great opportunity is in front of her, she can't give up Lu Xing, especially since Lu Xing is doing very well now. If he can really get close to him, he will be able to easily enter the upper class. Jiang Mengmeng looked at Lu Xinghe's leaving figure and clenched her fists. After getting rid of Jiang Mengmeng, Lu Xing breathed a sigh of relief. His already bad mood became even worse. Jiang Mengmeng is really annoying. I don't know why she is so crazy and has to provoke me. He couldn't be locked up with Lu Yunting and stop causing trouble for him. No, he had to find a way to persuade Jiang Mengmeng to retreat. Lu Xing arrived at the school parking lot and suddenly realized something was wrong. My sports car key shows that the door is not closed tightly. Lu Xing remembered that he locked his car tightly when he drove to school. It's obvious that someone opened the car. However, from Lu Xinghe's perspective, the front row of the car was empty and no one was sitting. But that doesn't mean there's no one hiding in the car. Lu Xing frowned tightly and felt a little nervous. Is there a thief coming? It's quite possible, after all. He drives a luxury car worth tens of millions. Lu Xinghe held his school bag tightly. He approached the car door very cautiously, not daring to relax for a moment. His other hand also tightly grasped the phone and aimed at the dial pad. If something doesn't seem right, call the police immediately. Just as Lu Xinghe approached, he indeed discovered something strange. Suddenly, the star-shaped light string on the sports car suddenly lit up, which was particularly obvious in the dim light. Lu Xing was completely shocked and noticed that the girl who had been hiding in the back seat suddenly raised her head. Husband! Because she was hiding, her hair was a little messy, but it couldn't hide her beautiful and flawless facial features. Especially today, she was dressed very sweetly, with 2 ponytails and a pair of smiling eyes under her refreshing bangs. When you see her smile, you can see the May sky, which is so beautiful and bright. The bright yellow seersucker miniskirt made her so dazzling that people couldn't take their eyes off her. She held up a bouquet of cherries in front of Lu Xing. It's a huge bunch, very exaggerated, probably with 99 flowers. What are you hiding here for? Lu Xing instantly became happy. The corners of Liu Ruyan's lips curled up. Waiting for you. She handed the bouquet to Lu Xing and said, I know you don't like flowers very much, so I prepared cherries for you. They are both beautiful and delicious, but I made them myself. I was so tired. Originally, Liu Ruyan wanted to make a bigger one, but unfortunately she couldn't lift it, so she gave up the idea. I can see that, Lu Xing said with a smile. How did you tell that? She asked curiously. After seeing Lu Xing's meaningful smile, Liu Ruyan's face began to turn red, and she muttered, Am I really that bad? Lu Xing cried out in injustice. I didn't say that, you just imagined it. He took the bouquet, and it was indeed heavy. I didn't expect that Liu Ruyan, with her thin arms and legs, could lift such a heavy thing. I love so much. Lu Xing felt wonderful when he looked at the cherry blossoms. Especially Liu Ruyan in front of him, with her beautiful smile, was even more pleasing to him. All the worries disappeared. As expected, my mood will improve when I am with the person I like. It's not just this, there's more. Liu Ruyan pretended to be mysterious. What else? Close your eyes quickly, Liu Ruyan urged. So mysterious. If you don't close your eyes, I'm not going to take your gift now. Liu Ruyan snorted, narrowed her eyes, and looked cunning like a little fox. Okay, close it. Lu Xing listened to her and closed his eyes. But after waiting for a long time, there was no sound. How strange. Is she playing a prank? Chapter 94 wrong. This is our love that will never lose touch. When Lu Xing was about to open his eyes and take a peek, I felt something soften on my lips. He was stunned and felt like a marshmallow, making his whole body soft. My heart is filled with joy. Lu Xing smiled and asked, That's it. When I opened my eyes, I saw Liu Ruyan's eyes were somewhat resentful. What's wrong? Is it not enough for me to kiss you? You are not satisfied with this gift. Her arrogant attitude made Lu Xing couldn't help but curl his lips. Of course not, Lu Xing paused, but I would like it more if there was a passionate kiss. Lu Xing was teasing her deliberately, and when he did, her skin became delicate and rosy, as red as petals. All the arrogance and temper disappeared. Instead, she had a sweet smile. Hey, that's more like it. As soon as he finished speaking, Lu Xing felt his wrist being gently gripped, as if something was being worn. Then Lu Xing felt a clear frequency vibration on his wrist. Lu Xing suddenly lowered his head and found that it was a watch. However, the LCD screen of the watch was filled with pink bubbles. Displayed heart rate value, 123. My heart rate is over 120. It's me that's having a heart attack. And only you can feel my heartbeat. The soft and tender voice, like the sweetest pear juice, bubbled up into Lu Xing's heart desperately. Lu Xing raised his head and found that Liu Ruyan was very shy. She stretched out her hand and showed it off to Lu Xing. It's the same watch as Lu Xing's. Couple watch, Lu Xing was very surprised. Wrong, this is our love that will never lose connection, Liu Ruyan reminded with a smile. She added, we can call and text anytime. You can always check my sleep time. When I wake up, the watch will vibrate at the same frequency to remind you. Of course, if I find you staying up late, I'll flip the switch twice. That's my warning that you have to go to bed early. There's GPS installed here, so we can monitor the other person's location at any time, so we don't have to worry about losing contact with them. The faster my heart beats, the louder your watch vibrates. This way, we won't have to worry about distance. It's as if we are together. As she spoke, Liu Ruyan started to cry. Her beautiful eyes, as blue as the sea, filled with tears, were so beautiful. It was like a fairy's dewdrop, which made Lu Xing feel extremely pity. Lu Xing walked forward and gently wiped away her tears, feeling very distressed. Don't cry, look how pitiful our baby is. The watch vibrated louder, her heartbeat quickening. Oh, I should say she was moved. Liu Ruyan cried and sobbed. Hubby, I really don't want to leave you, not even for a second. She threw herself into Lu Xing's arms, her little hands tightly grasping Lu Xing's shirt. Ding, interactive behavior detected. Interaction value plus 43, rewarding the host with the skill of manipulating electronic products with the mind. The information conveyed in the mind can be quickly edited and controlled, even in inconvenient situations. This is quite suitable for use in dangerous situations. It is also suitable for lazy people like him, who are sometimes too lazy to type or operate. In this way, you can send it by simply inputting it with your mind. Don't let the cute girl know about this. Otherwise, she will steal this technology overnight and publish 100,000 words a day. Seeing Liu Ruyan crying pitifully, Lu Xinghe felt so depressed that he couldn't speak. As a husband, he must be proud that his wife can go to police academy. He wanted her to go, but I didn't want her to go. A short separation is better than a new marriage, especially since they are still newly married. She also has split personality disorder. He must be worried about her, wondering if she would have trouble acclimatizing to the climate in the police academy, if she would be uncomfortable living there, or if she would get sick. It's okay. It's only been a few years and it will pass in the blink of an eye. Besides, the police academy is also in the local area, so we will be able to meet soon. I will come to see you when I have time. Lu Xing coaxed her, but she looked reluctant. She opened her moist eyes, which were misty, and her voice was as delicate and aggrieved as that of a kitten. I don't want you to take time off, Tilda, preferably every day. Okay, I'll listen to you. But except when it's windy and rainy, nothing else. Okay, I'll listen to you. Even if you're sick, you don't have to come see me. Good. If you're very busy and tired at work, I'll consider not letting you come over. You just said that everything else is off the table. Why did you change your mind so quickly? Lu Xinghe teased, but Liu Ruyan suddenly thought of something and smiled evilly. Actually, there's no need to be so troublesome. Lu Xinghe guessed it by looking at her devilish smile. It must not be a good thing. You know, she's a little sickly girl. There's nothing she can't do. What do you want to do? Husband, do you love me? Love? In that case, then prove it. Liu Ruyan chuckled, her eyes full of greed, and she even became very excited when she got up. Will you sacrifice your freedom for me? I'll tie you up and lock you in a single dorm room, hiding you from the instructors. Then I can bribe the dorm auntie and hide your secret from everyone. Chapter 95, if you ignore me, I will kill you with a 30-meter long sword. After hearing Liu Ruyan's idea, Lu Xing's heart trembled. She's a little sickly girl, and her reputation is well-deserved. You either want to break my legs and take my kidneys, or you want to imprison me. If Liu Ruyan really succeeds, I will never see the light of day again. Lu Xinghe must calm her down and never let her terrible idea come true. That would be too risky. Besides, can you bear to see me getting thinner and thinner? Lu Xinghe patiently coaxed. We're in the same city. I can come visit you anytime, dear. Liu Ruyan's eyes were blurred with tears, and her beautiful peach blossom eyes looked red because of discomfort. She kept rubbing against Lu Xing's arms, feeling very attached. Okay, I'll just be patient for now. But if you dare to lie to me, treat me lightly, or ignore me in the future, I will come to kill you with a 30-meter long sword. Her words immediately gave Lu Xing a picture in his mind. Okay, I'll do whatever you say. You're my wife after all. Lu Xing is very reluctant to part with Liu Ruyan, as his wife is sweet and gentle. Although she sometimes loses her temper, she is not a princess, and everything is completely acceptable. Now that the two of them have to be separated for such a long time, he can't help feeling lonely. Lu Xing knew very well that although it was a city, she was being trained as a key person and would have to train in secret, in a semi-closed environment. Sometimes you can't see someone easily just because you want to. At this moment, the system reminds, ding, rewarding the host with the teleportation skill. As long as you think about the place you want to go, you can reach it instantly. Isn't this skill prepared for him? It just so happened that he and Liu Ruyan had some distance between them, so he didn't have to run around and get tired. Sometimes when they were forbidden to meet, he could still see her. Lu Xing felt that the system, this little lowly, was really considerate. She must have fallen in love with him, otherwise why would it always prepare such generous rewards for him? Etc. Lu Xing's face was suddenly pinched by Liu Ruyan's white and slender fingers. He felt like a bun. His face was being pinched so hard that it was about to be deformed. She looked back and forth, making Lu Xing feel nervous. What's wrong? In an instant, Lu Xing's cheek was gently touched by her fingertips. Lu Xing felt the pain and gasped. Oh, it hurts. Swelling, who hit you? The light in the car was dim just now, and Liu Ruyan couldn't see clearly. Now that I can see clearly, I find that Lu Xing's right cheek is red and swollen. It's okay, I just bumped into him accidentally. Lie. Liu Ruyan was unhappy. Is there anyone in this world that I can't mess with? Have. Who? Big brother cute girl. She is. Just ignore me. Who is she? Tell me now or I'll lose my 30-meter long sword. Seeing that Liu Ruyan's eyes were already flashing with anger, Lu Xinghe burst out laughing. Baby, why are you so cute? Huh? Liu Ruyan blinked suddenly, confused. He was full of murderous intent just now, but now he is soft and cute. Especially after hearing Lu Xing's compliment, she felt like her whole body was in a steamer. Don't think you can write off everything just because you praised me. Tell me, who is she? Lu Xing's smile remained unchanged. Jealous eating like this. However, that's just her personality. After all, she's the type to compete for attention with even the big dogs at home. I like reading her novels, that's all. But if you write a novel, I'll definitely like it too. I don't write novels. Who would write boring stuff like her? Liu Ruyan muttered softly. Lu Xing saw through it but didn't say it out loud. She is just hard-mouthed but soft-hearted. Okay, let's not talk about that anymore. Who hit you? Liu Ruyan's eyes were as big as marbles as she stared at Lu Xing fiercely. I have to find out the reason. I was just playing around with my brothers and accidentally bumped into her. Besides, you're my wife. Whoever dares to punish me without paying attention is already in there. The person Lu Xing mentioned was Lu Yunting. Lu Yunting is in detention, and once the trial begins, he will be in trouble. Lu Xing also thought about donating a sewing machine, so that Lu Yunting could feel it more when he stepped on it. A pretty boy like Lu Yunting must be very popular in prison and loved by his fellow inmates. That's what I said, but I'm still worried that you'll be wronged. Liu Ruyan's slender eyebrows were furrowed, and her beautiful watery eyes were filled with reluctance and worry. Especially when I'm not around, what will you do alone? Seeing Liu Ruyan's concern for him, Lu Xing subconsciously coaxed her. Don't worry, I'm not a child anymore. I'm very skilled and I'm not someone that others can easily bully. If you have any problems, you must tell me, and I will avenge you. Okay, since you seem worried, have you packed your things for the police academy? Lu Xing pinched Liu Ruyan's pink and tender little face and asked gently. Liu Ruyan shook her head and said to Lu Xing, Not yet, go buy it there. You still have to prepare some of the most basic things yourself. Alas, I think you're the one who's most worried. You're the most careless, and sometimes you even have a bad memory. Lu Xing shook his head. Fortunately, you have a good husband. Come on, I'll take you back to sort it out. Ding, rewarding the host's inductive ability. Efficiency plus 65%. This is definitely a good skill for a lazy person. After all, he usually likes to lose things and leave them in a mess. After Lu Xing brought Liu Ruyan home, he helped pack up. After Lu Xing had checked all the necessary daily necessities, he asked her, Anything else you forgot to bring? Yes, Liu Ruyan nodded vigorously. What? Lu Xing had looked at the form and realized that he had brought a lot. You get into my suitcase. Liu Ruyan pointed at him and then at the suitcase. After hearing this, Lu Xing felt like crying but had no tears. I put it in the suitcase. That's called dumping the body. Look at the size of your suitcase, and then look at your own physique. Lu Xing corrected. No, this is called dismemberment. He couldn't get into the trunk yet. Liu Ruyan lowered her eyelids and sighed deeply. I still can't bear to leave you. She took out her cell phone and waved it in front of Lu Xing. My wallpaper is you, my photo album is full of you, my phone shortcut number is you. My green bubble chat background is you, and the pinned image is also you. But I still feel empty inside, like something is missing. Liu Ruyan's long eyelashes drooped down, and her delicate face, like a Barbie doll, was filled with softened innocence. It looks so pitiful. Lu Xing felt distressed, so he went over and kissed her. Okay, baby, I know everything. Lu Xing held her hand tightly and said with a smile, I will wear the couple watch you gave me. The two of us will always be together, so don't be sad. I will be on standby at any time. Liu Ruyan smiled with tears in her eyes. She touched her couple's watch with Lu Xing's couple's watch. At that moment, a vibration sound was heard at the same time. Pink bubbles bloomed on the two people's watches. The heart rate reached 134. Ding, interaction detected. Rewarding the host with a potion for adequate sleep. Just drink it. Even if you stay up all night, you can still get the health of a full 12 hours of sleep. Wow, isn't this the savior for those who stay up late? No sacrifices, just clock in at night. As time passes, the morning light blooms again across the world. Outside the police academy, cars were parked one after another at the school gate. P.S. I added one more chapter today. Tilda, don't call me a lazy bum. Also, there is this couple watch. Don't call me an advertiser. I don't have any advertising fees. Chapter 96. I don't listen. I only listen to my husband. Outside the police academy, cars were parked one after another at the school gate. Parents send their children to class. Most of the cars inside are Santana, Jetta, and other license plates, and the slightly higher-end ones are BMW and Audi. Suddenly, a Lotus sports car stopped at the door. The parents were amazed instantly. Are there any rich second-generation students here? Are you willing to hand over the family business to the organization instead of inheriting it? This is too much involution. The rich second generation is also suffering. Just as they were marveling at each other, a tall and slender figure stepped out of the sports car. With his handsome looks, he can definitely debut as a star. Some female students blushed when they saw it. Parents questioned, "Is this just a show? With such a look, why not become a star and come here to train? Isn't it a waste?" At this moment, someone recognized the boy's identity and was very surprised. "Isn't this the owner of M1 Mobile? Is he a transfer student? No wonder he looks familiar. He's so young and promising, and he's applying to be a police officer. What about his company, then? It's our honor that my son can become an alumnus of such a great figure." While everyone was talking non-stop, they suddenly realized that he had opened the car door to the other side. A graceful and beautiful figure walked down from above. Her skin is as white as snow, and she is as attractive and sweet as Snow Mainyang. Her long, curly hair is tied into a high ponytail. She wears an expensive little skirt, and she stands tall and graceful. At first glance, she looks like a spoiled young lady. Lu Xinghai took the suitcase from the trunk and handed it to Liu Ruyan. He took a deep breath. His eyes felt a little sore, and he was reluctant to leave. But the Liu Ruyan in front of him had become a crybaby. Her eyes were as red as a rabbit's. She was sobbing, and she was about to burst into tears in the next second. Lu Xing was afraid that if she cried, she would cry even louder. You can't let others see who cries louder in front of the school gate. So Lu Xinghe must be patient and not cry. "Okay, be good, and remember to listen to the instructor." Lu Xing reached out and stroked Liu Ruyan's head, coaxing her. Liu Ruyan pouted her lips and said to Lu Xing, "I won't listen. I only listen to my husband." "That won't do. Aren't you afraid that the instructor will punish you?" "He dares." Liu Ruyan's rudeness and arrogance are undoubtedly revealed. "I have plenty of ways to punish him." She raised her beautiful chin, as proud as a little peacock, and it was obvious that she was disobedient. But Lu Xing was not worried about her. Instead, he was worried about the instructor. If he got involved with this little Yandere, every day would be like hell. Lu Xing and Liu's father had already sent people to make arrangements, so Liu Ruyan would not have to live a difficult and painful life. However, Lu Xing still feels uncomfortable with having to separate right after getting married. "Don't cause trouble. You have to obey when you need to. Don't worry, I will come to see you when the time comes." After hearing Lu Xinghe's gentle, coaxing voice, Liu Ruyan's eyes became wet. She threw herself into Lu Xinghe's arms. "Wow, hubby, I can't bear to leave. The two people are inseparable and can't bear to be separated at all." Lu Xing also didn't want to be separated from her, but the situation was so serious that there was nothing he could do. Lu Xing coaxed her for a long time before he finally sent her to the school gate. Liu Ruyan looked back every 2 steps, constantly looking back at Lu Xing. Lu Xing felt like he was going to pee in his eyes. Damn, they say a real man doesn't shed tears easily. If Lu Xing wasn't afraid that she would cry too, he really wanted to cry now. Lu Xing waved his hand and forced a smile. "Go in." After seeing this, Liu Ruyan made a bold decision in her heart. She planned to give him a surprise later. So she pretended to walk into the police academy in front of him. At this moment, the system also began to remind. Ding, interaction value detected, rewarding the host with the skill of automatic correction of wrong questions. Whether it is a document or homework, it can quickly remind you within 30 seconds. Lu Xing's mind was not on the reward at all. His thoughts had long been on his wife. "Alas, this is the longest separation from my wife. It really feels like a long-distance relationship." At this moment, passers-by looked stunned. Only then did I realize that it was not Lu Xing who went to school, but Lu Xing who sent his wife to school. Lu Xing's pattern opened up. Those domineering bosses would like to raise their wives into little darlings and keep them in captivity like canaries. But Lu Xing's state of mind completely surpasses those people. Lu Xinghe deserves success for daring to send his wife to the traffic police academy and enduring the pain of missing her. After sending Liu Ruyan to the police academy, Lu Xing sat in the car for a long time. His eyes were slightly hot, and scenes with Liu Ruyan flashed through his mind. "Honey, why are your hands so much bigger than mine? I'm your husband, so I must be big. Hubby, these grapes are so sour, you eat them, Tilda. You are my dear wife, please let me eat the sour food. You don't dislike what I've eaten, do you? What nonsense are you talking about? We've kissed so many times, how could you be disgusted? Hey, my husband can eat the food I don't want to eat. How can I waste this use? My money is your money. It's normal for me to spend money on my husband. You can't even spend this little money, right? Of course I can spend it all. You really hate him, right? Do you want me to make him disappear completely from this world? I can't even bear to scold my husband, so what right do you have? Can't he be so arrogant? I dote on him, so if you're upset, just come at me. If you say something mean again, I'll sew you up. Chapter 97, if we can get out this time. Then let the other party lie down and go in. Those voices from the past seemed to be buzzing in Lu Xingha's ears. Lu Xingha's defense was broken. Live in Bengbu, he leaned over the steering wheel of the sports car and burst into tears. Lu Xing has never cried. He has never been a crybaby since he was a child. He thinks it's too cowardly for a man to cry. But now he felt that his previous thoughts were too outrageous. Even if he didn't want to admit it, he could understand that Liu Ruyan already had a very heavy weight in his heart. He likes her. Even though they hadn't been together for long, he fell for her all of a sudden. There are thousands of words hidden in my heart. Lu Xing was thinking about telling her when he sent her in. But when the time really came to say goodbye, I couldn't say a word. Thousands of words were condensed in her eyes, and he didn't know whether she understood his reluctance. Lu Xing also regretted why he didn't say more. He didn't know when they would meet again. They said they would meet every 2 days. But Lu Xinghe knew it was quite difficult. After all, it had to be approved. Lu Xinghe looked in the mirror and saw his eyes were red from crying. He stared and said, "How embarrassing, this is such a big deal." He smiled self-deprecatingly and wiped away his tears. Lu Xinghe cheered up and decided to be busy so that he wouldn't have such random thoughts. He has to cheer up as he has to take the CET4 English test soon. An hour later, Lu Xing saw his brothers who were cramming for the exam at the entrance of the examination room. They were copying English books and reading them very carefully. "I'm so nervous. I've prayed to Wenquixing and Chunj, hoping I'll pass the exam this time. With so many people celebrating every year, it wouldn't count if I were one more. Please, I don't want to fail the course. If I fail, I'll have to endure another year." Lu Xinghe looked at his brother's nervous expressions and laughed out loud. "Look how anxious you guys are. Read the questions carefully and don't make any mistakes. You will definitely pass." "Okay, I'll give you my good wishes," Jia Hui smiled. Just as Lu Xing was talking and laughing with his brothers, he suddenly saw Huo coming over with a shoulder bag. The laughter stopped abruptly. Lu Xing and Huo's eyes met in the air. Huo avoided it, obviously feeling guilty. He leaned a little further away from Lu Xing, obviously avoiding Lu Xing. Lu Xing felt a little embarrassed when he saw Huo like this. He recalled the scene in the dormitory where Huo beat himself up for that green tea girl and felt a little disappointed. The situation is at a stalemate. After all, neither of them said a word. Jia Hui and others also noticed something unusual and could see that Lu Xing and Huo were in a cold war. Both of them have stubborn tempers and are unwilling to bow their heads first, which is why this situation has occurred. Jia Hui was more enthusiastic and called out to Huo. "Hey, why are you hiding so far away? Let's read together." Huo shook his head and said calmly, "I'm reciting it silently." It was obvious that he wanted to keep a distance from Lu Xing. The brothers looked at each other, blaming Huo in their hearts. They had beaten Lu Xing, and he regretted it and felt guilty. But he was too stubborn, too embarrassed to apologize to Lu Xing. Lu Xing had looked at Huo like this without saying a word. If Huo wants to be cold, he can be cold too. Let's see who can't hold on any longer. Bite. The bell rang. The examiner reminded the candidates to enter the venue, put their belongings in the lockers, and then find a seat. When Lu Xing took out the black pen, he found a smiley face drawn on it. Who could be so childish? Lu Xing's eyes softened suddenly. This little fool, when did he draw that secretly? Lu Xing felt so sweet in his heart, just like eating cotton candy. What should he do? He missed her after just a short while. I don't know what she is doing now, or whether she misses him. Lu Xing found a seat and sat down. After the test papers were handed out, he took a look. It's so simple, it's a piece of cake. He used to think it was quite difficult, but now when he looks at these, they seem too easy. The corners of Lu Xing's lips curved. However, his smile disappeared the moment he looked up. A tall and thin boy walked in from outside the door. His original black hair was shaved into a flat top, and he was holding a black pen in his hand. When his eyes met Lu Xing's, he smiled provocatively. Lu Xing's face suddenly darkened. "Shug, why is he here? Shouldn't Lu Yunting be in detention? Why was he released on bail?" Lu Yunting's appearance also surprised everyone. Everyone had more or less heard about Lu Yunting's little story and thought he was done for. But it turned out that nothing happened, and he showed up in the examination room. Does that mean you have to pass the CET4 before you can even go to jail? Is that really the involution? Lu Xinghe's mind went blank. What he absolutely could not accept was that Lu Yunting came out. Is this what is called the protagonist's halo? Damn it. But it doesn't matter. Since Lu Yunting can get out this time, let the other party lie down and go in. Now he can focus on taking the exam. When it's over, he will definitely get an explanation from someone. Just after Lu Xinghe had been doing the questions for a while, he suddenly heard a loud beeping sound. His brows furrowed. If I heard correctly, it seems that, when Lu Xinghe was in doubt, the invigilator's eyes were also locked on Lu Xinghe. This is very similar to the feeling of playing with your phone in class and being caught by the teacher. Classmate, what's in your drawer? Chapter 98, the results are invalid. Your excuses are useless. Classmate, what's in your drawer? The invigilator quickly reached out and took out an electronic watch from Lu Xinghe's drawer. Lu Xinghe was very surprised. The exam requirements are that you are not allowed to bring in any electronic devices. Your test results will be invalid. Please come out for a moment, the invigilator said expressionlessly. For fear of disturbing other candidates taking the exam, the invigilator asked Lu Xinghe to leave. The crowd was shocked. Lu Xinghe is so bold, he cheated on the CET4 and he got caught. This will be recorded in the file and criticized throughout the school. You can't take the exam again for at least 2 years. Now that you have this stain, even if Lu Xinghe is the CEO of a chaebol, it's useless. It will be difficult for him to graduate. Hugh was very surprised. He was very nervous when he saw Lu Xinghe being taken away. Don't talk nonsense, this must be a misunderstanding. I believe he won't cheat. Hugh scolded angrily as he watched everyone arguing. After all, Lu Xinghe's strength is there, and he simply doesn't bother to use these childish tricks. What should I do now? Others disagreed. You can't judge a person by his appearance. Lu Xinghe was always at the bottom of the English test. It's normal for him to use some tricks to avoid failing. Hugh was very angry. You are still talking nonsense. Although Hugh and Lu Xinghe have some conflicts, his heart is still with Lu Xinghe. He couldn't bear to hear anyone say anything bad about Lu Xinghe. Just when Hugh was about to get angry with others, Lu Xinghe witnessed this scene and shook his head at Hugh. After all, they are in the examination room now, and if a conflict really happens, Hugh will be dragged into it. Quiet, no whispering. The invigilator slammed the podium and scolded seriously. Now everyone was like a sick cat, not daring to say a word. Some people gloated over his misfortune, while others broke into a cold sweat for Lu Xinghe. However, Lu Xinghe was very calm and unhurried, and followed an invigilator out directly. Lu Yunting, who witnessed all this, raised the corners of his mouth, obviously very proud. Lu Xinghe is in trouble now. Once the cheating label is put on, it cannot be torn off. Not only will Lu Xinghe fail the exam, but he will also be talked about as a cheater. His brand image will be damaged, and his career will definitely be affected. After all, who would want to buy products from a boss with a stain? Now everyone is just acting on a whim, and now they must boycott mobile phones because of Lu Xinghe's behavior. To let Lu Xinghe go against him. He is a lucky man with a long life, and he can't be easily killed by a little kalami like Lu Xinghe. The god of fate obviously favors him. Inside the office, the person in charge of the examination room was quite disappointed. Failing the exam is not a big deal. What's scary is going to take the exam even though you know you can't do it. You're ruining your future. I'm obviously optimistic about you. Why did you fall into depravity and cheat? Are you worthy of the professor's hard work? Lu Xinghe's eyes were firm, and his handsome and evil face was full of calmness. He asked 3 fatal questions directly. Who saw me cheating? Why is the watch in my drawer? How do you know for sure the watch is mine? The person in charge was stunned. He sighed helplessly. It's no use trying to argue now. Your score is invalid. Please face my problem instead of diverting the focus. This watch is not mine. I don't know why it appeared in my drawer. Lu Xinghe replied coldly. I didn't cheat and I would never cheat. Although Lu Xinghe was not a top student before, he disdainfully used such cheating tricks to obtain high scores and would rather hand in a blank paper and get 0 points. You have to have a bottom line, and every point you get in the exam must be worthy of your conscience. After seeing Lu Xinghe's cold look, the person in charge hesitated. Then this watch couldn't have ended up in your drawer for no reason. That's what you should have checked. You shouldn't have accused me of cheating for no reason. As a teacher, are you really that arbitrary? The person in charge was completely confused. He should have been the one to scold Lu Xinghe, but why was he scolded by Lu Xinghe instead? I'm asking to check the surveillance footage. I suspect someone is maliciously framing me, And I also suspect the exam room didn't even implement the most basic cleaning procedures. This sentence made the person in charge confused. He felt that Lu Xinghe was cheating. After all, Lu Xinghe's past English scores were at the bottom of the class. A thief will definitely not admit that he is a thief, so it is normal for him to make excuses. Not to mention that Lu Xinghe is so successful in his business now, so naturally he doesn't want any negative articles to appear. I'll have the back end check this. It'll take time, said the person in charge. Then please let me go back to take the exam. What a test. I didn't cheat, so why can't I take the exam? This is your problem, but why should I pay for it? Lu Xinghe asked a question in return, leaving the person in charge speechless. The person in charge said that there was a reason why Lu Xinghe could be successful. This kind of psychological quality is not something that ordinary people can possess. If it were an ordinary person, he would have cried loudly and begged for mercy by now. Lu Xinghe was very calm. He had already thought of a way to prove his innocence. Just at this moment, dong ding dong, there was a knock on the door. Come in, said the person in charge. P.S. There will be a surprise in a few days. I will announce it, please be patient. Chapter 99, the truth is revealed, and we have offended a big shot. A girl walked in from outside. She looked at the person in charge awkwardly. Teacher. What's wrong? Asked the person in charge. I left a digital watch in the examination room. Did any one of you pick it up? The girl asked embarrassedly. Could it be this watch? The person in charge thought of something, quickly picked up the watch on the table and asked the girl. The girl became excited. Yes, that's right, it's mine. The person in charge was embarrassed. I originally thought that Lu Xinghe was just trying to make up for it, but I didn't expect that it was really their responsibility. So is this still my fault? Lu Xinghe raised his handsome face and looked at the person in charge with displeasure. The person in charge was very embarrassed, and he really wanted to find a hole to crawl into. I didn't expect that it was really the staff who failed to clear the area and missed something in the drawer, which led to today's mistake. He also wronged Lu Xinghe. It's over. He was just feeling justified just now. After all, he thought Lu Xinghe was the one who did something wrong. No matter how powerful Lu Xinghe's background is, he can't suppress me. But the situation has completely changed. It's you who are at fault. Lu Xinghe is not someone to be trifled with. After all, he is so successful in his career. He will definitely have many ways to retaliate. I'm sorry, it's our fault. I will take this matter seriously and punish those involved. The person in charge nodded and bowed to Lu Xinghe, his face full of fear, and was very cautious for fear of neglecting Lu Xinghe. Lu Xinghe said expressionlessly, I will have my lawyer contact you. You should tell him these high-sounding words. 1. Immediately apologize on the official website forum and the school bulletin board, and publish an apology in the newspaper to clear my name. 2. I will hold you accountable and demand compensation. I won't just let a simple apology get away with it. 3. I have to take the exam now. If you don't have enough time, you have to give me another hour, otherwise you will bear the consequences. Lu Xinghe's stern gaze made the person in charge feel a chill down his spine. Yes, yes, yes. The person in charge was on the verge of tears. This doesn't sound like something a student would say. No wonder Lu Xinghe can become a president at such a young age. He is indeed quite capable. Lu Xinghe didn't hesitate to give a look and stood up from his seat. After he left, he asked the teacher in charge to accompany him to the examination room. The moment Lu Xinghe appeared, he was met with all kinds of suspicious looks. Lu Yunting was so confused that his eyes almost popped out. He never expected that Lu Xinghe would come back. What is going on? The teacher trembled as she spoke to everyone. Sorry, it was our mistake. We didn't properly clear the room, so we accidentally accused Lu Xinghe of cheating. This was a misunderstanding. Let's restart the exam. Everyone was stunned. I didn't expect this to be a misunderstanding. But Lu Xinghe still has to take an exam. Is it still in time? Only half an hour left. Huo had heard that Lu Xinghe was wronged and was very happy for him. But when he heard that Lu Xinghe had to retake the exam, he was also worried about Lu Xinghe. Time is really tight. Is this possible? This terrible thing must have affected Lu Xinghe's ability to do his homework. After all, his mentality was ruined. Lu Xinghe saw Huo's worried look, but nodded affirmatively as a way of comforting him. Half an hour was more than enough for him. Lu Xinghe calmed himself down, looked at the test paper again under everyone's surprised gaze, and picked up the black pen. Lu Yunting pursed his lips in anger. I hate pretentious people. Why pretend to be serious? We all know each other well. No one knows your level. With this little skill, what else can you rely on except guessing? Lu Yunting felt that Lu Xinghe was bound to fail the exam and was just making a last-ditch effort now. The corners of his mouth rose, and he deliberately handed in the fully written test paper in front of Lu Xing in advance. Lu Xinghe looked at Lu Yunting's smug face and sneered disapprovingly, not taking Lu Yunting seriously at all. Lu Xing held his breath and stared, practicing the questions seriously. 15 minutes later, Lu Xing had picked up the test paper and stood up. The invigilator was trembling with fear, not daring to neglect him, and smiled at Lu Xing. "What's wrong, Lu Xing?" "Carry out an assignment." The simple and clear answer shocked the students who were still working on the test. Just a moment, Lu Xing had finished everything. "That's impossible." The first student who handed in the paper didn't finish it so quickly. Lu Xinghe must be doing this recklessly. The invigilator was stunned. He was confused and asked, "Are you sure you don't need to look at it again? I can make an exception and give you extra time. After all, there was a misunderstanding just now and you sacrificed so much time." "No, it's already done." Lu Xing refused without even thinking about it. "Regardless of whether or not I have a systematic academic system, even if I have read something wrong, I can use the error correction skill now. All the mistakes will appear in the mind to remind myself. Simple and convenient, highly recommended by candidates. I'm the only one who has it. Tomato readers don't have the series." The invigilator looked at Lu Xinghe's full paper and no longer suspected anything else. So he agreed to let Lu Xing hand in the paper. After Lu Xing handed in the paper, everyone thought that Lu Xing had given up. Well, when something weird like this happens, who can concentrate on the exam? It's normal to give up. After Lu Xing walked out of the examination room, he bumped into Lu Yunting, who had just come out. Lu Yunting put his hands in his pockets, looking completely complacent. After meeting Lu Xinghe's gaze, the corners of his mouth lifted up. "You didn't expect that I could come out. How did you do that?" Chapter 100, when you stare into the abyss also stares into you. "How did you do that?" There was a cold glint in Lu Xinghe's eyes as he looked at Lu Yunting coldly. "The law will not wrongly accuse a good person. I am innocent, so why are you arresting me? Of course, I will not let a despicable person like you succeed," Lu Yunting boasted. "Oh, quite arrogant." Facing Lu Yunting's provocation, Lu Xing smiled mockingly. "Are you sure you can get out this time so you won't lie down and go in next time?" His eyes were filled with ruthlessness. "I don't need to tell you how many shady dealings your company has. As long as I catch them, I'll find them." He saw Lu Yunting's frightened eyes and said, "Then you and your son will be punished together so you can have a companion in prison." After hearing Lu Xing's threat, Lu Yunting was sweating on his back. Yes, to have reached this position today, it is impossible that every penny earned is clean. If they really conduct a thorough investigation, both he and his father will be in big trouble. When Lu Yunting's face turned pale, Lu Xing had already hit Lu Yunting's shoulder hard and left quickly. What Lu Xing cares about most is Lu Yunting's release. What on earth is going on? Inside the police station, Lu Xing sat on the chair, looking very serious with his arms folded. What on earth is going on? Why was Lu Yunting acquitted? He was convicted of theft. "We also called you, but no one answered." The police officer replied cautiously when he saw Lu Xing's unhappy look. Either she served Lu Xing tea or a fruit plate. Lu Xing then picked up his phone and found it was turned off. He had just been taking an exam, so he turned it off early so the police couldn't contact him. But it didn't calm him down. He was still unhappy. "Give me a reason." "Your 4-character seal script couplet is fake." "What?" After hearing the other party's words, Lu Xing was shocked. It wasn't even a fake, it was a defective item. The estimated value was 100 or 200 at most, not enough to cover the criminal charges. So we released him after a verbal warning. "I'm really sorry," the officer said with an awkward smile. "If anything is stolen from Mr. Pei in the future, we'll definitely handle it immediately." Lu Xing's face looked extremely ugly. "You must be kidding. I bought it at an auction. It's worth 80 million. We can file a case and help you recover your losses. The auction house failed to identify the item and sold you a defective item. You can be held legally responsible." After hearing the police officer's words, Lu Xing pursed his lips tightly. He will pursue the matter of being deceived. But he didn't want Lu Yunting to come out. Lu Yunting is really an indestructible cockroach, so disgusting. But Lu Xing will definitely not give up. Thinking of Lu Yunting's smug face, Lu Xing's eyes darkened. After leaving the police station, Lu Xing called his secretary. "Help me find some thugs, preferably in their teens. Help me entertain Lu Yunting." Just watch and don't kill anyone. The rest is up to you. Lu Xinghe looked at the busy traffic outside. He hung up the phone coldly. Today is another wonderful night. But Lu Xing didn't expect that Huo would look for him first after finishing the exam. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I was too impulsive last time. I shouldn't have hit you no matter what. Something's wrong, it's serious. Lu Xinghe's veins were about to burst. How serious? Seriously, I need to go to the bathroom. Get out of here, you bastard. Don't delay me from pooping. Wow, I don't mind the smell. I came to bring you toilet paper, but you don't appreciate it. Then I'm leaving. Huo snorted and was about to walk out. Hey, leave the toilet paper for me. You told me to get out, Pippy Shrimp, let's go. You're such a rebel, damn it. Give me the toilet paper. Believe it or not, I'll knock you out in a minute. Who's afraid of who? Come on. Fuck, where's your will to live? Because of their deep affection in the toilet, Lu Xinghe and Huo reconciled. Don't rely on soap, rely on toilet paper. Who could have imagined it? Brothers who understands. Some are happy and some are sad. Inside the hospital, Lu's father and mother rushed to the hospital in a hurry. Inside the VIP ward, I saw my son wrapped like a mummy. If half of his face hadn't been exposed, Lu's father and mother probably wouldn't have recognized their son. My son, why were you beaten like this? Father Lu was heartbroken. My son was beaten up by a group of yellow-haired people for no reason. Not only was his face and nose bruised, but he also had several broken ribs and fractured hands and feet. He had to stay in the hospital for at least 2 or 3 months. But those yellow-haired people were only 15 or 16 years old. They said they accidentally recognized the wrong person and thought that Lu Yunting had hooked up with their boss's girlfriend, so they beat him up. If we can't punish them, we can only fine them and give them verbal education. Poor thing, their son is now lying in bed miserably, suffering physical pain. Looking at it now, it looks even more miserable than I imagined. Lu Yunting looked at his parents with longing eyes, tears of sadness streaming down his face. This is much better than going to jail. I thought I would be free when I came out, but I didn't expect to step into the abyss. Not only was my whole body aching, and it was unbearable, but I also had no way to deal with those brats. I have to recuperate for a long time, and won't be able to get out of bed for at least a month. This is more painful than killing him. Chapter 101. Wife, are you surprised by the new one? Please check your order. Lu's mother was also very upset. Seeing her precious son suffer was like she was suffering too, and she felt heartbroken. But she was powerless and could only cry silently. How could this happen? It's so unlucky. While Lu's parents were hugging Lu Yunting and crying bitterly, Lu Xing had already driven home. He heard the secretary's report through the headphones. It feels so good. Lu Yunting was beaten and hospitalized. His injuries were serious, and he would have to stay in bed for at least 2 or 3 months. I haven't seen Lu Yunting for 2 or 3 months, and I feel so relieved. After Lu Yunting came out, he had almost figured out a way to send the Lu family father and son to jail. Lu Yunting can't be so lucky every time. He can escape once, but he can't escape forever. But the happiness didn't last long. Lu Xing felt depressed when he thought of his empty home. My wife went to police academy, so it's hard for her to see her anymore. He must not be used to being home alone. Lu Xing stayed outside for a while, still reluctantly returned home. When I pushed the door open, I found the lights were on. Lu Xing had trembled. He heard the sound effects of a horror movie coming from the LCD TV in the living room. It sounds very horrible and terrifying. It was accompanied by the crunching sound of chewing popcorn. Even the servants are not so bold as to sit on the sofa and watch TV. Unless, Lu Xing had a bold guess in his mind. He sprinted over immediately. I saw a sexy beauty lying on the sofa. She was wearing a thin gauze skirt with a graceful figure, her slender waist leaning on the pillow and her long white legs bent. She pinched the popcorn with her slender fingers and put it into her red lips. When she met Lu Xinghe's surprised gaze, her eyes raised and a curved arc appeared at the corners of her mouth. Good evening, husband Tilda. She squeezed her hands like a sexy little wildcat. Lu Xinghe's eyes widened. He couldn't believe what he saw. No, shouldn't you be in the police academy? I dropped out of school, Liu Ruyan said lazily. After hearing her words, Lu Xing felt like a bolt from the blue. The first day of school is also the first day of school withdrawal. Why they would? Why not? Liu Ruyan's fingers rested on the smooth chin, revealing the cunning of the little fox. If I'm not allowed to drop out, I'll make a scene until the school can no longer operate. Lu Xinghe quickly sat on the sofa. He didn't understand why Liu Ruyan didn't go to school for no reason. Don't you want to get on? I don't want to go, I'm not interested in that. Liu Ruyan's eyes sparkled and she smiled darkly. She lifted Lu Xinghe's chin and poked it. As for me, I'm interested in you. Liu Ruyan continued. I agreed to go there simply to test your reaction and see if you'd be willing to let me go. Besides, a little separation is better than a new marriage, and this will also be better for our relationship. That's it, Lu Xinghe was incredulous. As expected of a Yandere girl, she is really scheming. Of course not, there is another very important reason, Liu Ruyan retorted. What's the reason? Lu Xinghe didn't quite understand. The corners of Liu Ruyan's lips suddenly turned up. She leaned close to Lu Xinghe's ear and asked quietly, Guess. Lu Xinghe said, Did you pass the physical examination? Liu Ruyan snorted, It's a bit similar. She urged, Guess again. Lu Xinghe thought for a moment and continued, Was the instructor mean to you? Of course not. If he can be mean to me, I have a way to deal with him. What on earth is that? You have to use your imagination. It's not fun, you can't guess it. Liu Ruyan pouted the corners of her lips, looking a little aggrieved. Don't keep me in suspense. Just say what you want to say. I'm afraid if I tell you directly, you won't be able to bear it. Is there anything I can't bear? Liu Ruyan snorted, took out a pregnancy test stick from her pocket, and handed it to Lu Xinghe. Take a look. Lu Xinghe took the pregnancy test stick and took a look. 1 bar, not pregnant. No, take another good look. Liu Ruyan pointed with a depressed look, emphasizing, Isn't there a lighter line next to it? Lu Xinghe took a closer look and saw that they were indeed 2 red lines, 1 deep and 1 shallow. The 2 bars represent, I am going to be a father. Lu Xinghe felt his voice was trembling. The corners of Liu Ruyan's lips curled up high. I'm going to be a mother. Wow, I can get extra credit, Tikula. What the hell is this where your attention is focused? Liu Ruyan raised her little pink fist and was about to hit Lu Xinghe. Lu Xinghe said happily, No, 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 I'm just too happy. He subconsciously hugged Liu Ruyan and spun around. Liu Ruyan was anxious. Baby. Lu Xinghe, Liu Ruyan was about to cry. I'm saying be careful of my baby. P.S. You've been fooled. This is where the Yandere is really scheming. She never wanted to go there at all. It's a play between husband and wife, and you're the clowns. Please, Liu Yifei, Daniel Wu, and Eddie Peng, please give me a thumbs up and give me 3 free gifts every day. Otherwise, this Yandere is going to throw a 50-meter sword warning. Chapter 102, I mean be careful of my baby. Liu Ruyan was about to cry. I'm saying be careful of my baby. Oh, I got so carried away. Lu Xinghe was so happy. He knew that Liu Ruyan's pregnancy was still unstable, so he was afraid that something might happen to her, so he quickly put her down. Lu Xinghe asked her to sit on the sofa. Ding, the system detects that the task is completed and rewards the host with a small anti-morning sickness pill. Good guy, give the system a chicken leg as a reward. Knowing that he was going to be a father, I gave him this reward. Lu Xinghe was very happy. In his previous life, he was reborn without even getting married. In this life, I finally made up for the regret. Now I have a wife and a child. Wife, we won't go to any police academy. Let's just focus on taking care of the baby. Lu Xinghe half knelt on the ground, holding Liu Ruyan's hand, and said with a smile on his face. Liu Ruyan nodded vigorously. I had no intention of going in the first place. Even if I don't take care of the pregnancy, I will come back. Lu Xinghe, hey, what do you want to eat? I'll make it for you right away. Liu Ruyan shook her head. I'm not hungry. Lu Xinghe was very serious. No, even if you are not hungry, you have to eat something not only for yourself, but also for the baby in your belly. Liu Ruyan's eyes were filled with resentment. She gritted her teeth and said, What's wrong? You think the baby is the most important, so you want to force me. Liu Ruyan said angrily, Forget it, let's not have a baby. If I give birth to a daughter, then there will be one more person to compete with me for my affection. If Lu Xinghe's attention is distracted, it will be more trouble than gain. After hearing Liu Ruyan's words, Lu Xinghe became very anxious. Lu Xinghe said to Liu Ruyan excitedly, How can this be possible? There's a saying that goes, love the house and love the dog. Besides, if the child is not feeling well, it's not you who's suffering. Why should you feel uncomfortable too? Lu Xinghe knew that his wife was the most paranoid. If I really care about it, I'll probably go and fight. Liu Ruyan snorted proudly. When the baby is born, you must love me the most in the whole world. Lu Xinghe smiled and replied, Okay, I love you the most and it won't change. Wow, he is indeed a jealous bastard who is jealous even of his pets. And now he is jealous of his children too. After Lu Xinghe coaxed Liu Ruyan, he hurried to the kitchen. After taking a look at the ingredients in the refrigerator, He finally decided to make some peppercorn chicken soup for Liu Ruyan. The chef was standing nearby, somewhat bewildered, and kept addressing Lu Xinghe respectfully. "Sir, is there anything I can do for you?" Lu Xinghe said to the chef. "I'll take care of it myself first." Lu Xing is really a kitchen novice. He has never cooked much, and at most he eats prepared food and takeout. When Lu Xing was preparing to make soup, the chef next to him broke out in a cold sweat. "Sir, shouldn't you blanch it?" Lu Xinghe finally reacted. There is indeed a step missing, but fortunately the chef is there. "Why don't I do it?" Looking at Lu Xing busying himself, sweat was already oozing from the chef's forehead. "I also have to learn how to make soup so that I can give it to my wife. I can't always rely on you." Lu Xing wanted to learn how to cook, and such words showed his thoughtfulness. Seeing the chef jumpy beside him, Lu Xinghe decided to let the chef go out and wait. He studies hard in the kitchen, otherwise he can't let go. The chef said respectfully to Lu Xinghe, "If you need anything, be sure to call me first." "Okay." So Lu Xinghe showed off his skills in the kitchen. Following the recipe, I finally completed all the steps and made the chicken soup. Just wait 2 hours and you can eat. But Lu Xing didn't expect that after waiting for 2 hours, Lu Xing went to the kitchen to take a look. Shocking as fuck. I opened the pot and saw, where is the soup? How come there is no soup at all? There's only some ingredients left in the pot. Lu Xinghe subconsciously wanted to pick up the casserole. As a result, my hand was suddenly burned. Lu Xing cried out, but his hand was still burned red. "It's swollen again." Lu Xinghe gasped and immediately covered his ears. My hand still hurt. He didn't expect the handle of the casserole to be so hot. "What's wrong, husband?" Liu Ruyan, who heard the noise in the living room, ran over immediately. She rushed over in a hurry, and after seeing Lu Xinghe covering his ears, she said, "Let me see." "It's okay, you go out." Lu Xinghe definitely didn't want her to worry. "I'll count to 3. If you don't obey, there will be consequences." Liu Ruyan's red lips curled up in an unhappy arc. 1, 2, 3. Before Lu Xing could react, she had already grabbed Lu Xing's hand. After looking at Lu Xing's red fingertips, her brows suddenly furrowed. "So swollen." "It's okay, just a minor injury." "Is this a minor injury? Are you sure?" Liu Ruyan was very unhappy, and she immediately pulled Lu Xing out. Chapter 103, I'm not that fragile, come boldly. She pushed Lu Xing onto the sofa and said, "Sit down and wait for me." Liu Ruyan was completely domineering. Her tone was commanding, and she didn't allow Lu Xinghe to refute a single word. Lu Xing also listened to her unconsciously. After all, the pregnant woman is the most important, so we must listen to her. After Lu Xing sat for a while, Liu Ruyan came over with a medical kit. "I told you I wasn't hungry, but you insisted on doing it for me. For chores like this, you should let the servants do it. Why do you have to do it yourself?" Her moist red lips complained, her eyes full of heartache. "Mainly, I think making it myself is more meaningful and tastes better." After hearing her words, Lu Xinghe felt that it was a great feeling to be loved. "This feels like home." Liu Ruyan grabbed Lu Xing's hand. Although she looked as domineering as a queen just now, she was now as timid as a kitten and applied the medicine very carefully. Lu Xinghe felt that not much of the ointment was applied to his hands. "I'm not that fragile, just come on boldly." "Then bear with it." Liu Ruyan quickly applied medicine to him. The slightly cool mint scent spread through Lu Xinghe's mouth and nose. However, just as he finished applying the cream, Liu Ruyan quickly approached and kissed Lu Xinghe. Lu Xinghe felt a warmth on his lips, and the sweet scent diluted the pungent mint smell. "The air is a little sweet." "What are you doing?" "It's painkiller." Liu Ruyan playfully tapped the corner of her lips with her hand and smiled cunningly. The corners of Lu Xinghe's lips curved. He was happy. What a great painkiller it tastes like this. Ding, rewarding the host's swelling reduction ability by plus 78%, which will reduce swelling quickly. After accepting the system's reward, Lu Xinghe felt that his hand would be fine in a while. After applying the medicine, Lu Xing returned to the kitchen. Looking at the pot of chicken, Lu Xing sighed. "No, I can't drink it." Lu Xing was about to fall down, but was stopped by Liu Ruyan. "No, aren't you supposed to be nurturing my pregnancy?" "But it failed. I'll have someone stew another pot for you." "No, I think this pot of chicken is good. The chicken is the essence tilde." "No, you're pregnant now, don't take any risks." Lu Xing doesn't want Liu Ruyan to eat his dark food. As a result, Liu Ruyan put on a sour face and looked at Lu Xinghe unhappily. "Okay, just one bite, try it." Lu Xing couldn't stand Liu Ruyan's innocent look and blinked. His heart melted. Liu Ruyan looked at Lu Xinghe and felt soft-hearted, and a smile immediately spread across her face. Her eyes curved as she leaned over the table. Lu Xing used chopsticks to pick up the edible chicken. He blew on it and then fed it to Liu Ruyan's mouth. Here, be careful, it's hot. Liu Ruyan's face was filled with a sweet smile, and she leaned over and took a bite. She smacked her lips, and then under Lu Xing's expectant gaze, she said, delicious. Really, Lu Xinghe didn't expect that his first time making soup would be so successful. He handed her another piece of chicken. Liu Ruyan frowned, but still opened her mouth and ate it. This is for chicken skin beauty, eat more. Lu Xinghe started feeding. Finally, Liu Ruyan touched her belly and replied pitifully, Honey, I'm sleepy and want to go to bed. Okay, go to bed early and don't stay up late. You are pregnant now. Then I'll go upstairs and sleep and wait for you. Go quickly. After coaxing Liu Ruyan to bed, Lu Xing started washing the dishes. Seeing that there were still some leftovers in the bowl, Lu Xing took a bite. As soon as it entered his mouth, Lu Xing immediately had a mask of pain. Fuck, that's so salty. Liu Ruyan's acting just now was so good. How could she bear to eat something so salty? He really poisoned his child. He murdered his own child. Lu Xing was very anxious. What if my wife gets something bad from eating it? After all, miscarriage is particularly prone to occur in the early stages of pregnancy. Lu Xing rushed upstairs and found Liu Ruyan guzzling water. At first glance, it is to dilute the saltiness. After seeing Lu Xing, she almost spit out water and quickly pretended that nothing was wrong. I'm going to sleep. Liu Ruyan subconsciously climbed onto the bed. Lu Xing grabbed her wrist and refused. Baby, you lied to me. Seeing Lu Xing's question, Liu Ruyan's eyes flickered. Huh, where did you lie? Chapter 104, it will kill you. No, it will be awesome. Seeing Lu Xing's question, Liu Ruyan's eyes flickered. Huh, where did you lie? Lu Xinghe raised his eyebrows. Why didn't you tell me that the chicken is so salty? Liu Ruyan's ears turned red and she said, It's okay. Then why are you drinking so much water? Come on, let's go to the hospital for a thorough checkup. We must make sure there is nothing wrong with the child. Lu Xing was still very worried. Liu Ruyan laughed out loud. She reached out and pinched Lu Xing's cheek. You look nervous. I'm fine. It's a little salty, but I don't feel uncomfortable. She even acted coquettishly. I'm so sleepy, Tilda. It's very late. I want to go to bed. Liu Ruyan lied simply because she was afraid of hurting Lu Xing's self-esteem. After all, Lu Xing is brave enough to cook. If his self-esteem is damaged, he will definitely be sad. If he really goes to the hospital late at night, Lu Xinghe will be very tired and will not be able to sleep well. Besides, Liu Ruyan felt that there was no need to make a fuss. Aren't you feeling unwell? Lu Xinghe was still a little worried. No, if I had it, I definitely wouldn't show off. Look at her round eyes, full of sincerity. The corners of Lu Xing's lips curled up slightly. He held Liu Ruyan's slender waist tightly, lay down with her and said, Okay, then I'll listen to you. But if you have any questions, you must tell me. Liu Ruyan nodded, snuggled in Lu Xing's arms, and gradually closed her eyes and fell asleep like a lazy kitten. Hearing her even breathing, Lu Xinghe was still too excited to control himself. He's 10 months away from becoming a father. Although he is quite young now, it is a good thing to be able to hold a baby. Anyway, he has made up his mind and doesn't plan to fool around outside. Instead of this, it's better to have a wife and children and a warm bed. Ding, rewarding the host with a bottle of potion that can alleviate other people's discomfort. If someone else is feeling unwell, you can have them drink the potion and instantly return to a comfortable state. Very good, the system's reward is what we need most. Lu Xing didn't need to rush to send Liu Ruyan to the hospital. If anything happened, he could just feed her the medicine. The next day, Lu Xing took Liu Ruyan to the mall to shop. After all, Liu Ruyan is pregnant now, and Lu Xing must want to buy some things for her and take a look at the child's daily necessities. How about it? Does this look good? Lu Xing took off a skirt and asked Liu Ruyan with a smile. Liu Ruyan snorted, Honey, this looks like a maternity dress. She showed off her slim waist to Lu Xing. I don't think I can use it now. Yes, maternity dresses. If you want to prepare them in advance, your belly will grow very quickly after all. Bassinet, how about we prepare it first? When Lu Xing saw the cradle, his eyes lit up again. Liu Ruyan said, Why not choose a confinement center as well? Lu Xing nodded. Yes, my wife, you are more careful. Go and make arrangements. Liu Ruyan stared with her big round eyes. Then how about booking a postpartum recovery? Lu Xing said, Okay, I'll go and order it now. While Lu Xing was full of enthusiasm, Liu Ruyan was obviously not interested in any of this. Her eyes were fixed directly on the advertisement, not far away. Lu Xinghe saw the corners of her lips raised, and she stared at him straight. He shook his head directly. No, this really won't work. Why not? I think it's okay. Liu Ruyan pulled the corner of Lu Xinghe's clothes and refused to let go. Lu Xing wanted to cry but had no tears. Someone will die. Liu Ruyan smiled and said, it will be very cool. Lu Xinghe refused. I really won't come. Hubby, this is so unfair. If you don't experience it, how can you know how difficult it is for a pregnant woman to give birth? Liu Ruyan blinked her eyes, looking completely innocent. Actually, it's a demon. This isn't even 1/10 the pain of actual childbirth. It would be too painful for me to endure it alone. Liu Ruyan sighed. Lu Xinghe made a quick decision. Okay, I'll go. You're right, he still wants to experience this simulation of childbirth, so that he can understand how difficult it is for pregnant women. As a man, there is nothing to be afraid of. If you are so afraid, how can you achieve anything? Lu Xinghe was brave enough to try it, which surprised Liu Ruyan. She was just trying to scare him, but she didn't expect him to actually come. Just when she was about to stop Lu Xinghe had already headed towards the experience agency. When Lu Xinghe was operating the machine, he suddenly saw a few sneaky figures outside the window. Quick video, is Lu Xinghe planning to be pregnant? How embarrassing. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Even the CEO is trying this. How rare. Ha, I wonder if he will enjoy it or suffer. Is it possible to be in pain and happy at the same time? It was Qi Yang and his brothers who were watching the joke outside. But they didn't expect that Lu Xinghe had super hearing skills. Even through the glass, Lu Xinghe still realized that Qi Yang and others were mocking him. After Qi Yang was turned down by him last time, he now had the chance to laugh at him. Lu Xinghe's eyes suddenly turned dark. Without hesitation, he unbuckled his seatbelt with a click, walked towards the glass. Qi Yang and the others were completely dumbfounded. They never expected that Lu Xinghe noticed them. He was still in front of the glass, knocking on it indifferently. Knock, knock, knock. The look in his eyes was like torture, making them shudder. Qi Yang and the others didn't dare to shoot anymore. After all, Lu Xinghe was very powerful. Especially when they saw Lu Xinghe raising his middle finger at them through the glass. Their faces became extremely ugly. I originally wanted to take a video and send it anonymously to the school group to tease Lu Xinghe. I didn't expect to be caught on the spot. Qi Yang was frightened and subconsciously wanted to run away. But when he was about to run, he found a dark shadow cast on him. When the young lady appeared in front of him, a cold, murderous intent flashed in her beautiful eyes. She folded her arms and leaned her shoulders against the glass window. The soft and cold, thin lips spit out 2 words coldly. Where are you going? P.S. Don't use my profile picture for online dating. I've seen some stinky guys do this, and it's too much. 10 years or more in prison, portrait rights warning. Also, don't call me wife, thank you. Yandere warning. Chapter 105, Switching Personality. She is like a dangerous poppy, giving people a suffocating feeling. Qi Yang and others looked at each other and swallowed involuntarily. This is a big trouble. What to do? Someone asked Qi Yang fearfully. Qi Yang was about to cry. You ask me, how would I know? Go in. Liu Ruyan gave a cold look. Qi Yang and others were threatened and entered the experimental center. At this moment, Lu Xinghe was very unhappy with the sneak shots and ridicule from Qi Yang and others. But when he saw Liu Ruyan bringing someone in, he was very surprised. This arrogant attitude makes people stay away from him. It's definitely not Yanyan's style. If she was a Yandere, she wouldn't be so calm now. There will definitely be a few people who come forward and slap them in the face. Lu Xinghe was slightly surprised. Personality changed again. How did it change this time? Lu Xinghe was really confused. Liu Ruyan didn't faint. Doesn't she have to be unconscious before her personality can change? Wrong guess again, but why did it work last time? This is too brain-burning. Maybe the switch of personality depends on time. But at this time before, the personality did not switch. While Lu Xinghe was thinking, he heard Qi Yang begging for mercy timidly. Master Lu, this is a misunderstanding. We were just taking a selfie. You didn't think we were secretly filming you, did you? The other brothers also echoed. Yeah, can't we just talk it out? We're all alumni after all. In order to prove their innocence, some people even showed their photo albums. Apart from selfies, there are no photos of Lu Xinghe. But will Lu Xinghe believe their lies? He heard it clearly just now. He hated people who made trouble behind his back the most, especially since Qi Yang was showing weakness now. It was just because he was afraid of his identity, not really surrendering to him. You are right, we are all alumni. How can I treat you unfairly? Lu Xinghe nodded. After hearing Lu Xinghe's words, several people breathed a sigh of relief. That's it, you can experience this machine 5 times. Lu Xingha's lazy words were like devilish music piercing his ears. Qi Yang and his friends were going crazy. It's not like they haven't heard about the horror of this machine. This is simply the ancient Greek god of pain. Everyone is naturally reluctant. Lu Xing said lazily, "You don't want your credits to be deducted for no reason and then not be able to graduate, do you?" Liu Ruyan also helped. She replied, "You can leave now, but if your parents are suddenly laid off, their debts mount, and they can't get into any public institutions, or if they suddenly become untrustworthy, they'll probably regret leaving now." Her voice was light but contained a threat. Lu Xing couldn't help swallowing. The reputation of the cold and sinister female CEO is indeed well-deserved. Don't mess with him or you'll die. Qi Yang and others looked at each other. It is clear that Lu Xing and Liu Ruyan's abilities are there. It's really easy to do. In order to avoid being extremely unlucky later, he could only obey Lu Xingha's wishes. They sat down on the chairs nervously. I feel so regretful at this moment. Why did I just think of playing a prank on Lu Xingha and even take secret photos of him? They want to be good people. The positions seem to have been swapped. Lu Xinghe picked up his phone and pointed it at them. Lu Xinghe said with a forced smile, "You have to smile more happily later." "Tisk, tisk, tisk, why are all of you crying? Cheer up, it's nothing. Brave ox is not afraid of difficulties. Be a real man. Once you experience this, you'll learn how to be a good man and be considerate of girls in the future." Qi Yang and the others were about to cry. Who in this situation can laugh now? Lu Xinghe is simply crazy. Now that I'm shooting a video, who do I plan to send it to? The machine has started. Lu Xinghe could see all kinds of expressions. Discomfort, regret, fear, worry, shock. Anyway, it's very exciting. There are 10 levels of labor pains in total. I'll arrange level 1 for you first. Lu Xinghe smiled. Qi Yang, they felt the body was warm. Lu Xinghe carefully observed the expressions of Qi Yang and the others. At first, they didn't react at all. After all, level 1 is nothing, just a little painful. But the changes start from level 3 pain. Howls rang out. The room was filled with ghosts howling. Lu Xinghe could see the distorted faces and squirming bodies of Qi Yang and others. Retreat, retreat, retreat. This pain is like Chunmai and I can't stop it. Whoever created this thing, I'm going to kill him. Lu Xing was very excited watching the dancing of demons. As a male, you're too fragile. This isn't even level 5. I heard level 5 labor pains are like the pain a girl feels during her period. Lu Xinghe said with interest. In the past, you would not have been able to understand it. You should thank me for spending money to let you enjoy it. Chapter 106, you just lie down and enjoy. Lu Xing, you should thank me for spending money to let you enjoy it. Qi Yang, do I need to say something to you? You are a very nice person. What's wrong? Are you staring at me and want to increase the intensity right away? Lu Xing smiled as he looked at Qi Yang's unconvinced look. Xuan Q, there's really no need. Lu Xing smiled. We are old classmates, you are welcome. Lu Xing gave the operator a look. The operator went straight into level 5 labor pains. Level 5 labor pain is more suitable for the physique of Chinese babies. It can also prevent Alzheimer's disease. The main point is affordability. Qi Yang could feel the excruciating pain of 12 ribs breaking at the same time. Damn, there's a bagpipe sound coming from the distance. Lu Xinghe saw that Qi Yang and the others were about to break apart. Ooh, oh my God. Mom, I want to go home. No, let me go. I want to go back to Happy Planet. How can college students not be crazy? Lu Xinghe witnessed it personally. He enjoyed watching it, even gloating. Haha, luckily I didn't experience it myself. Lu Xing captures all kinds of wonderful scenes with his mobile phone and cuts them out to be used as emoticons, which become popular on the internet. If you treat your brothers as friends, then take them with you to experience it. It will definitely make him never want to find a partner again. Not to mention that when they reached level 10, they were about to break apart. It felt like a tank was running over all the joints in my body, causing severe pain all over my body. Fine beads of sweat had already appeared on his forehead, and he looked very pale. The screams gave Lu Xing a sense of revenge. Before, Qi Yang had always been helping the evil and assisting Lu Yunting, bullying the original owner a lot. Now he has taught Qi Yang a severe lesson. Lu Xing looked down at their exhausted appearance and said coldly, I have already recorded the video. If anyone dares to do anything bad behind my back, I can't guarantee that this video will not be spread out. He paused. Maybe your classmates saw it, maybe your girlfriend saw it, or maybe it spread among your relatives. Before Lu Xing could finish his words, he had already seen Qi Yang's frightened eyes. They shook their heads in fear. No, no. Lu Xing had just likes these annoying guys too much, and is afraid of his own appearance. It feels so good. This is exactly the effect we want. Lu Xing felt refreshed and curled his lips. He announced that the machine would be mass-produced and added to the list of the 10 tortures. It would be best if I could get one for the Lu family father and son to try out. It would definitely be awesome. Let's go. Lu Xing turned around and looked at Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan nodded and followed Lu Xing out. Walking in the mall, Liu Ruyan frowned slightly and asked Lu Xing, "What's going on? Why did you suddenly go there to experience this?" When Lu Xing saw Liu Ruyan's confusion, he thought of a very tricky problem. The main personality is currently unaware of the pregnancy. Child, the sky is falling. If he knew he had 2 mothers, would he be torn apart? Lu Xing didn't know whether the child would split, but the master's personality would definitely split. There is one thing that is very important, but before I tell you, I hope you are fully prepared mentally. After hearing Lu Xing's serious words, Liu Ruyan frowned tightly. What's going on? It's so serious. It was difficult for Rang Lu Xing to speak. Liu Ruyan felt a little nervous. Just say it directly. Liu Ruyan tried to calm her heartbeat. You're pregnant. Lu Xing blurted out a sentence that made Liu Ruyan stunned. Lu Xing could see her beautiful fox eyes, which were magnified twice. You can see how shocked he is. I am pregnant. After Liu Ruyan said this, her hand subconsciously placed on her belly. Lu Xing nodded and said to Liu Ruyan, "Yes, I'm pregnant." Liu Ruyan's expression became very strange. She bit her red lip and said very firmly, "No, we can't have the child." After hearing Liu Ruyan's words, Lu Xing was shocked. Why? Liu Ruyan raised her head and looked at Lu Xing. Have you ever considered my feelings? She lowered her eyes with a complicated look. I was completely confused when I had this child. I have no idea what happened to me before. She bit her red lips and said, "It's hard to be a qualified mother. I don't have the courage, nor am I prepared, especially since it's too early. I don't want to be bound too early." The most important thing is that Liu Ruyan has a shadow in her heart. She was afraid of following in that man's footsteps. Liu Ruyan once thought about not having children for the rest of her life. This was her plan, so this child cannot be kept. She was afraid that everything would get out of control. When the child is born, a lot of things will change. The most important thing is that she wants to forget the tragedies of the past. So no matter what, she would not let the child be born. Lu Xing saw Liu Ruyan's doubts and was very anxious. But the child is innocent. I know I'm sorry for you. I didn't think about it beforehand and let this child appear. But since it appears, can you give me a chance? Chapter 107, No one is born to be a parent, but I will take the position with a certificate. There were soft ripples in Lu Xing's eyes, serious and affectionate. I admit that I'm quite carefree and may seem a little unreliable to you, but everyone is born to be a parent. I will learn well and try my best to be a qualified father. In this world, everything needs to be verified, but being a parent is the only thing that doesn't require any verification. However, this is also something that Lu Xing wants to do well. After seeing Lu Xing's burning and affectionate eyes, Liu Ruyan trembled. His handsome face had a sexual tension that attracted her. In an instant, it seemed as if the 2 souls were so close, not distant. Liu Ruyan could tell from his determined eyes that he seemed to be able to be a qualified father. But she didn't want to repeat the same mistake. She didn't want to relive that pain again. She has no confidence. I also feel very inferior. I can promise you anything, but I can't promise you this. Liu Ruyan was very determined. She said to Lu Xing firmly, I don't want to give birth to this child. After saying this, Liu Ruyan strode forward. Liu Ruyan, Lu Xing felt very lonely in his heart. He felt helpless and at a loss. He never expected that all the difficulties would be overcome. As a result, problems arose with Liu Ruyan's main personality. She doesn't want to have children, but this child has already arrived. Should it be strangled in the cradle? In Lu Xing's mind, there appeared a sharp, cold scalpel, a bloody mass of flesh and blood without a trace of temperature. When he wakes up from his dream, won't he regret the little life that didn't appear? Lu Xing felt very anxious. He doesn't mind now that the baby is born. He likes the little Yandere and wants to have a child with her, which is not impossible. It's just that the main personality is very resistant. The child also has to pass through the main personality's belly. If she didn't want to, then all his and the little sick girl's wishes and efforts would be in vain. Lu Xing had pursed his lips. How can we convince the main character to give birth to a child? In a high-end restaurant, an Audi A6 slowly pulled over. The car door opened, and two secretaries in suits and ties got out. A man in a black windbreaker walked down from the back row. He was wearing a bow tie and gold glasses. He was in his 40s and was a refined gentleman. When the person in charge of the examination room saw this, he flattered him and said, "Minister, I finally see you. The man in the windbreaker in front of me is the Minister of Education." However, the person in charge spent a lot of manpower and resources and went through several levels of relationships to get this person. At the warm invitation of the person in charge, the minister walked into the box. There were two beautiful women in the box, and when they saw the minister, they came close to him. "Buyer, you're so handsome, Tilda. I've always heard that the minister is handsome and elegant. Today I finally saw him in person. He is indeed very impressive." The minister felt very happy when he saw the beautiful lady flattering him. Seeing that the minister was very satisfied, the person in charge quickly opened the iron box, which was filled with golden gold bars. "This is a small gift I prepared for you. I wonder if you are satisfied." After seeing this, the minister laughed so hard that he couldn't stop. "You are quite sensible, little one. Just tell me what you want me to do." The person in charge quickly said, "I have a student who wants to sue us. The main reason is that we didn't clean up the room properly and left a digital watch in the drawer. He falsely accused him of cheating and wants to hold us responsible, but it's not easy to suppress it." After hearing this, the minister was unconvinced. "That's it. I thought it was something serious, but it's just a small matter. It's not that simple. Just tamper with his grades and make his score as low as possible. That way, people will know he's a nobody and doubt his abilities even more. Then you can shift the blame onto the watch owner, clean yourself up, and let them fight you. Then you can get away with it." The minister replied lazily, "Don't worry, I will help you deal with this matter." After hearing this, the person in charge became excited. "Thank you very much. It turns out that the old ones are the wisest. With your words, I feel relieved. Minister, who do you want to deal with?" The person in charge replied, "Lu Xing is a sophomore in the computer science department at our university." So the minister asked his subordinates to handle it and let the person in charge relax. The person in charge breathed a sigh of relief. Lu Xing is a bit difficult to deal with. After all, if you offend Lu Xing now, he will not let it go. I now have the support of the Minister of Education. Things are different now, and it is not so easy for Lu Xing to control himself. While the minister and the person in charge were chatting and laughing, the minister's cell phone suddenly rang. There was a roar on the other end of the phone. "Su Zhenhai, where are you? Get the hell back here." The minister's heart trembled, just as he complained that the powerful director of the Education Bureau rarely contacted him. He was called, resuscitated instantly. The director is so angry, he must have done something wrong. It's over. At the entrance of the Education Bureau, it was past 11 o'clock in the evening, and the entire office building was still brightly lit. When the minister had someone drive to the door, he saw several brand new, shiny Rolls-Royce cars parked there. The minister's heart trembled, and he immediately had a bad premonition. Sure enough, when the minister arrived at the meeting room, in addition to seeing the angry director of the Education Bureau, he also saw several middle-aged men with stern expressions sitting on the sofa chairs. They were very aggressive, and when they saw the minister appear, they looked at him with murderous eyes. The minister was horrified. These middle-aged men are super big shots. But he was an education giant with complex relationships, extensive connections, and strong power. The director of the education department and several senior executives were people that Karami like him didn't usually see. He was lucky to see one, but now I'm meeting a group of big shots at once. P.S. If you want to know the Quan, you can see it by sending a gift, thank you. Chapter 108, Anyone who bullies her husband will be punished, no matter how far away he is. The minister did not feel that he was lucky, but that he was doomed. "I heard that you were going to tamper with a student's CET-4 score." The director of the education department looked at the minister expressionlessly. The minister was stunned. "How did you know that?" "Director, you don't need to get involved in such a small matter. I can handle it. It's just an ordinary student's grades. It can be easily handled." Ordinary students? The director looked as if he had heard some ridiculous news. The director felt that the minister was seeking death, and he felt ashamed to have such a stupid subordinate. You think he's just an ordinary student, but he's actually just ordinary. He easily dominates the business world, and his wife is the daughter of the Liu family. Do you know what the Liu family's background is like? Even a cough would make us tremble. After all, many of our investments come from the Liu family. Even the mayor has to nod his head to show his goodwill when he sees President Liu. How could you call him ordinary? The minister was dumbfounded. No wonder he felt familiar with Lu Xing's name, but couldn't remember where he had heard it. Even if I think about it, I will feel that it is the same name and surname. He never expected that Lu Xing's background was so impressive, and that he was someone he couldn't afford to offend. The director of education looked at the minister unhappily. Miss Liu has heard about your grade adjustment. She's furious. The consequences are dire. You acted foolishly, dragging us down with you. If you had given him a perfect score, you could have gotten away with it.